smoke, Chris? Jones a little bit earlier? I'm quitting.
Yeah, this is why.
Murder, she wrote.
That's okay. We're not judging.
It's a nasty habit. You should have Missy take care of that for you.
How?
Hypnosis. She developed a method, and I'm telling you, it works like a charm.
Wow. Some people don't want strangers messing around in their heads, guys.
Listen, Chris, I thought it was total. I smoked cigarettes for 15 years. I loved every goddamn puff I took. She puts me under once. The sight of a cigarette makes me want to vomit.
That's it, murder, she wrote. Murder, she wrote. Get with me. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Of course, I usually don't start this show off straight talking about TV, but I'm not gonna lie. Two things that definitely, when you got good TV shows that will make you kind of like bend the need to sit here and be like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and pay the subscription to Peacock. Because I'm not gonna lie, Belly got me. I'm not gonna lie. I was on the little streaming app and it kept freezing up, but I was like 3 episodes in and it kept freezing up. I'm like, nah, this joint too fire. I gotta just sit here and go spend the $7. It's cool. It is what it is. Because I've heard the Kevin Hart series is good too. And then of course, I mean, like while we in here recording, you can watch the Sunday Night Football. So it's cool. I mean, it's literally $7. You'd wasted $7 on less, but I'm not gonna lie. That new episode of Bel-Air. Oh man, that season is so fire. I'm not gonna hold you. The season is absolutely fire. I think I'm like at maybe like 5 episodes now, and I'm telling you, it's must-see TV. Like if you literally go on whatever little bootleg streaming joint that you normally may watch some of these TV shows on, but then when you really get into it, you're gonna be like, oh no, it's worth it. It's worth the $7, and that's how good I feel like Bel-Air is. Just a kind of a little quick bunch in, because like I said, I'm 5 episodes in. I really don't want to do no spoilers, because I mean, I think realistically now it's all the way up to the season finale, so you can just catch in, and you can, if you're one of those people who like to binge watch TV shows, you can jump in and get in with it right now and binge watch it. So I think like realistically you can kind of see that on, I guess, was it episode 4, it may be 5, when Uncle Phil got caught cheating on Aunt Viv. And it wasn't necessarily him cheating. The lady that they was working with, guess last season that they had a little thing with before, they ended up having like a kiss. Like they was at work, they linked in for a kiss, and Uncle Phil immediately stopped it. But he was just like, you know, whatever case may be. He was like, I don't want to tell Viv because this was nothing. It just mysteriously happened. It was a mistake. It will never happen again. But the lady could not realistically, she couldn't hold it. Like she couldn't hold her water. Like she kept getting around Aunt Viv and she kept just like acting crazy. Then Hillary is engaged to some football player. And I believe this was episode 4. They already got engaged, and she was ready to. And of course, she had it. And this is something that's kind of like funny about this show. Everybody had a mysterious kiss that they're not supposed to have. So she ended up kissing Jazz, and she's engaged. So her at this little what is this, like a little business dinner that Uncle Phil had. Jazz and Hillary end up getting into it, or whatever the case may be, having a little argument. The heated argument turned into a heated kiss, and then both of them just stormed out of the junk. Ashley seen them kissing, and she sit here and told Hillary if she don't come clean to her fiance, she was gonna snitch, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I know, that's just Ashley just being Ashley. She's extremely messy on this show if you haven't already seen any of the other previous seasons. But like I said, so anyway, long story short, it's burning Hillary up. She want to snitch. She want to come clean, tell her to do, because realistically, she kind of really don't want to marry him because she still got feelings for Jazz. But then her homegirl, like, dog, everybody on social media is so excited to see you get married. They gassing you up for the engagement, whatever the case may be. So her homegirl is real live, like doing her business marketing. And I can tie that into, in a minute, it's a docuseries on Amazon Prime called The Money Gang. And that is based on the NIL deals around the LSU team. And we'll talk about that in 2 seconds. But it was kind of just, it was so funny how those two things went hand in hand, because the young lady, realistically, she was kind of like, edging Hillary on. They're like, bro, don't call it. You can't call this wedding off because it's going to be career suicide because you kind of realistically, all the people want to see on your social media right now is eventually you getting married. So you can't call it off right now. If you call it off, then it's kind of just going to mess up your whole social media rollout. So the girl is more thinking of business and marketing. And then she realistically telling Hillary, like, you don't really even need to do this because, you know, her boyfriend's supposed to be having a breakout season or whatever the case may be, or her fiance, and he's supposed to be getting ready to get paid. So all of that going into what I'm saying, she want to tell him she at a practice and she wants to come clean at the practice. Her homegirl right beside her, and she's telling her like, no, don't tell him yet, whatever the case may be. Then boom, he get hit and he get a concussion. He literally he cuts a touchdown, get hit hard, and he literally get in the end zone. He take his helmet off, he's smiling at her, and he literally fall out in the middle of practice with a concussion. So she never get to come clean with him on that one. So like I said, I'm all the way up to episode 5. I'll watch the rest, but like I said, to me, you gotta watch it. Like, it's literally must-see TV. If you haven't tapped into Bel Air yet, I highly recommend going to watch Bel Air because it's literally worth it. Whatever, if you, like I said, if you can watch it on the bootleg, Johnny, and the apps won't mess up on you, watch it on there. But if you gotta spare $7, I highly recommend paying for Bel Air. That $7 for Peacock is worth it just off the strength of Bel Air alone. And like I said, just a quick another wrap up on TV. Amazon Prime, like I said, got a new docuseries called The Money Game, and it's literally, and of course y'all know I'm an Angel Reese fan, so I really went in for Angel Reese, but didn't know that I was going to come in and be like, oh, Jalen Daniels, of course, is the Washington Redskins' new starting quarterback, and his mom stand on heavy business. His first year he transferred his first year to LSU. People, I ain't gonna say crackhead money, but compared to what he knew he could get later, it was crackhead money. So the first year, it was this like a lawyer dude. He like a big lawyer dude in LSU. He do a lot of business. He did business with all of basically everybody, and you can tell the difference between, and I think that's realistically where Flau'jae and Angel Reese kind of eventually bump heads. I think I'm maybe in episode 5 with that too, so I haven't got to where their two moms go back and forth, but you can kind of tell that Flau'jae mom is geeking for the bread. Like, she ain't letting no money go down, and which of course, if you kind of, when you pay attention to these people's stories, you get to see some of them are financially tapped. Like, it's a girl who run track and field. I can't remember her name, but she at LSU, and she was telling her story about like how her mom used to run track. Her mom was supposed to go to the Olympics, but her mom ended up getting pregnant with her older sister, and how bad like they was having it. Like, her mother literally wouldn't go without eating certain nights. Like, she was a single parent home. They was living in like somewhere down south, and it was like they was super strapped for cash. Like, it was a lot of nights her mom barely went to get and eat food. But with all that being said, still, she was so focused on track and field, she could never really lean into the NIL deals. And out of all of that, I think it's like 5 athletes, I want to say, is Angel Reese, is the young lady me and Marcus be talking about. They got the highest NIL deal for females. She is a gymnastics. I can't remember, what is her name? I think Lola Dunn or something like that. I can't remember her name, but her sister run her NIL page, run all her social media. So that was kind of cool. Like, how her way her sister kind of realistically put her whole career. I think her sister went to school for like to be a doctor or something crazy, but she ended up running the business. And let's be clear, this girl, the gymnastics girl, got like 15 million followers on all platforms. So it's still $1 million business. So it ain't like her sister kind of was just like, all right, screw my career to just kind of help you chase a dream. This was kind of like, nah, screw your career. And we going to literally, all I need you to do is help me manage how to continuously get M's. And I'll do the one, I guess the coolest things that I got to really take from the young lady at LSU, you got to really see like the gymnastics young lady, she had her own form of a little bit of body dysmorphia because she kind of didn't know if she wanted to, going into the school year, she wanted her body to be more catered to being an athlete or more off of just being a hot social media girl. Because a lot of people, like I love the way they was doing it. Like, they was posting up the comments where dudes was like, literally like, man, how much could I pay to sit here and smell your leotard and stuff like that? Like, Nick, let's be clear. They was getting crazy and super thirsty, but a lot of her jumps she was getting a lot of compliments on bathing suit photos and stuff like that. So people was kind of real lusty over her. So it kind of was eating at her head. It was like, she even wanted to show a different person, a part of her personality. She kind of really didn't, because she felt like she was funny. And her sister, it was kind of like, yeah, but that ain't what you built your social media platform on. So we can sprinkle the funniness in here sometimes, but we got to stick to what the people like. And a lot of this stuff was just like, hey, the pretty white girl who's very pretty, very small, model style body. That's all the people was in her comment section. That's all they really wanted. But she just really clear, she was cranking that bread off of those NIL deals. I want to say her jump was probably close to like, I want to say Angel Reese's was 7 million. So hers had to be close to like 10. So she made a lot of bread and she had a lot of followers, so it kind of made sense. But even just that battle of the NIL, like the young lady who was running track, she probably had it. It was hard for her. Like she was breaking down a lot because she wanted to be great at her sport, where everybody else was kind of even going into that thing. It was more like Angel Reese was getting the backlash, or is she just chasing NILs and not really focused on basketball? Because coming in from off that championship season, their very next season, they got beat by a team that was ranked. They was like ranked number 1, Colorado. I believe they lost to Colorado, and Deion Sanders' daughter played on that team, and they was ranked like number 20. So losing that game, and that was the first thing. And then the next game, she ended up getting benched because she took a 3 early in the jump. Kim Mulkey sent her down. So all of that was just cool. Even just watching it still, like how many different, like, man, the joint that probably turned my stomach a little bit, that was kind of crazy. Like they had a dinner where it was a bunch of older white women in there, and they were bidding on the LSU football team. And these niggas had to like, and he was like, I want to say like they were selling shirts, like covering it up with like, they had clever ways to cover up how they was giving out this bread. So it was literally like they had a sweatshirt that I was like $100, and then another one was like $150, but it was basically like bidding on these dudes. So then it was like, they was telling the dudes, all right, how would you flirt with one of the ladies in the joint? Like I said, this joint on Amazon Prime, if you are into just like docuseries, you don't even have to heavy be into sports, but if you want to even see how people manage their social media and actually turn it into a brand, because it was a dude that played on the basketball team. He didn't even have a scholarship, and he was milking it because, of course, all the college athletes got to benefit off their pandemic year. So he was real live, brought to go. He was going to basically play for his 5th season, and he wasn't even on a full scholarship, but he was making it like, okay, I think it cost him $70,000 to go to LSU, but he was making 200, and I want to say 210 or 220,000 a year off of NILs. So he was kind of, his was more local. Like he would go into like, it was, I think it was like one of the Johnson was, it reminded me kind of like of a Panda Express. It was like a little food joint. He was going in there. He literally just did that straight for food. He was like, just give me $600 a month on like basically of food, not food stamps, but it basically was for like free food. Give me $600 a month worth of food where I can come in here and just spend, because he was like, you know, flirting with the girls. So he basically wanted to say like, I know I ain't probably gonna eat the whole 600, but I may want to take other players on my basketball team out, or I may want to take some of the girls out on the gymnastic teams, or whatever the case may be, which he was smart. So he still, and it still ended up realistically, I forgot, he was like, for like he did 4 posts and ended up buying himself a G-Wagon. So just thinking, he was literally, it was him and that gymnastic girl. Those two were the lower tier of the LSU athletes compared to Jalen Daniels, compared to Angel Reese and Flau'jae, and compared to the young lady who do the gymnastics. So it was just kind of just so cool to see how they realistically was trying to balance their athletic stuff and really do the NIL thing. And the NIL thing was literally almost like a job on their own, and all of them had their own little mental hurdles where the NILs was kind of kicking their butt, but the money was so good, and they was kind of just like, they didn't want to turn down. Even like the girl who do gymnastics, like she wasn't trying to go to the Olympics. She was cool with just, this is my last year at LSU. I'm gonna cash out, and I can still continuously do NILs or do social media business and marketing, because realistically, the people she's not posting a whole bunch of gymnastic stuff on her page. She's real live, really just posting modeling pictures, and she's doing endorsements or whatever the case may be. So that, like I said, that was cool. So that was something, like I said, to watch if you need something to watch on Amazon Prime, or you need something to watch on Peacock. Those are 2 different things that you can absolutely watch. Like I said, to me, they were good shows. I literally like both of them. Of course, I love Bel-Air. And like I said, again, this show on Amazon Prime is called The Money Game. And that was just so tight, like how they were getting those NIL deals, and how just like, man, I ain't gonna lie, though. LS, like that country white in LSU or in Louisiana is country white. Like Kim Mulkey was doing, like she had like a Tuesday live radio show she did, and it's literally like in like a little, like in a sports bar somewhere, but it was kind of, I ain't gonna say little, because it was kind of like big. It was probably like the size of a Dave and Buster's, and she doing it in front of us, a live audience, ain't nothing but a bunch of old white people there. And I think I said this maybe like a year or so ago when we was talking about LSU, and I was like, damn, it's so hard to sit here and say how many people are kind of like racist towards Angel Reese on the Iowa side, but it's nothing but old white people at all these LSU games, and they literally like diehard fans cashing out, sitting here, got different businesses where they sitting here. And it was just so funny to get to see who took what deals and who turned down certain deals. Like the dude I was telling you, when Jalen Daniels, his mom was like, nah, we cool, we ain't coming back. The first year, he gave him $50,000. He was a lawyer, and he was like He was almost like one of them Jones. It was here in the DMV. If you listen to the radio, anytime, it's always, what's the dude, the Top Dog dude. His like them same, if you get it put in the cogs, and then you just that and third. His shit was the same thing. He even had Flau'jae do a new joint, because of course Flau'jae play basketball and she rap. So he had her do a new joint, like a new what was it, like a theme song for him. And she was doing that and recording it or whatever the case may be. So it was just so tight to see how all of it kind of went down, and then who eventually got too big for certain things. So like even the Lord dude, Angel never took the jump. Like, and even just to watch how her followers kept spiking up, like they was counting. I think once they was counting them kind of like more on TikTok, because that was they're young, and so that we always sit here say on the show is TikTok is more of a kid type of thing. So you kind of got to watch up like which game really spiked it up for Angel Reese. Like her following kicked all the way up after that game when she blocked the girl with one shoe, had one shoe in her hand and blocked the shot. So you got to see that little spike, and they was showing you like where their follower count went and realistically how much money they could get per post. So like it was getting up to like shit. I want to say even Slim like the sad thing is the track girl, like her post, like she literally only got like $700. I'm sure for most people listening, you like shit, that's some sweet extra money, but for them, this is kind of like their only job outside of the sport. So you compared to the gymnastic girl, she was getting 125,000 a post. She was not posting nothing on her socials for less than 125K a post. Though, do you know how crazy that is? 120. It don't matter what your junk do. You literally already know it's this right here is 125,000 just for me to post. And I believe I want to say the dude, because he said he paid for the G-Wagon and full post. I want to say his post, he got up to like 25,000 a post. So that just, to me, when you kind of get to see those little things, it was just cool. And I was just like, that's kind of fire. I'm not even going to hold you. Like that just to me was just tight. So like I said, again, if you haven't watched Bel Air, chime in with Bel Air. I'll probably be ready. Give me like, I'm still probably need like a week and a half to really lock in with the Kevin Hart joint, because I gotta finish Bel Air. Then of course, like I said, sports on too. So it's kind of like trying to like balance those things. I'm gonna get to the Kevin Hart joint though, but definitely I'm still gonna finish up Bel Air. And like I said, and I'm definitely gonna finish up this Money Game joint because I'm sold on that one. And Jalen Daniels' mom, she is a strong cookie. Like she was not going like nothing. And that to me was like, damn, that's solid. Like his mom wasn't a money hungry mom, because she kind of knew like, nah, my son will go to the NFL and he gonna get millions. So I don't even want him attached or being too long into some of these contracts where he getting shortchanged and he still got to drag some of these contracts going into his NFL season. And that is one of the things where I do even like for Angel, where she kind of was like, I don't want to do no small deals. I want to do big deals where it's long-term, where I can do deals with these people forever. Because you got to think about it, that was last season. Into this didn't have nothing to do with her WNBA stuff. This is still her last season playing in a college. So even just that, her deal with Beats by Dre and all of these other things, that kind of just trickled down going into later on, even after she was done. So like I said, it's called Money Game on Amazon Prime. And then like I said, Bel Air on Peacock. And we can get into, I do want to just go ahead and, while I'm still talking about TV, kind of we can get smack into Power. For people who haven't seen Power, this is episode 7. This is the season. This is the final season. So there's literally only 3 episodes left after this one. And this was a good one, but of course it did have its moments where it's like, all right, bro, this is just too much for TV.
Shit, Drew. Thank God you all right. Look, you gotta help me get this body.
Hands up.
What the fuck?
Hands up! Put the gun down! Now!
And I do want to play one more clip off of that.
You'd like to share or discuss?
Yeah, I do. Marry me.
Unless you have more you'd like to share or discuss.
So like I said, the way this, I'm not gonna say the episode was all over the place, because it did get right to the point and it didn't allow the storyline to linger, because we kept saying like, dang, how they gonna wrap certain things up. So they wrapped that baby up. The baby is a dub. We talked about that last week. So of course, for people who haven't seen the last episode of Power or didn't hear last week's episode, Diana did basically, she got beat up by a police officer, and the police officer beat her, put her in the hospital, and she ended up losing her kid. So that was, of course, the beginning of the very next episode. They got right into it. She in the hospital, Tariq in there with her, whatever the case may be. She mad at Tariq, and I'm still kind of just like, what are you mad at him for? He had nothing to do with this. He didn't know that deal that you had with this woman. He had nothing to do with any of this. So it's kind of, I was kind of like, damn, he catching like, it's not even fair to him. And he was ready to crash out. He was ready to sit here and say, I'm gonna take care of it, or whatever the case may be. And he ended up going to go see Tasha, and she kind of talked him out of it. So everybody kind of was talking him out of it because it was like, bro, it's no coming back from the police thing. And what I'm sitting here saying, where it's like too much for TV, and it was just like, all right, dog, y'all dragging it. Because why did they have to stay in the house so long? Any other episode of Power, anybody catch a body anywhere, it's in and out. It's no just lingering around. Even, I mean, of course, I know this is
that toy truck.
I don't care about the toy truck, what happened is because Diana ain't really built like that. So it was like, because dog, you could have realistic because you didn't shoot your gun, so it's no gun residue or nothing. You killed this woman off of using a pot. You could have just took the pot and rolled.
I want to know how they're gonna clean it because she been touching everything, was all over the house. Then now,
I mean, it don't matter because the dude gonna clean it up. I mean, what's it? Michael Ealy, he gonna clean it up the same way he sit here and told Lorenz
a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, but it don't matter. He still bought it. That's it. It don't matter what you know it's BS because you know what actually happened. But look how he cleaned it up. Yeah, even his partner kind of judging it, but still, to the point of it is, right now the way he's clean. I'm not saying that is we don't know how it's going to play off in these final 3 episodes, but right now the way he cleaning it up, whatever he gonna say, go because this is under his watch.
Yeah, but the way Lorenz take look like he ain't believe that story one bit.
But it don't matter. He took it for what it was right now.
I mean, yeah, for right now. Because it was just too fast. You ain't really know no information. You just gave up a body.
But listen to what I'm saying. But my whole point of it, that's what I'm saying is look how fast he hurried up and cleaned up his body, and how Diana was just in there, just like, oh my, like that shit just blew me. Because I'm like, bro, why did y'all stay so long? Even wanting to put the kid to bed and all that other stuff. I'm like, bro, this was just, I get it. Listen what I'm saying. I like how they did it because it was kind of still like, all right, you kind of allowing them to get to play out there, whatever their thoughts was going to be on if they had a kid or had a family together. Like, oh, you got to get you got to kind of have that little dream, but still, it was like you still had time to just leave, and they still lollygagged in there talking to more niggas. Like every person to come in there, they having a long out dialogue for this dude to sit here and come and lock everybody. Like, come on, dog, what are we doing? That's the only part that really blew me because everything else was fire until the end. It was just like, dog, and I know I'm skipping it, but that part just stood out to me. That just annoyed me so much. And that's why I wanted to even just start this episode off with just talking about this because, bro, it blew me. Like, why? I can't hear that mic. Can you hear? You don't hear yourself neither? Fix the drum, Marcus. But yeah, just I don't necessarily know what was going on with that situation, or even exactly how it played out, or why it played out like that. Talking to John. Oh, it was on the wrong slide. All right, fix it. Go ahead. You got it?
Yeah.
She ain't had no business being there. It's her fault. That's all her fault. She should just let everybody else handle it. She's not a killer. She's not a murderer.
Yeah, but Kay, I don't necessarily know. Yeah, she kind of, because I feel like it was eating her alive. The same way with Tyreek trying to kick her for like the game at the end, where it's like he understood where she was coming from because you want your get back. Because if somebody took even what he said to her was like fire, because it really made sense. It was like, I still got to live with that burden of I didn't take care. Like I killed the dude who killed my sister, but that still didn't do nothing for my soul. Like he was like, when he said, he was like, yo, your heart gonna be cold forever. She may have allowed you to live, but now you're gonna have to live with that on your heart for the rest of your life. So when he said that to me, it was like, dang, that's kind of tight what he said, but she didn't want to hear none of that because she still was like, she really wanted her way out, and she felt like the kid was going to get her out. And of course, us as adults, we see how the way that family is just kind of like blood sucking to the streets. Like the streets just need that family, and the family need the streets to kind of survive. And you see how delusional the family is on how they think the family's supposed to function. So I don't think realistically them having a kid would have solved it regardless. They still would have kind of been all over the place. But with that being said, it's still like, I understand how she wanted her own revenge because she felt like nobody else was going to save her because nobody else saved her when she got beat up.
Because nobody knew. I mean, I get it, but like nobody knew about what was that. She didn't tell Monet. She didn't tell her brother. She didn't tell nobody but Tyreek. Yeah, that was a rough one. And then even the way Sid here in a way, what's my man's name? Kane. Even the way he found out, like, he was like, oh my gosh, she worked for the dirty cop. And it's kind of like right now, it seems like Monet normally had her head like on the right path, and it was like she was kind of ahead of the game, and she kind of was coaching the family in the right way. But right now, it kind of looked like Kane is the smartest one in the family right now. He is, yeah, he is.
Like even
why you say he the smartest one?
Because he's
with the Noma thing.
Not even just with the Noma thing, but even just the way how he helped Effie sit here and figure out the scheme that they came together with to sit here and break into the police officer house, and they didn't really have to break in, so it was kind of like it's no red flags. They got to take the information off, like him putting those plays together, and then even still with the Noma thing, it's like he's still kind of like he one step ahead of Monet. I'm not saying he's one step ahead of Mona or he one step of Tariq, but I'm talking the actual family, his actual blood family. He's one step ahead of all of them because they're literally now. Oh, they crashing out and they all caught up. He the only one that's not caught up with the police officer.
I think he is caught up with that police officer. Because who wife is that? That's the one who the other cop?
Yeah.
The white guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she gonna say something.
Say something what though? Like unless they got ring. Of course it's 2024. So if they got ring cameras on
the way she was looking at him when he came up there and it started questioning him, and even with Effie being in, not in the bathroom. She gonna say something to the husband,
but she didn't know that she wasn't in the bathroom because that's when he came to the door.
But the way she kind of like the way she was questioning what's name, it was like shit not adding up. As a cop wife, she gonna pay attention to shit because even when she was like, I don't want y'all coming in the house, like she gonna say something to him.
I doubt it.
Even if she say something, but that's what I'm saying. Even if she say something to him, but if there's nothing on, unless they, like I said, now if they got ring cameras and stuff in the house, then cool. It's something it's the way to play it back. But they don't have no cameras. It ain't nothing. What can you do? There's no way you can kind of play it back. I'm not saying it can't be because, like I said, it's 2024. This is a modern day show. So could they have ring cameras on their house? Absolutely. So you could be absolutely correct. I can't sit here and say you're wrong because I don't know if they got ring cameras on the house or not, or they got cameras in the house. So you don't necessarily know. But the way Effie did it, she put the laptop back where it was supposed to. She didn't have to take the laptop. She just took the information off of it. So he won't never necessarily know what happened unless the wife say something and then she go back and play whatever's on camera that he can kind of put two and two together. But still, right now, Kanan is one step ahead of the whole entire family.
But I feel like they got to watch out for the cop itself because I feel like he know that the story that Michael Ealy trying to sell him it ain't happen.
That's why the clean guy.
Who?
That's what you talking about.
Who ain't nobody clean?
The other guy.
He dirty. The white guy, the dirty that took the money.
He took the money. No, he is the reason. He the reason Michael Ealy was cleaning up his mess.
He the reason why Lorenz Tate brother died.
I thought it was the other one that took the money.
No, it was only three of them. You got that? It's Michael Ealy, it's the white dude, and it's the lady. It was only them three. Ain't nobody else.
Okay.
So Michael Ealy was cleaning up his mess.
But one of them got killed, right?
The girl got killed.
No, in the whole Russian shootout. Didn't somebody get killed?
Yeah, but it wasn't none of the main. It wasn't none of the main people. It was just some random person who was on the jump with them. Yeah, it wasn't none of the main people though. So yeah, I don't necessarily, like I said, I still like the way it ended. And then Braden is a cold junkie though. That's like,
I knew that was going to happen because we've never seen him do drugs. I don't think any of the power. It was his brother that was doing it, not him.
Yeah, no, he turned out. He too turned out on the drugs. I ain't gonna hold you.
But that's the fucked up thing. He don't have no escape though.
What you mean he don't have no escape?
He ain't working. He ain't going to class. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't got shit.
Yeah, but you can't. That's you being a dad right now. You can't give a nigga no excuse to be no junkie.
No, I'm not giving. But I'm just saying because remember he was he was doing everything before. Now he just sitting in the room sleeping on the couch.
But what does that mean?
That's what I'm saying. He don't have.
But he only did it because of the girl. The girl introduced him to it.
Right. She introduced it. But just like when Effie said, "Damn, like I fuck. You fucked up now. Like he's fucked up. He's like his brother right now."
Well, he won't be the downfall. He might be the downfall.
Yeah, he I can't give him no excuses. That's just too much on the junkie behavior is too crazy for him. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like that's not one of them jumps that you can kind of give a pass to. Like, nah, dog. He is literally just you ready to just every time you got some pressure on you overthinking the situation, the first thing you think about now is let me go snort a line. That's crazy. Like you said, he watched his brother crash out being a junkie, couldn't hold himself. You watch your uncle sit here. You didn't watch other people in your family members do drugs and you kind of see it did not play out in their favor. So it's like, why would you sit here and open yourself up to that same realm just to sit here and be like, now I'm gonna just be sprung out on coke? Like, dog, you a cokehead now. Like literally it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You literally even messed up y'all business operation because you crashed out. You was too high. You sitting here giving on the stage and you sitting here messing up the situation that y'all had going on. Like I said, it's just to me that junkie behavior is just jumping out of like the screen and it's just ridiculous. And I'm not gonna. I don't know
that
how.
Wasn't Young Blue, was it?
Yeah, that was Young Blue.
I wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know what Drew was thinking about bringing the police officer back to the jump. Like I gotta see how that play out.
No, that's
what's
what I'm
the
confused.
point?
What was the deal?
I don't know. They didn't say.
They didn't say what the deal was.
So for him to just say that they was turning on was trying to hide the plug. Because what if I'm just like, what made him come up? Because he said, "Oh, your brother." He gave the information.
But maybe because I think the original deal was if he killed those two people in jail, then the family was off the hook.
Right.
So
But then when he told him what happened, I think that's when.
But I don't know.
Because she did tell Drew on the phone what happened.
Yeah, he did.
So that's what I'm saying. But what deal did he? That's why I'm just like, well, what deal did he make with him?
I don't know. I think to get everybody out the game, like they didn't say, so I don't know.
That's the only thing I can think of. He probably told her, "Oh, she about to kill her," and that's why they came up to the house. That's the only thing I can think.
I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily know what the deal was. I mean, I guess that will lead it into, and I do like the way they are ending each one of these episodes because they're making it like you gotta go watch the next one. Like it don't matter how you feel about the episode, but the way these episodes are ending is ending to the point where it's like you gotta watch it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, even the same way I gave Tariq credit, where it was kind of just like, all right, he real live just don't matter. He catching bodies left and right. Like Drew ain't no slouch. Like
no, and that's what
Drew is real live, really getting it done, and he getting catching hard bodies. Like he is killing people with his bare hands.
I feel like out of all of them, like he probably got the most respect right now. Because he didn't without Drew, a lot of shit would have went left for them.
Man, you could say that until now, nigga, you just made it go left for her.
But it was for a good. Well, we don't.
But everything was for a good cause because even when he killed him,
you can't. I don't know. You can't say what is a good cause until you know what the deal is.
The niggas who had him on the when they had him on the camera, right? When they killed the gun people, he took care of that.
No, listen to what I'm saying. He be taking care of business, but this right here, I'm got to see the next episode for this to make sense. Because right now it don't make no sense. I get what you're saying. Like, has he cleaned up a lot of mess for the family? Absolutely. He done kind of cleaned up everybody's mistakes or whatever the case may be. But still, yeah, I got to see how you clean this one up because I don't necessarily know like what was your purpose of bringing. Like, you literally got everybody caught up.
Unless he's trying to set the whole family up to get out, I don't know.
And I kind of don't want to know what I mean because I think you said something last week, Marcus, did you say that Tyreek killing the dude on camera, it wouldn't play in their favor, and you was right about that. Whatever I can't remember exactly what you said word for word, but I do remember you saying
that's a safe house.
It's a safe house, but I'm trying to figure out what is that. If that safe house probably is it off the books or something?
Yeah, a safe house. Yeah, nobody knows about it except for you.
No, I get what you're saying. If that's how it's supposed to go, but if that's the case, it's still supposed to. It shouldn't be to the point where it was like a red flag. They're like, oh my God, you let Tariq kill somebody. Like,
yeah, because they got killed. That's on your watch. If you have that house, if I gave you that safe house, you the only person to know that safe house. So if somebody came in there and killed that
no, I get what you're saying, but to me, I'm just going off of the way he responded to it. The way he responded, it made me feel like that safe house ain't under the police, the office, whatever, the NYPD don't know about that safe house neither.
Probably not. Because like I said, if it's a safe house, it's an official safe house. It's under your watch. Only you know about that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like it's official. I feel like it's something that they got going on their own kind. Like I don't feel like it's official. So like I said, if y'all have not seen Power episode 7 or Ghost Power Book 2 episode 7, this is, like I said, this is the last season. It's only 3 episodes left. It's a good job. Like I said, I cannot complain. I do kind of want to see how Effie gonna carry it now because that and Kane is so tender. I want to say it's smart, but it's still like he's so tender because his feelings was hurt when he found out that Davis was clapping his girl. And she's so bossed up, like, nigga, I don't answer to you. What are you talking? Since when did I tell you? Like, when do I start answering to you? I don't have to answer to you. I don't have no sit here. I don't owe you no explanation on what me and Davis got going on. We not in no relationship. And he kind of wanted to make his business.
And that wasn't his first time.
First time what?
Seeing Davis with her.
No, that was the first time, nigga. It was the way the way he seen her. Like, yeah, that ain't his first time.
I say the last time wasn't.
But he didn't make it known. Like, yeah, this is what we doing. It was like it was a business.
Yeah, well, Davis made it known. Like, nigga, I'm putting my clothes on, and she coming in her lingerie. Like, yeah, this was a good session. Like, both of them carried it. Like, nigga, we just had some fire ass sex, and we don't give a fuck about your young ass knowing that we just had some fire sex. Deal with it.
So you think that's a smart move for him to get her?
I mean, I don't necessarily know because I can't, like, she real cutthroat, so I don't necessarily know she can still be one step ahead of him. I don't necessarily know, but I know Effie, like, nigga, Effie is one of them people you kind of don't want to F over. So, and it's kind of like you made her feel some type of way because she waited at home for you. She texted you, never text back, and then her last thing is just her getting in her feelings, taking her bag, and going home. She know too much dirt. She kind of still, realistically, she's still way smarter on paper and off paper than all of them. So it's kind of like, I don't necessarily know if you want to piss her off and then leave her up to her own devices and her feel like she's going to go back to Tyreek, because let's be clear, still for Tyreek now, it's like, he's still a free agent.
Nah. You tied in now.
I
You
hear
definitely
you.
tied in there.
I hear you, but I don't.
You can't just say, "Oh, I fuck them, fuck the family." You tied in there, and he said it. Welcome to the team.
No, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, but you heard what his mother said. This is your family. You made a promise to us that you coming back home. So that don't necessarily. If it come down to it, and if it's in here saying his only way out gonna be him and Effie going out with the Tejadas, or him and Effie smoking, snaking out the Tejadas and snaking out Michael Ealy, I'm 100% positive he gonna choose Effie and he gonna make it back home to Tasha.
Do you think they're gonna make him finish school?
Oh,
Tyreek, because that's the only way he can still get the money, right?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is
Because he ain't been to class. That's why I was just wondering, like, how they gonna make him finish school so he can get the money?
Yeah, I don't necessarily know. He ain't been to school, so I don't necessarily know how that one's going to work. I do want to play a clip because I mean, of course, while we talking in real time, I'm not about to make it like I feel like this is real, but I do kind of want to highlight this young lady. Lauren LaRosa, I talked about her before because she is filling in for Jess Hilarious right now while they on the Breakfast Club. So of course, I mean, today, while most of y'all probably was watching football, allegedly Donald Trump was supposed to have got shot at while he was playing golf. So I do want to just play her breakdown of it. I don't necessarily even believe it's true, but I do feel like just to do the
he didn't get shot at.
No, he got shot at. He just didn't get hit.
No, I don't think they caught him before anything went off. I thought.
Well, and then I'm gonna play the clip and then we can talk about it.
There are a ton of reports and different things happening right now. And honestly, I don't even know how, oh my God, this is to a lot of people at this point, because things with Donald Trump are just so, everything is like a movie with this man. Like everything is like a movie. But I wanted to come on here and give you guys a timeline of what went down today during the second assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. The FBI has now come out on record and said that they are investigating this as an assassination attempt, which is a big deal because when all of this news first started breaking, they wouldn't say that. They were trying to figure out if this was just the Secret Service and local agencies intercepting someone who was basically in like a security, like you stepped across the rope and you weren't supposed
Exit left.
like you stepped across the rope and you weren't supposed to, because following the first assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, there have been a lot of different security measures put into place surrounding him and his perimeter. Or so they didn't know if it was that, or they didn't know if it was just like kind of like a one-off situation where like something just happened. And they've been looking into that, but now they are 100% saying no, this was a second assassination attempt. So they just wrapped up a press conference. When I say they, I mean the FBI and all of the local Florida agencies. This second assassination attempt went down in Florida where Donald Trump golfs. I want to make it clear that this did not happen at Mar-a-Lago. This happened at at a different location. I think people confuse the two because when we hear of Trump in Florida, we normally think Mar-a-Lago. But according to all the reports that I've been watching, the two are not, like, it's not one and the same. But at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, Sunday, police and local agencies received a shots fired call from the vicinity of where Trump was. As soon as that happened, it was escalated to multiple agencies because at this point you have local law enforcement, which is like your regular police that you call, and you have FBI and Secret Service working together. Now, once that call came in, of course, sirens are happening, people are on their way. But in the midst of that, as soon as that happened, police received a witness. Someone called in and said, hey, I heard the shots fired and I saw a guy run out of the bushes from the golf course. So police talked to this man. The man also said that he saw the guy get into a car, and that the witness said, I have a photo of the car. So he described the man, he described the car, gave police the photo of the car and FBI the photo of the car. They were then able to communicate that. They sent it over to their plate readers, which are people who can like put the numbers of a car plate in and figure out anybody that has ever been associated with that plate, any tolls that has come through, like everything, like the lifeline of that car plate. And once they did that, they were then able to communicate that information almost like instantly. Like they worked really fast today to local law enforcement who was out basically like scoping the area, trying to figure out where this guy who ran out of the bushes went. They then intercepted this guy on the highway and were able to make the arrest. Now, interesting thing here, because I know a lot of people are like, how the hell do people keep getting close to a former president of the United States? What one of the sheriffs said today in the press conference, I literally just stopped watching maybe like 5 minutes ago, was that the Secret Service in this situation did everything that they were supposed to, because Donald Trump is not a current president. The perimeter of which they survey only goes but so far, especially in a moving situation like a golf course. But there were the way that this normally works, it has been working even before Donald Trump, like presidencies years and years before Donald Trump, because presidents like the golf, is that a Secret Service agent will go 1 to 2 holes ahead of the president. So what happened here is that the Secret Service agent, who was ahead of Donald Trump, actually saw the barrel of the gun coming out of the bushes. When he saw the barrel of the gun coming out of the bushes, he engaged that person, which engaged, shooting at, like, whatever. Then that guy began to run. The suspect, who they then apprehended on the highway, began to run out of the bushes, which is where the witness would have seen him running out of the bushes and getting into the car. It's not clear right now if at all any local law enforcement had to bust their gun, engage at all in that way. But they were the ones who arrested this guy on the highway. There were videos of Trump and his motorcade headed out of the golf course, and almost instantly, like, I got the first alert from like a breaking news page that I follow on Twitter, like instantly. When I got that alert, the minute after that, there was another alert from Fox News saying that Trump's team had put out a statement saying that there was an incident in his vicinity, but he was okay. And I think that they kept it very vague because they were trying to figure out what the hell, how close was this to him? Was it a direct attack on him? And then the minute that they confirmed that, the FBI then came out and said, yes, this was something that we believe at this time was an attempted assassination on the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. Another interesting thing to note is that when they went into the bushes where the suspect was, they found an AK-47 rifle. They found 2 backpacks. It's not known yet what is inside of the backpacks, and a GoPro camera. The GoPro camera, you guys know, you're able to record in first person and different angles and all that. So it's whatever this situation was, this person wanted this to be recorded. So they're looking into all of that as well, too. Let me tell y'all how fast Trump works. Listen, the devil works hard. The devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. But you know who works the motherfucking hardest? Donald Trump. Okay. And this, honestly, this goes to why his base is as strong as it is, because these people feel like they locked in, ain't no switching up. This my homeboy. Like, before the FBI even came out and said and confirmed that they were investigating this as an assassination attempt on Donald Trump sent out an email to his campaign followers. He was already talking on his social media network, Truth Social, and was basically giving up all of the alerts the updates that he could himself, or from him, right? From his team, whoever's handling this. But the email, I was watching CNN and one of the staffers had the email. The email basically gave them an update, like, I'm okay. There was something that went down in my vicinity today, blah, blah, blah. This man ended it with, I will not give up. I will continue to fight. Make America great again. And a donation link. Let me tell you something, baby. Donald Trump is a bad bitch, because for you to have your hand out in any situation and not think twice, he's a bold motherfucker. Like I'm saying, like
so like I said, with all that being said, the reason why I wanted to use her clip, one, because I stand firmly on she do that job 100 times better than Just Hilarious. I don't care. Go argue with somebody else. It's not even close. And I do see people, of course, I know sometimes I catch myself on the YouTube comments and I'll see a lot of people bigging her up. And then I'll see, of course, it'd be some, again, I'm not gonna make it an all thing, but you do see some black women, well, is she that good at her job? Why she won't start her own podcast, bro? Let me tell you something. It's a huge difference between being able to start your own podcast and be able to come in and do a job extremely well. That's what I'm saying. I understand Just Hilarious is more popular. People like her. She came in with a fan base already, but she is not better at that job, because I promise you, listen to what I'm telling you. I know for a fact Just Hilarious cannot do what I just played. That is nowhere in hell. So when we talking about a replacement for what Angela Yee brought to the table, that's what Angela Yee brought to the table. So that right there, I don't care what nobody say. That right there is a prime example of why that girl is 100 times better for that job. Of course, we live in America, so it's a lot of times it's attached to celebrity who's more popular. So yes, is Just Hilarious more popular? Absolutely. But does she do that job at the Breakfast Club better? Ain't no way in dog green hell. But anyway, going into that Donald Trump thing, I think it's fake. I don't care. He got smoked at that goddamn
Making it a $3 bill.
He got smoked at that goddamn debate. And this is the way for him to try to get some momentum back to himself, because all the headlines with all the news and just talking about how he got smoked at the debate. And it's kind of, it seemed like this is like his little signature thing to like, how can I steal the momentum again? I think the only thing is different will be with this one is it's not on camera. People didn't get to see it. So it's not going to hit the same. And then most people going to feel just the same way I feel. Like, all right, cool. I seen this stuff. Like a homegirl of mine sent me the junk. She sent this to me in real time. She sent me the Fox News link. And I'm like, is this real? And then, so I started to go looking because I'm going back and forth and watching Bel Air, watching the football games. So I'm really not paying attention to social media because I'm trying to watch all this stuff at the same time. So then I go look and I started to see it roll down on the Twitter timeline a little bit, but I still just don't think realistically it's fake. I think for most people, they're going to feel like it's fake. And I just think that he got smoked so bad at that debate. I don't necessarily know if this is even going to help him.
And on top of that, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. So he's trying to get back any way he can.
Yeah, and he even well, it's not Twitter, but it's what is it, Truth Social. He even tweeted, but I just call it tweet the same way we do with Threads. He tweeted out and basically said, "I hate Taylor Swift." So, and my only thing, and I guess real quick, you can kind of tie that in, and then it would go to one of the conversations that we had, and we don't have to stay too much on this, but one of the things that I talked about a lot, even when you post anything about Angel Reese, and I told you I was a lot of bots who was supporting Caitlin Clark, and it came out the fake because she liked the post. I don't necessarily know if she even paid attention to what she was liking, because I mean, I'm sure Taylor, I don't know, I don't follow Taylor Swift, so I don't know how often Taylor Swift posts, but Caitlin Clark liked the post of that junk, and nigga, soon as she liked that post, nigga, them Trump people was in her comment section going absolutely crazy on her. Oh, I thought you was supposed to be our savior. Like, I'm talking about they was going. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play a jump from Kev on stage because he was reading the jumps, and that's so crazy. Just with like, and I understand if you don't create content or you don't really indulge in the WNBA stuff, you probably wouldn't know that that's the type of energy that Caitlin Clark fans was giving off. But this go from her liking that Taylor Swift post. And like I said, I don't know how often Taylor Swift posts. So I'm trying to shoot Caitlin some bail. Like maybe I didn't know that she knew that she was kind of like, felt like she was co-signing it. She could just like, damn, it's just a Taylor Swift post. Taylor ain't posting the minute I liked it.
Oh, Caitlin Clark liked Taylor Swift's post endorsing Kamala Harris. And now her comments on Instagram look like this. Just threw away my jersey. # Trump 2024. I noticed you like Taylor Swift endorsement posts of Camille and Tampon Tim. I figured you were more based and more aware. Bummer. Just play basketball and build your brand, a brand that the entire country can love. Stay out of politics. Your brand will suffer. You are young. Ask your close friends and family for advice. Definitely should have stayed out of politics, Caitlin Clark. Love watching you, but now I refuse after seeing you support Taylor Swift and Kamala. Please don't get sucked into politics. Taylor Swift is fully endorsing candidates that want to allow children to be surgically or chemically treated to change their bodies permanently without parental consent. Do your own research. Think she's a phenomenal entertainer and talent otherwise. We lost another great baller, one of the best I've seen as a woman. I only started watching because of her outstanding skills, but now she's involved in the politics of the Democrats. I'm moving on to something else. You are a female athlete. Why would you support a party that are allowing men to play women's sports? You just couldn't keep your politics out of sports. You've lost millions of supporters. Trump 2024. Dang, supporters you when all the liberal WNBA were against you, but can't support someone that is voting for Kamala, who policies will hurt the future generation's ability to own a house or get a high-paying job. Was just starting to finally pay some attention to the WNBA because somebody was actually worth watching. Then you caved. Bae, why are you a Democrat? Them folks told you to shut up and dribble, huh? That's crazy. Crazy. All this over Instagram, like. So, Caitlin.
So, which it is crazy over, and that is, I guess, that comes with the price of celebrity, which is absolutely insane because you should be able to. But again, I mean, I'm not surprised at it because, like I said, I indulge in the WNBA Twitter and Threads community, and I post stuff Angel Reese, so I know the difference. I know what the comment section look like. I know it'd be bots, and know if the people do post something, it'd be a picture of Caitlin Clark, and then the next picture it'd be a Trump thing. And that is one of the reasons why I say like I don't want to even indulge with the conversation. I don't even like mentioning the girl name because I don't want that shit on my page. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want no parts of no Trump, nothing on my page. I'm gonna tell you the top. I said this a million times, and we'll talk about this a little bit later when we get to Stephen A. Smith. But 3 people that I don't want their fan base on my page. I don't want no smoke with the Bobs. I don't want nothing to do with no Trumpers, and I don't want nothing to do with the Caitlin Clark supporters. And I'm never gonna get the Beehive mad, so I don't have to worry about it. But those 3 people, I don't want no parts of that. Like it's just certain things that you kind of just want to stay kind of clear that. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I feel bad for her because I mean that is the same audience that kind of helped her rise above when nobody else was supporting her and they got behind her. So I mean she kind of had to figure it out. But like I said, again, I mean, yeah, she don't have to, but she's still, because her thing used to be I don't be on social media. So people was kind of dragging her for that because they was like, oh, I thought you don't be on social media, but you was like one of the first people to like the Taylor Swift jump.
Yeah, but that's my thing. I mean, how many people have access to your social media account? So I don't feel I've never.
So you feel like she should blame it on somebody else?
No, she don't have to blame it on nobody. It is what it is. You like the post? Oh well. What is wrong? Like that, that's my thing. You gonna let somebody dictate what you like because of a comment? What do it matter? And I feel like even with her, the way she protect her, kind of like, dog, she turned down $1 million offer to do that voice. I mean, the View interview. So I feel like this some shit she kind of knows, like, hey, I don't need to put myself in that position. Just because she liked it, I don't feel like you going about to sit here, oh, I'm about to lose all the followers. Okay, like you said, most of my bots are not real fans.
I mean, like I said, I don't know. I do think a lot of them are bots, but I do think a lot of her support. I'm not gonna say I think. I know for a fact a lot of her supporters are Trump supporters. So I can understand how they probably would get upset with it's like, damn, dog, I thought you was one of us. I'm not like I can't be mad at them because if I thought you was one of us, like I would kind of be heartbroken. Like it would be like the same way people get mad at like if it's your favorite rapper and then he's supporting Trump. It's kind of like the same thing. So I can't be like. I think that is one of the
but then that's my thing. Even like going back to the whole situation with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is a Trump supporter. So just
I can't sit here and say he a Trump supporter. Trump got him out of jail. So I can't. And I seen people try to throw that back in his face. I'm like, bro, I hear it's easy to say that, but you can't sit here and tell a nigga like, bro, this nigga was facing 10 years. This man got him out of jail.
I hear that, right? But even right now, like I said, you don't want to take that chance. A lot of stuff that people say, or even what's name, you don't want to take that chance, right?
No. I agree with you. No, I agree.
Like even being like with Kanye, nobody wants to be seen, or even because you know how he can just go off. Oh, well, yeah, you know the hat and all that shit. Like I said, some stuff do, but I feel like even with Caitlin Clark, she kind of keep her image kind of squeaky clean. So I don't feel like this is about to be. Oh my God, they about to stop. No, they still want to support her. They still want to pay attention to her.
I mean, I'm not saying that people. I'm not listening to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that everybody's going to stop, but I do think a large group, if the real Trump people that really was getting behind her to just be able to sit here and say, all right, we can hide behind her, and just in the name of her, we can kind of kick a bunch of black women back in. I do think a lot of them going to slow down on it a little bit now. Like, all right, well, cool, let her defend for herself, because those are the people realistically.
And shit, didn't you say it was what was the women that supported Camilla, the white women that did all the donations?
Mm-hmm.
It was a bunch of white women.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why I mean, but that's why I said even with her, I'm like, I'm not gonna pay it no mind if you telling me a bunch of white, let's say guys, because we can't sit here and say it's all women. It's mostly guys. You don't know them, you don't have a face to them, so it's just like, all right, it's a bunch of white dudes behind a computer doing whatever they're doing. Mm-hmm. Why would you trip about it? That's not going to stop you from doing what you're doing.
I mean, like I said, it depends. I mean, I listen to what I'm saying. I understand when you take that stance, sometimes it's easier. And let's be clear, I think it can be easy if you're not using social media for dating purposes too. And I think that's something that I got to be realistic to myself, because you're absolutely right. She don't have to check her mentions. It's not going to realistically slow down the probably people who really live in Indiana, because I don't even necessarily know what Indiana vote, because I'm going to say fucking Pete Buttigieg was like something. So I don't necessarily, Indiana may be blue actual as a what is it, a city by itself. So I don't necessarily know, Indianapolis, whatever it is. I don't necessarily know. I don't know the politics in Indiana. I've never been there. I kind of don't care neither. I don't want to go there. So, but I do think I agree with you. And I think if she can,
they said I think it was a red state. Because remember when Joe was talking about,
maybe I don't necessarily. Like I said, I don't know. I don't necessarily know. I don't pay attention to their politics. I only knew one girl that lived there. She don't live there no more, so I don't necessarily know. But like I said, I do want to still, while we still right here on politics, I do want to play a couple of these other clips, and I do want to ask y'all: is it only bad that people eat cats now because they were black? Because I do kind of want to. I'm gonna play the clip. No, because this is what I'm saying. Let's be clear. We all eat carryout, and that's one of the things that people say about carryout all the time. And niggas never cared to stop eating carryout or whatever the case may be. But I was wondering, like, why is it so offensive now? Because they said it's Haitian people, but everybody was okay with making jokes and saying that's what we eat at the carryout.
Because I think it's because somebody said, because I heard it on the radio today, somebody said they actually saw their Haitian neighbors stringing up cats and dogs and slaughtering them and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So
she came back and said, she basically lied about it.
So, but my question would be is though, how do we pick and choose what animals is okay to eat?
Because
I think it's a big difference.
Because a cat and a dog, like
because that's why. But because why? Because people make them pets.
We get it. We get a joke of, but until you actually really see.
No, I'm saying screw the joke. I ain't even talking about the joke. I'm being dead serious right now. How do we determine what animals are okay to eat and which ones ain't?
And but that's the thing. If you actually saw in the carryout that they were sitting there cooking rats and now you probably wouldn't care about the rats, but cats and dogs, you wouldn't eat there.
What? I wouldn't eat a rat either.
No. But I'm just saying. But just actually seeing that, and that's why I say even like when you eat the cow, yeah, we eat cow meat and all that. But it's just like, all right, it's a dog, it's a cat. Like you have those as pets.
So no, what I'm saying though. So are y'all saying that just because there are pets in America, we are trained that these are pets? Because y'all all seen Charlotte's Web, nigga, that pig was her pet, but they still eat pigs.
But pigs are used to.
So that's my point. So you basically saying the only reason
cats and dogs are not.
That's only in America though. I'm showing other countries, especially when you see a bunch of wild cats just running around in the street. I'm showing other countries. I ain't been a bunch of places, so I can't sit here and say for like verbatim like this is a fact. But I'm showing a bunch of countries, especially when you see a bunch of just stray cats just running all up and down. You think if I get hungry and I ain't seen a chicken in God knows how long, and this cat come past and I can just snatch him up and kill him and sit here and turn it and it tastes just like fried chicken? You think I'm gonna let this cat just keep running around, or I'm gonna turn him into fried chicken?
No, and that's why I said you're absolutely right about it. Alligators, we eat everything.
So that's my point. So is it only in America where it's saying, oh, you eat cats and dogs, that's offensive? Because I don't necessarily, like I said, I haven't, my passport is very empty, so I don't necessarily know. But I watched enough TV, I seen enough documentaries. There be a lot of wild, random cats just running around in a lot of other countries. So you telling me that these people just allowing all these they not pets, they just out in the middle of the street just running up and down, and you telling me somebody, I'm low on chicken, the chicken man trying to up the price, I can hurry up and turn this chicken into some beef and broccoli? I can turn this cat into some beef and broccoli. You gonna tell me I'm not? If I can still turn a profit and you don't know, because guess what? When we was young, guess what our parents used to do? For in our family, Thanksgiving and Christmas, rabbit is a thing. For a long time, guess what my mother used to lie and say, tell us it's chicken. She still do it to our nieces and nephews, and you wouldn't, and they fry it to the point where you're not going to know. And you not, because it tastes so, and real, let's keep it a buck. Rabbit tastes 100 times better than chicken. Fried rabbit tastes better than chicken any day. But guess what she gonna do? Lie to you and say, oh yeah, it's chicken. So you're not gonna know no better, and you're gonna go along with it. Until then, when I was younger, my best friend at the time, his dad, he used to cook deer. He was from South Carolina. Deer tastes better than fucking steak. It's some of the best beef or red meat you gonna ever eat in your life. So that, and you put the sauce on it. He chop it up like what is it? Cook? What is it like the cookout shit? What they call it? Barbecue or whatever? I don't necessarily know. They chop it up and put that barbecue sauce on it. That shit is the best shit you gonna eat in your life. So my point of it is other places further in the South, they eat a little bit different from what normal up north people do. I'm sure it's a lot of people in the DMV ain't never had deer, ain't never had rabbit. I'm sure people in New York and then further you up north, a lot of that is just chicken, salmon, and maybe like some pork chops and some steak. And maybe if you got a little bit of bread, you may have done some duck before. But a lot of people ain't doing that. Think about even for lamb chops. Like, nigga, that shit's so expensive. That shit becomes like that slowly but surely becoming something in the black household when you make out a couple extra dollars. But for years, we weren't eating no lamb chops. We was eating pork chops. So how do we determine what animal can't be cooked and which one can? When do we sit here and say, "Oh no, you can't do cats and dogs because you sit here and because they become
pets. You look at them as pets, not."
And just like we eat fish, everybody eat fish, and I'm pretty sure everybody had a goldfish or whatever.
So that's so how do you determine what? I mean, of course, you would never be able to eat a goldfish because the goldfish is so small. But how do we sit here and say we're gonna keep drawing the line on cats and dogs, but you are willing to eat fish? I don't think
you draw the line. I think it's just not a known thing. Like if you just sit here, it's not. It's like, so if you sit here saying it was an actual like, all right, this is the dog food. Like this is a dog. We cooking that. Do you spray away from it? I don't think so. I mean, and if like you said, if it's good,
I know that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want somebody to tell me, like, if you sit here and came up and be like, I got this fried dog. Don't tell me. Let me eat it first.
Okay,
and
so
then
my
tell
question
me.
isn't why. So why wouldn't you? Eat it? So why wouldn't you eat it?
Because it's mentally already embedded in my head.
Because it's a pet.
But what I'm saying is, allow me to eat it first. The same way that my mom did with rabbit, the same way my friend father used to do. He used to lie. Oh, it's a steak. It's you know what I'm saying? Like he used to lie about what it is until he see, oh, you like it? It's really dead.
So that's what he said. It's kind of it's normalized. Cats and dogs, they're pets. They're not something that's supposed to be eaten. So that's how it is here. Now, like you said, in other countries, you don't know, but here, cats and dogs, they're pets. You don't eat that.
I mean, you ain't supposed to, but it's still like,
and you don't see no damn stray cows or no. Shit, pigs are running around like that.
Because if you look at other countries, they might have pet goats and stuff like that. And so I don't know, but here's their pets not to be eaten.
And why I can't find it? I thought I sent y'all a clip of him talking about they eating cats and dogs.
Sales tax would actually result for middle class families in about 4,000 Trump sales tax.
Yeah, I can't. I thought I sent it, but I didn't. But anyway, like I said, to me, I don't necessarily know how they drew when it became the big red flag. I do want to play this lady though. This lady, she crazy. She's called them Shaniquas. Like Bro, the level of disrespect that white people can get off on their little shit be.
They talk in their little DEI Shaniqua voices, and it's just very piercing, very irritating sound. They all have the same voice. I'm talking about Kamala Harris, Letitia James, and Fannie Willis. Like all of the like meritless DEI Shaniquas talk the same way. It's very obnoxious the way that they talk, and they're.
Again, like I said, the level of disrespect sometimes, and I think that's what it makes it be hard for people to respect people who sit here and say that they are a fan of any of these other people. And then I guess real quick, while we still talking about Trump is now trying to see, and the sad thing is, in which I guess is kind of messed up because because I'm not an immigrant, so I don't necessarily like it doesn't I guess it doesn't pull at my heartstrings. And I think that is probably one of the sad things, I guess, about even just being an American. Sometimes none of us really, like I always say this, it don't affect us until it knock on our door. So people don't know what I'm talking about. Trump is basically saying if he gets to become a president again, he will make it illegal for migrants to be able to rent apartments or be able to get mortgages. And like I said, I understand how bad and how hard it is for people to even be able to get into apartments, for people to even be able to get mortgages. And that is one of the things that Kamala Harris was running on. She was sitting here saying that she will, from first home buyers, that she will make it where they get $25,000 to go for a down payment for first time home buyers. So like I said, I get it. I understand a lot of these things are huge. And I do kind of want to give them some credit because I'm sure if y'all been out around, and it probably just maybe depend on what side of town you live in or where you live in, but the gas prices have been going down extremely. Like I literally got gas for like $2.80 something the other day. So it's like
summertime over.
I mean, nigga, it ain't been $2 something like in on years.
Yeah, nigga, when the summer's over, the price.
Yeah, but no, listen what I'm saying. Let's be clear. I'm sure most people will be happy if they can get it at $3.10, $3.15. To see it go all the way down to like $2.85, $2.90 and a lot. I'm talking a lot of places. Like it was like gas was low in a lot of places. Like, let's be clear, it's still some areas that's trying to hold on to the 350s or whatever the case may be, but it's enough areas now that's down to like
But that's the thing that you just got to do for yourself, because you got to pay attention to where you're getting gas at. When you get gas near a highway exit, they're always going to be high.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Marcus, listen to what I'm saying. I understand all of that, but I'm telling you, for the majority of 90% of gas stations, I saw a majority of them are low, like extremely low, to the point where we was recording maybe a couple months ago, and I'm like, damn, the gas price is high as hell. Like, nigga, them jumps, you the talking about they done literally dropped damn near 70 or 70 cents. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a huge, like they literally, the last time it dropped that low was during COVID because nobody was outside driving, so you had no choice but to drop it. Like at that time, I think, well, that was like, I wish I had somewhere to go because at that time gas was like $1 something. But that was because, guess what, they knew, like, ain't nobody coming to get gas. Like, nigga, they don't even need gas. So you got to make it so low that somebody would just feel like, oh, shit, gas are only $1 something. I might as well just fill up, and you probably didn't even need to. So, like I said, I do want to kind of give them credit for that because I do know that is one of the things that I may have been looking. Oh, you know what's crazy? I wasn't even in the out, John. I did send it. I'm tripping. I was in the wrong chunk. That's why I couldn't find it. I'm like, hold on. My bad.
They have to share it. They have to get these messages out there. If you see it, report it. Because no one else is going to do that if we don't do it ourselves, Charlie. It's disgusting, and it should not be happening in America. It shouldn't be happening anywhere else in the civilized world, but that's the reality. Okay? You look at Haiti, you look at the demographic makeup, you look at the average IQ. If you import the third world into your country, you are going to become the third world. That's just basic. Like, it's not racist, it's just fact. You see that happening in these places. And again, these places, they have to show it, they have to share it, they have to get these messages out there. If you see it, report it. Because no one else is going to do that if we don't do it ourselves, Charlie. It's disgusting, and it should not be happening in America. It shouldn't be happening anywhere else in the civilized world, but that's the reality. Okay? You look at Haiti, you look at the...
So that's Donald Trump Jr. I just do want to play, a matter of fact, because I was talking about him, I just want to play a couple of these clips just so people can kind of be familiar, because I do feel like, and the reason why I do want to play these clips and have these conversations, because I remember a girl got in my conversation comment section last week because of when it was the Wayne and the Kendrick conversation, and the girl was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe y'all sitting here making this big deal about who gonna do the Super Bowl. What about the pilot?" And I told her, and I said, "Well, Matt, first your page is private. Want to make your page unprivate? You start to post this stuff, and I will follow your lead. But I am somebody who listens, because I do realistically, I do kind of agree it should be a good balance, because I do kind of personally." Even when I listen to Joe Budden, I'm like, bro, it's everybody in this room is older than me. There's no way in hell y'all cannot have at least a 20 to 30 minute conversation about politics as grown people. Like, that to me is kind of like, that is, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's kind of like wild and kind of like very distasteful. It's like, damn, y'all like literally all of y'all 40, some of y'all close to pushing 50, and you can't have you can't have at least you talking about 6 people in the room, and y'all can't have a 25-minute dialogue about politics.
Because
it's
I think
nuts.
sometimes you just don't. I feel like you share information, but then you, like I said, you don't want to sway nobody.
I mean, you don't have to sway nobody, but you can still give your opinion. You can still have a talking point. You don't got to sway nobody because people gonna vote for who they want to, but you can still be as an adult. Like that's when we talking about people. But even when we talking about dating, Marcus, that's why it be so like people be like, oh, why you don't have nothing to talk about? Because some women think it's a flex, like, oh, I don't watch TV, I don't listen to music, I ain't got time for that. Well, then what the fuck are we ever gonna talk about?
But no, but that's my thing. It's just like, even when you say, like, even with the politics thing, it's like, all right, if you're not really into the politics, then you sitting here talking to or saying, yeah, well, hey, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. It's just like, all right, well, I'm just trying to sway you, but I'm not gonna give you both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say
no. So listen to what I'm saying. No, but perfectly listen to what I'm saying. But even listen, think about what you just said. I don't have to know politics, but I can sit here and even as what I just said. Oh, let me give y'all a shout out because the gas prices are low. This is something that I complained about earlier in the year. So now that I see that it's 60, 70 cents cheaper now, I'm going to sit here and say something. That's me just being an adult. That's that. They don't have nothing to do with politics. I know who in the office right now, and I do know that the gas prices is lower. So I'm going to acknowledge, oh, gas prices are lower. The same way we was all complaining about, damn, the eggs and all this other stuff is so high. When you see stuff drop off, it to me would be your civil duty to sit here and say, hey, I can acknowledge that the gas prices have gone down lower. That's all I'm sitting here saying. I'm not sitting here telling you that a nigga got to sit here and say, oh, let me break down their policy or whatever the case may be. But just a perfect example. We're all in this grown. We watched the debate. We ain't got to break down policy. I asked you, I heard him say something. One of the hottest talking points of the debate was him talking about people eating cats and dogs. I asked y'all this happened in the debate, so I took it from the debate and said, hey, damn, when did it become a bad thing to eat cats and dogs? Like, who made so that's still a talking point. My whole point of sitting here saying you can't have 6 grown people in their 40s and you completely run away from the conversation like it didn't happen. You cannot spend 30 minutes talking about Lil Tyler or whatever the fuck that girl name is, and you can't give me 30 minutes on it. That's Marcus. Come on, stop. I'm not going for that.
I mean, they did
The
talk
White
about
House
it.
we will require that all companies receiving federal housing subsidies to verify citizenship. We're going to verify citizenship. We're going to make sure that it's a legal residency. And as a condition of their rental agreements, they're going to have to do all of it. Taxpayers will not subsidize apartment rentals for illegal aliens, and we will not permit illegals to drive up the cost for Americans in need. I returned.
So that was from the clip from what I was just sitting here saying about my last thing, him sitting here clowning. He had to do, and the crazy thing is this Nicky Jams had a nigga, he had a doc. I want to say was it a TV show or was it a docu-series? I want to say it was like a TV show. I want to say it was on Netflix. And that's so crazy, just like, I want to say he Puerto Rican, and just for him to sit here and go up to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump completely disrespected where was he? Where did he go? And he threw the people with the towels. Was that Puerto Rico? Yeah, I want to say it was in Puerto Rico.
Latin music superstar Nicky Jam. Do you know Nicky? She's hot. Where is Nicky?
This is a man.
Where is Nicky?
Says she.
Yes.
Thank you, Nicky. Great to be having you here.
And he ain't even fixed himself.
Now
either.
you have to get. Oh, look.
No, he called this man a woman. Ain't she hot? Like, you didn't even know who you was calling up, and that's just my point. It was just like, nah, dog. Like, certain stuff just be like out of pocket. I'm cool. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I said, we ain't got to drag out the politics too much, but I did just want to play those clips to kind of just to make sure I do my justice and my due diligence on talking about politics. I guess we can kind of get into one of the biggest stories over the week was Shannon Sharpe. I don't necessarily know if you're even supposed to play this. I guess you could probably play a clip of it or just a little bit of him. You know what's so crazy about the internet and how the internet works? Like, people listen to stuff and pay attention to smallest details. So it was women on the internet, I was on Twitter and on Threads, and they were sitting here saying, "Oh damn, Shannon Sharpe still must be hitting white women because you ain't hear no cheeks clapping. She ain't got no type of she ain't had no macaroni time with her situation, and her ass wasn't clapping or nothing. He was just in there making a bunch of noise." So I'm trying to here's this clip of Shannon. Shannon. Here we go. I don't even, like I said, I'm gonna talk over it a little bit because I don't necessarily know if you're supposed to be talking about it. But I'm trying to get to the part where he started rattling like a gorilla. And somebody said, he said, this nigga sound like a Cane Corso. And you know what the funny part of? Come on, Shannon. I don't know. It's taking too long to get to it. But anyway, he basically called the lady, oh, ain't that Mama Michelle or whatever the case may be. And my only thing to, I guess, with Shannon Sharpe, a lot of people sitting here saying it was messed up. That how did he not get fired from ESPN and Paul Pierce did? And we can talk about if it's fake or not. No, and I'm gonna tell you what the big difference is. And I meant to even, I can even make this into, I'm making this a lot of cases. One, all y'all gotta do is go look at numbers. Everybody, we love to talk about numbers any other time. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and go on ESPN channel. And ESPN still got like almost 1.5. I think ESPN, matter of fact, I want to give it 100% right. Let me tell you exactly how many ESPN got. ESPN's YouTube channel. ESPN got 12.7 million subscribers on their YouTube channel. The average thing on ESPN may peak out at like, it's clips and highlights. So maybe like clips and highlights, it might got like 400,000. I'm talking about, I want to say shows though. I want to actually tell you shows from stuff. Let me listen to say, ones that I looked at when I was making this my talking point. A lot of them only get like 40, 50,000, maybe 100,000. Club, listen, Nightcap. We ain't even talking about Club Shay Shay. Nightcap literally average 260,000 viewers a night. The average show on this ESPN, they only got 1.5 million subscribers. So you sitting here talking about ESPN got 12 million subscribers and still Nightcap do way more. Imagine if ESPN was uploaded Nightcap. So there's no way realistically, because let's be clear, the three biggest people on ESPN right now is Pat McAfee, Shannon Sharpe, and Stephen A. Smith. And of course, because Stephen A. has been on there so long, so I'm sure if you want to go seniority, you can sit here and say Stephen A. over Shannon Sharpe. But if we talk about popularity on social media or whatever the case may be, it's Shannon Sharpe, and it's Shannon Sharpe by a long shot. Like, you kind of can't compare Pat McAfee because Pat McAfee kind of leans more into, he's a white guy, so he gets to get off a lot of white stuff. Like stuff that you will laugh at him and find funny from him is because he's a white dude. So he gets to lean more on the like, I can pander to a different audience that Shannon or Stephen A. and them never going to be able to lean into because they're not white. But going back into the Paul Pierce thing, bro, Paul Pierce did that little shit on a live with the strippers. He literally had 300 people watching him on his Instagram live when he got fired. Shannon Sharpe had 6,000 people listening to him. My Michelle. Listen to what I said. 300 people and 6,000. It's a huge difference. If you sit here and think that somebody who only get 300 people watching them and somebody who got 6,000 people who accidentally, this ain't no plant, nothing. This is literally just people being horny and listening to him have sex. Paul Pierce actually had strippers on the camera and still could only get 300 people on his damn live.
Smoking weed.
Like I said, with all that being said, it still don't matter. And I seen a woman was like, oh, what would you see here if this was one of the women that worked at ESPN? I bet you they're fired. Let me tell you something. All the women at ESPN, I promise you, they're going to get fired. And whenever that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, their first rookie contract up, all the women who are supposed to talk about the WNBA, and all you see is all the women who are fans of the WNBA complain about how they do a horrible job. All of them will get fired because guess what the ESPN going to start to do? They're going to start to sit here and say, oh, well, let me look at the numbers. Well, Angel Reese got her own podcast. Why the fuck am I gonna keep paying y'all to talk about her, and she can get more people to sit here and listen to her than y'all can get to talk about her? I'm listening to what I'm telling you, because that's what happened with the basketball players. Guess what TNT started to say? Oh, Draymond got a popping podcast. We're gonna break. That's all they're going to do. So eventually ESPN is going to find a way of, oh, I'm just gonna get Sue Bird to come in here and talk about this because she already built up her own audience because Sue Bird got a podcast. Oh, I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at it. It's like the lady Elle Duncan. She get like 40,000. Like her most jump made got like 100,000. Angel Reese only got like 7,000 subscribers on her jump. Her already getting 100,000 on each episode. And that's my point. When we talking about, she get hers, and the Elle Duncan lady get her shit uploaded on ESPN. Remember the number I told you. So there's no way in hell y'all could have ever thought that ESPN was going to fire Shannon Sharpe for that. Are you dumb?
But it's not even that. It's just the content of it in the first place. At the end of the day, I feel like there was an ad. He was doing an ad.
No, of course.
But my thing is, it's just even with Paul Pierce and Shannon Sharpe, there are two different players. One person has been on a show, has been holding his own down. Paul Pierce is just a fill-in. You've been on there, you've been doing whatever you're doing. Even like with the whole KG situation when they was on live watching it was the Denver and Miami series, when he was like, oh yeah, I got a rental girlfriend. Like, it's just some niggas you just can't put on TV. They just do nigga shit.
I mean, I don't necessarily. I mean, I don't even necessarily know if it. I'm just not going to just put it on that. I still just think.
But it is like you gotta carry yourself. At the end of the day, you gotta carry yourself to a certain extent. Like you Disney is behind ESPN. Whatever you do is still behind Disney. Now, if this was on ESPN, like if it was under the ESPN account that Shannon Sharp did that, I think maybe he probably would have.
Yeah, but I'm saying I hear what you're saying, but I think people could. If I'm going off of just what you're saying, and we're not going off of numbers and how big Shannon Sharp already is, I do think realistically I could lean into people sitting here saying why Shannon Sharp didn't get fired too, because what you're saying just off the Disney thing that you're sitting here saying, I could sit here and kind of say, well, Shannon Sharp he work at Disney too. This is you ain't never seen nobody.
But you didn't see nobody. But you
heard it.
But you still don't know what the actual action was going on. You do not. It's your imagination. You
sure,
did not see anything. But I see you smoking weed, have weed in your head, and strippers behind you. That's a big difference. It's a visual. I see that, and you think that's okay?
You didn't know. You could hear what was going on.
You cannot. It's just like Mikey said. Oh, wasn't no cheek slap. You don't know.
But you can hear.
You can hear.
You can hear, but I get what Mark is saying, because you still got to leave it up to
it.
imagination, because then you will have to prove that he actually was having sex. Because what if he actually wasn't having sex?
Doing an ad.
And which he did. And let's be.
What was it?
So basically,
he's selling.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna play the ad because I did send y'all that. He doing on Instagram. Yep, he definitely did an ad. He was doing an ad for a sex pill. What is the name of this pill? Hold on,
tell me that. Nixon.
Oh, here you go.
Me being a healthy, active male, I'll get it in. Real talk. Okay, Ryan?
Come on, man.
He sparks hard, Ocho. And, I hit one early in the morning. I was just so spark, bro.
It's called Rose Sparks. It's a red sex pill. He literally, soon as that very episode, and this is what I'm talking about. But again, to me, I don't want to even shoot him some bill. I mean, we could see. Of course, it was fake because, like I said, literally. But that as soon as he got on live, he had 100,000 people waiting for him. ESPN to see what he was going to say and how he was going to talk about it. They ended up it peaked off at 300,000 people. Listen to what I'm telling you. You cannot get rid of somebody who can garner 300,000 people to watch them at 11 p.m. at night. Because ESPN don't got no show. If realistically, I'm sure it's a numbers thing. Shannon and Ocho may be waiting it out. I'm sure ESPN is going to eventually find a way to sit here and pay them and bring that live to ESPN. Because they don't have no show at that time of night. It's nothing on ESPN at 11 p.m. at night.
But then another thing, I can't remember when the Paul Pierce went live. It was during a game, right?
I want to say was it Super Bowl or All-Star?
It was actually during a game. So you got to think about, like I said, Shannon Sharp, when his actions, what he did, he was not on air. He was not doing, you know what I'm saying? Like it was during his personal time. Ain't accidentally went, well, not accidentally.
Yeah, because no, and let's be clear, for people who don't know, I'm sure y'all done already heard or you already got your own thoughts about this. You can't accidentally go on Instagram.
Yeah, no, you absolutely
right. For somebody, listen to what I'm saying. I read all my videos, my green screen videos, I record them on Instagram. I record them in the story, and you can, and they ask you, hey, you can move up, you got to move over at least 3 or 4 other things to even get to the live, because the live is the last one. It'll be like story, it'll be like post, it'll be like reel, and live is the last one. So you can't accidentally get on Instagram live. Like I said, I'm not mad at Shannon Sharp. It's cool. Like you probably, and I seen Jason Lee kind of trying, like I told y'all, he was going to become a whore to that viral thing because it's a hard bug to shake. And let's be clear, for most people, it is, because you're chasing numbers. It becomes a numbers thing. It becomes like, oh, how many impressions? It's like, you kind of cannot deny that. I want to say it was this lady I follow on Threads, and she made I thought I sent it. Hold on, let me read it down. So what was it? Okay, because she was basically just breaking down the advertisement. He's talking about, okay, he got 300,000 people to watch him on Instagram Live, and his page is monetized. First thing he did was promote DraftKings, and then he promoted a new brand that's called Row, and that was the sex pill we was just talking about, especially on how many times Unc promoted the Row pill. Then they had merch for it, and also joining the YouTube channel, the memberships went up, and they got a super chat for. So for super chat is basically for people, like if you after your page get over a certain amount of subscribers, people can sit here and they can pay you. They can just it's literally like they can tip you live on the YouTube channel. You got to have a certain amount of subscribers for them to even allow you to do that. So like I said, with all that being said, still ESPN does not have a program right now that drawing us that much attention. So for all the people who sit here and think, oh, Shannon Sharp was going to get fired, I hate to tell you, it's a numbers game. We do live in a world where people want to judge numbers, and Shannon Sharp numbers are extremely too high, and it's hard to replace him. And we already talked about that. Look at Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless He didn't even last a whole year without Shannon Sharpe. He could not last into the next football season, and he called it quits. Again, and that's what Paul, guess who was sitting on there with him? Paul Pierce. So for people to sit here and say, why did Shannon Sharpe not get fired? The same reason why Paul Pierce is still on Fox Sports right now and nobody's watching that shit he got. And I'm sorry that he on there with Joy because she on damn near death row on Fox Sports. Like they just put her on any show to sit here and try to give it some type of life, and it's not, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. And I do.
What kind of name is that?
What?
Dude name was like Toot.
Oh, I don't know. Let me real quick my last little bit of Shannon Sharpe, and we can get into something else.
Oh, them people that was reacting that shit was fucking funny as hell.
Reading what?
Reacting his
reacting to Joe.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it in between your thighs.
I'm talking about funny. I'm talking about I was on a plane catching up to what was happening. And boy, one thing about Twitter and Black Twitter and their creativity, boy, listen. If you want to laugh, if anybody was having a bad day today, scroll through goddamn Twitter. Boy, there's some funny shit on there, boy. It's some funny stuff on there.
I did not. Man, come on, man. Now, so what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna try to find out every Michelle that I've ever talked to, every Michelle in LA, in Atlanta, in this place. Really?
Honestly, I was thinking of all Michelles that it could possibly be. I'm thinking Michelle Pfeiffer. You know, I'm thinking K. Michelle. I'm thinking I'm trying to think of other Michelles that
you know that name
I would know and
trust and believe. Listen to what I'm saying. If it was K. Michelle, nigga, that thing would have been clapping crazy. I don't care what other stuff she done got to take out. K. Michelle still got them clappers back there. Let's be clear. If that was K. Michelle, that ass would have been clapping. I promise you. He talking about he was in there 25. And this is another reason why you know the nigga lying and you know it was staged. It's no way. How was you in there 25 minutes previously and then it went on live the last minute and 30? Like, come on, cut it out, Unc. Like I said, I'm not mad at him. I'm not gonna lie though. The only cringy part to this is him putting out t-shirts saying my Michelle.
Shit, better market off of it.
Nah, dog, that's corny.
That ain't corny.
Why?
It's corny if you don't pay her. That's corny.
I mean, it might not even be corny if you don't pay her because it might not even be a real thing. It may not have actually ever happened.
But you still got to pay her.
I get what you're saying, but it's just to me personally that, like, I seen that shirt, I'm like, bro, that's kind of corny. Like, come on, you too old to be doing that.
Shit, hey, you got to market every dollar.
Nah, nigga, it's sure all money ain't good money, and that was corny. I'm not gonna lie to you. My Michelle, that t-shirt, that was corny though. He could have did without that one. I'm not gonna hold you. Like that was a little too much. Like it was like, come on. Like you could have did all the other t-shirts, but my Michelle, that was a lot. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I was cool on that one. Like nah, that was nasty work.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like when he said that whole, accidentally got hacked and all this shit, I can if you would have accidentally uploaded a picture, I can get that. That's happened to a lot of people. But that shit's like, first thing, I got hacked. How the fuck you get hacked?
I don't even necessarily know how often do people actually accidentally upload pictures. Like you gotta kind of be like. Even still with all that, it's still a process.
Nah, I've done it before.
Yeah, maybe back in the day when Instagram was older, but now they be trying to get you to put music on your shit, try to get you to add AI to the pictures. They be trying to get you to do a bunch of stuff. So it's not just randomly a quick post no more.
And you're absolutely right. And like I said, when I did it, it was back in the day. Like
of course, when it was probably just only like a one punch thing. Like, you didn't have a bunch of features now, but you smart now, though it's a lot of, they add I'm just talking about somebody who posts damn near every day. They got a lot of features that they ask you and try to offer you. They always try to get you to add some music to whatever you posting. So that's going to be one of the first options. So it's not too much just, oops, I accidentally post something. That's not going to happen. But I do want to change the conversation up a little bit because I am one of those people who do to support and champion Wale a lot. And I do tell y'all a lot of times I feel like Wale, people wouldn't play on his top as much if he kind of had just some more thorough people around him, somebody who will actually probably punch people in their face for just having wild takes or saying crazy stuff about Wale, because I think that is how the music business moves, because you pay attention to how people speak and talk about certain people, like the same way people kind of like speak highly. You don't listen, think about it. You have never actually heard nobody ever speak bad on TDE. And the reason why is because the top dog dude and the punch dude is some real niggas in California. And a lot of people who speak in the hip hop space want to be able to travel to California freely. I pay attention to this stuff. I told you, I don't like nothing about California. I don't like women from Sacramento all the way down to Los Angeles. I'm cool on all of that. So I don't have I don't need to sit here and pander to nobody, but I pay attention to how most hip hop media spaces pander to certain places because like I'm not gonna talk badly about this person because these people may real life walk up to you and you have to deal with them some type of way. But anyway, with that being said, I want to play this clip from Rory and Maul's podcast because Rory said that he thinks that J. Cole is a better rapper than Wale.
We argued about the entire Vegas run, Rory.
I think Wale's a better rapper than J. Cole. And that's my personal opinion. If someone said otherwise, I'm fine with that.
Wait, that is fucking crazy to say. A better rapper?
Yeah.
So okay, like I said, and I think and to me personally, I think we talked about this on here before. I totally agree with him. I totally agree with Rory. Do I think Wale is a better rapper than J. Cole? Absolutely. Do I he got a better catalog than J. Cole? Absolutely.
No, I wouldn't say, but see that, and that's my only thing. I wouldn't say a better rapper. I was making better music, yes, but a better rapper. We didn't sing J. Cole didn't kill how many features in the last 2 years? He didn't kill endless features on there, and that's rapping. I'm not now making music and making hits. Yes, J. Cole. I mean, Wale. But you talking about actually rapping. I would give it to J. Cole.
I have never heard Wale sit here and get cleaned up by niggas. I ain't heard Wale just get on songs and niggas wash him up. So I can't I'm just me personally. But
that's what I'm saying. But even the features, like I said, when we think about that's Wale then, but it's like now Wale now. Like I said,
he ain't put out no music. So how you can't judge him? Well, you can't say now.
He's put out music.
He put out a song.
No, he's put out a couple of songs. He's put
out. What's your definition of a couple songs?
No, he's put out a couple of songs. I'm a Wale fan. He's put out a couple of songs.
How many songs? 5 songs in 2024?
No, in the last 2 years.
How's that a couple songs though? 2 in the last 2 years. 5 songs.
How many features J. Cole been on?
Nigga, J. Cole have been on more than 5 songs this year.
That's what I'm saying. So okay, in the last 2 years, Wale's put out like 5 songs.
He just put out a song recently, whatever this is called.
He
Ghetto
put out
Speak.
2 songs. Just last 2 weeks.
I'm gonna go to his junk. So he put out. No, this is the only thing I see is his Ghetto Speaks jump.
No, and the other joints that he's featured. I mean, you talking about just him solo?
Yeah.
No, him solo. No. But he's been featured on a couple of songs.
Appearance he was on. I don't even know who this is. Ragbone Man. I don't even know what that is or who that is. That Way. I guess this came out in 2024. He still ain't even been on a. Maybe his joint. Maybe some of these joints he ain't attached to his name because them joints ain't coming up. It literally only say one song. I did thought he paid. Maybe it's just on YouTube. Maybe he didn't put it out on streaming platforms. If you go on streaming platforms, Wale only got 1 song. And this should say 1 song this year, 3 songs last year. So he had 4 songs in 2 years. And that song that I told you I thought a minute ago, it pretty was a person. That was in 2022.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So. When they talk about rapping, yes, I feel like J. Cole is a better rapper, but making hits or songs, Wale, I will give it to Wale.
I think Wale makes his songs are too good, so people kind of just don't give him a credit on rapping. But I'm still even last week when we was talking about Punchline Sports Bars, I put Wale in the conversation with Fab and Wayne. I don't necessarily even with J. Cole. It's like J. Cole can rap, but J. Cole don't be having no crazy lines that niggas be using for captions and all that. Like he not to me when we judging.
But then you can't. Then that's just you. You just want to use something for a caption, but you're talking about actually rapping with lyrics or that J. Cole be using with that what's the joint with him and Lil Durk, like them lines on there. I feel like J. Cole, when it comes to rapping, he does his thing. Wale, I just feel like yes, when it comes to making music or a body of work, he has a better body of work. But when it comes to just actually rapping, J. Cole been bodying a lot of features lately.
I guess I think realistically from listening from what you're trying to say and or the way you're explaining it is Wale just hasn't put out enough music recently. So recency bias is kind of weighing in on and not because even what you just said, I forgot all about the J. Cole and Lil Durk joint because he went crazy on that Lil Durk joint. Of course, he went crazy on First Person Shooter. He was rapping his ass off on the other song with him and Drake. Yeah, that Gucci Man song was horrible. So I don't know. I ain't never listened. I listened to it that one time. I can't even critique I couldn't critique his verse, his bars, or nothing off that song because that song was that horrible. I never went back to listen to it, so I can't even remember what it sounded like. But I get what you're saying. So if you because Wale hasn't put out. Oh yeah, he went absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say when we talking about rapping, yes, rapping, I'm giving it to J. Cole. No,
but again, listen to what I'm saying. It's hard to argue what you're saying right now because you will have to go too far back to make an argument for Wale. Because this is what you just said. If I'm just going off of what I can find on his Apple Music, we ain't talking about YouTube or nothing. We still maybe nigga, he still may be only 10 songs from 2021 to now. Like literally, let me count them out. 1, 2, hold on. Let me count these on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is Poke It Out. Well, that's him and J. Cole. And that was off of his last album. So that was 20. So from 2021 to 2024, Wale has literally only put, and I don't even want to count Poke It Out. So he put out 9 songs.
Yeah, and for real, if we go,
and J. Cole had probably been on 9 features since 2020 in 2024, to be honest.
So I get what he was saying, but I can't.
Yeah, I think it just make it hard. I think if Wale was more current up to putting out music and he was putting out music more frequently, I think it would the conversation would be fresher in our brain and it could give you something to compare about. But I'm used to here saying I got to go all the way back to a 2021 album. You something that was damn near 3 years ago. It makes it hard for me to be able to argue it unless I got like if I had a Wale album list or song list written down and I can kind of sit here and say, oh, these was the best ones to make this argument. That may make it a lot, make more conversation.
His run when the whole Maybach music shit was going on, and now you talking about doing that period? Oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm Wale all day.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I think that conversation it just makes it a lot harder because it's just nothing. It's nothing new to it. It makes the conversation a lot harder. I do want to play this clip of Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates explaining on how he broke down Hawk to his son. I do think that's absolutely insane. Huh?
I said, yeah, that's nuts.
I ain't sent this to y'all. Kevin Gates. Thought I did. Give me 1 second. I hate when I do this. Oh man. Kevin Gates.
I don't know who need to hear this right now, but I'm on my way to the gym kind of late because I don't miss. But I had to get my son situated. He had missed his flight, so he with me right now. But shout out to all the involved parents, because parenting is very, very critical. And, just in their developmental process, because my son was playing a little game, and they was like, Hawk 2. And they was tired. I was like, you know what that means when a woman give you Hawk 2? And he explained to me his version of it, but I don't lie to my children about nothing. I told them that ain't really what that is. That's just somebody that don't love you. Trying to get you out the way, making a bunch of sound effects, trying to trick your mind and have you psyched up like they really doing something. They not suicidal unless they made it disappear. So a person that's really suicidal, and they're really evil, they gonna get down there and show you what's happening. So don't even let that trick your mind. Stay focused on your mission. Sound effects don't do it for me.
Dog. This nigga is crazy, dog. That is nuts to sit here and tell your kid. And how his kids is young. I'm sure his son ain't even in high school. And I guess goes back to one of the conversations that we have on here a few times when we talk about sit here and saying how old or how young can your kid be before you sit here and start to have conversations about sex or whatever the case may be. I wish I knew exactly how old his kid was, but I want to sit here and say I'm sure none of his kids are in high school yet. So that to me is still kind of like crazy to have that type of conversation with your kids, especially if they only like in middle school or elementary school. Like that's a nuts conversation to sit here and have. And it's probably still too early, but this nigga Kevin Gates is goddamn, he is hilarious. And I be always wondering is like him and Drika, like they can't be together because though she posts a lot and he ain't never in none of them posts. Like she be outside. Like she be doing a lot of.
Somebody just recently questioned her about that too.
I don't know. I ain't see it, but she be outside a lot though. She be doing a bunch of red carpets. She be doing a whole bunch of panels and a whole bunch of other stuff. And she literally, it don't never be no Kevin Gates nowhere near to be found. So man, shout out to Drika Gates. And I'm not gonna. She is one of those women. Like to me, if you're talking about, man, she might be like top 3 natural, beautiful, just naturally everything natural about her. Super beautiful. Like she ain't got her. Like her body just fire, her face fire, her body fire. It's supernatural. She on her vegan kick. And while we talking about vegan, Kevin Durant. Kevin Hart is closing down his restaurants that he had. I think he had a few vegan restaurants open. And the crazy thing is, I guess sometimes when you hear celebrities have failed businesses, I think it's just the lack of promotion. Because I didn't even know. Now that when I heard him closing it, I was like, oh, I do remember him saying that he was going to open some vegan spots. But when I think about Kevin Hart, I don't think about vegan food. Like the same way when I just talked about Drika, you could, that's her thing. Like every time you see her on socials, she'll constantly promoting like her weed dispensaries or her growing weed. She like showing you stuff like that, or she always even talking about just her vegan, the stuff that she used be vegan, to be natural, when she doing her skincare regimens. Like her lifestyle and the way she presents herself is always promoting like the vegan lifestyle or just all natural organic products and stuff like that. Together. Yeah, her and Drake. I mean, Drake and Kevin Gates. Yeah.
Yeah. So
he got an older one.
2014. 2012 that's the daughter. So yeah, he was. So he
still yeah,
He's
still
10.
yeah, like elementary school. Like
Yeah.
I figure out how to say. I knew it wasn't no Yeah, I knew it wasn't nobody young. So yeah, like I said, Kevin Hart is closing down his vegan restaurants. But like I said, I just think he did bad marketing. The way he promote his liquor, the way he be promoting. I mean, of course, I know DraftKings ain't his stuff, so they paying for their own marketing and commercials to be seen everywhere. But that's when I see Kevin Hart, I think about those. When I think about Kevin Hart, even though they are paid commercials, but I think about the Chase commercial. I think about his DraftKings commercial. Those be the two that pop off my head because he always do inlet. You see them Chase commercials all the time, and you see the DraftKings, and I want to say he is like one more other junk that he be doing. You see him all the time. So I think sometimes when their businesses fall to the wayside, it's because it's lack of proper promotion. Like they don't put that same effort into promoting it.
But my only thing is just like the whole vegan. How can you have, because it was like a fast food vegan.
I don't know.
It was something different. Like it wasn't a normal. I thought it was like a fast food vegan. I thought. Because I'm pretty sure that it's expensive. It ain't nothing cheap. So you
so realistic. No,
money than
to me, to be honest, like I wouldn't necessarily do a vegan spot, but if you were doing, you could probably do fast. It don't have to necessarily be fast food because there was a joint on Central Avenue, the little vegan spot that I used to go to when I first was trying to lose weight. I think if you just do vegetables, like if you just had a vegetable spot and it stayed open to like realistically, I probably would do it from like 11 a.m. to like 11 p.m. I think it'll do numbers if it's in the right area because people don't. Let's be clear. If people had the healthier option and they could say, "Hey, I can go pick up some quick vegetables real quick that's already cooked and they hit and like the taste is good." And it's still reasonable price, I think people would do it. Like you can't have vegetables and the price be like something ridiculous, like for a big thing of greens. It can't be something crazy where somebody will feel like, man, I can go home and cook my own greens for this price. You got to have it.
It's Kevin Hart. I don't think nothing. It ain't gonna be cheap. I'm pretty sure you still got a name attached to it. So you want.
Well, obviously his name wasn't attached to it enough that he had to sit here and have it go out of business. And while we talking about, I guess, like weight loss and health and stuff like that, Macy Gray was rushed to the hospital due to a weight loss drug. They said it's Ozempic. So I mean, like I said, I talked about this. I'm constantly talking about it. Health, of course, is a major thing, but it's not no quick ways to lose weight. All you realistically, you need to go to the gym and you need to change your eating habits. Going to the gym is helping build a different type of discipline, and it's just going to help you feel better, and you can be able to judge what you can judge your body a lot easier and better when you're working out on your own. When you sit here actually taking your time and sit here and say, oh, well, I can still eat this and still lose weight, but I may have to do a lot more of this. Like when you do it, you can build what works for you. You can even still figure out, I don't have to take this out of my eating habits. I can add this in. It's just different little things where you can kind of figure it out on yourself. So trying to do just a little quick, that Ozempic thing or these whatever other weight loss shots, bro, it's not realistically, I can't see it being a long-term thing for nobody. And I don't necessarily know how safe a quick fix is. So I mean, thoughts and prayers to Macy Gray, but I wouldn't recommend to anybody.
But I think that's kind of messed up because what if she actually was taking it for like
diabetic needs? Yeah. I don't necessarily know if you would have. I don't necessarily would mess you up because I'm sure because you got to think about it. For a lot of those things, even shit, if you get older and you really need, and your body is relying on certain vitamins, I'm sure most women who got like low iron, when they take them, your body rely on that shit. So you can tell the difference when you take it if you need it. So it won't probably have that same side effects that it may have for somebody who don't need it. So if you don't need it, then that's when it's probably realistically going to come up with them side effects because your body didn't need it. So your body is kind of pushing it off. But I'm sure if you was actually using it for whatever, like if you got, like, you know, when diabetics take their shots and if you got like low sugar or something, 9 times out of 10, when you take that insulin shot, it's supposed to boost your sugar levels up. So it wouldn't be something like I say I'm not a diabetic, so I don't know the whole gist of it. But I do know, like, when people, like, I've seen Boosie talk about it, like if you got low sugar and you got to take your shot or whatever the case may be to raise up your insulin levels. I'm sure if she was taking it because she actually needed it, I'm 100% positive it wouldn't give her them same side effects. Because you never heard people talking about it or having these type of side effects to it when it was just people on diabetes using it. You kind of hear it now because people trying to use it for a weight loss drug. And let's be clear, let's just sit here and say if you start to see some results and you feel like, damn, if I double up on the dose a little bit, now I may lose. Like, let's say if you already lost 10 pounds because you was on Ozempic, and then you see, damn, if I probably shoot it up twice a day, now I can lose 20 or even faster, so I can hurry up and get into this dress. Because you're trying to take a shortcut, and you're trying to double up on. You was only supposed to take one shot in the first place. Now you're taking two. That's 9 times out of 10 when these people are having these side effects, and because you're trying to speed up the process instead of sitting here saying, let me change my diet, let me start the workout, whatever the case may be. And not just going off of the stuff that I heard people talk about, like one of the side effects may be like you get constipated. So if you're not eating the right vegetables, you're going to be constipated. Like if you're not getting the enough vegetables, enough fiber, that's why a lot of even protein bars are high in fiber. So that's why when you be like, people be like, I'm on a high protein diet, or you hear people who take protein powder or protein bars or whatever, they always be farting. And when it's time for them to go to the bathroom, nigga, it stink, and they go to the bathroom for real. So that's the difference. But it's because those things are high in fiber. So that's again what I'm sitting here saying. You got to kind of just know your body and actually learn the proper way to lose weight. I understand it take way longer and it take a lot more discipline, but realistically, you'll be way more happier with the results. And then two, you'll actually learn how to maintain the weight you lost, and you'll know how your body responds to different foods. So you can kind of feel, like I said, again, design your own diet for yourself. Real quick, let's run over a little bit of football stats, because we did kind of I forgot last week that we kind of we ain't even really talk about who won, whatever. So let's get into standings. Let's get into games. Matter of fact, let's get into the games first, and then we can go into the standings. NFL games this week. Who played? Let's go to the games from today. Of course, while we recording, matter of fact, let me just go to right now. While we recording, the Texans are beating the Bears 16-10. They are in the third quarter, and there's 4 minutes and 16 seconds left. The Steelers beat the Broncos 13-6. And I don't know if y'all remember, maybe what was it? Well, they're only in the week 2, so it had to be maybe like 4 weeks ago, or 4 or 3 weeks ago. We made our predictions on who would be leading the division, and I made 2 bold predictions on 2 divisions where it probably sound crazy when I first said it. And I said for the AFC North, I said that the Bengals would be at the bottom of that division, and the Steelers, realistically, if they play Justin Fields, they probably would be number 1 in the division. I know has not been pretty yet for the Steelers, so I'm sure a lot of Steelers fans still may like, damn, I kind of want to see what Russell Wilson look like, because Justin Fields hasn't wooed or wowed anybody yet, but they still 2-0.
Basketball. I mean, Steelers football.
Yeah, still Steelers football. They still 2-0, and I do think Mike Tomlin still have him on a very short lease. It was a nail biter in Cincinnati versus the Kansas City Chiefs, which it always is. The final score was 26-25. I don't care what somebody say. I think sometimes if you watch sports, especially if you gamble enough, to me personally, for everybody, if you think about gambling this year, I mean, if you know what you're doing, then knock yourself out, do this. I'm just talking about for the people who just want to like indulge, just, like people do it just recreationally on Sundays. Like, hey, let me just try to get a parlay or whatever. Just do the money line, dog. The money line is the safest thing, because just like this, even if you would have did this this Bengals and Chiefs game, realistically, if you would have did the spread, you would have lost. They didn't cover the spread, so that's why I would recommend just do the money line. And I know the money line most of the time don't pay out as well as the spread unless they are the underdogs. But like I said, the Chiefs and the Bengals got robbed, because at the end of the game, they literally called pass interference, and that put them in field goal range. So I do kind of feel bad for the Bengals fans, but it is what it is. Like I said, that final score was 25-26. That literally came down to the very end of the game. The Cardinals beat the brakes off the Rams. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray look amazing. And let's be clear, this is not.
He did that in the first quarter.
No, he did that in the first game. He did it in the first quarter. He had 130 yards for 2 touchdowns. But let's be clear, I mean, I don't know what happened that on the first game, because they was up on the Bills early in that first, like they was literally going into halftime up, and then I do remember it was like a play or a holding call or something. They kind of turned it over for the Bills, and they kind of never looked back. But the Cardinals have been playing good. This blowout between the Rams, I do think, and again, the Cardinals was one of the teams that was, I was saying, my hot take was it was the Steelers winning their division, and it was the Cardinals winning their division.
Yeah, but I still don't, because I feel like a lot of things played into that LA debacle. I mean, because you got to think about it. What's name got hurt last week? The young boy, Panuka, whatever his name is.
The boy with the what is he, like Hawaiian or something? Yeah, the wide receiver.
Got hurt, and then Cooper Kupp got hurt too in this game. And like I said, I think it's more,
that still don't got nothing to do with your defense, though.
Yeah, shit, they don't have Aaron Donald. That's a.
I mean, but you knew you wasn't gonna have him regardless. I mean, you still coming into that season.
But that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't hold that win right there as like, oh, all right, we on the right, we on the up and up. I wouldn't hold that win because, like I said, you got LA at at the right time. I wouldn't hold that win right there. Like, oh, all right, we good. Because like you said the other day, I mean, yeah, today you was like, damn, New England might be a actual good team. So I wouldn't like, even with Carolina now, I mean, with the Cardinals going on right now, I wouldn't get happy over that win.
Well, I mean, if you're a Cardinals fan and you had, I just me personally, even just looking at the way Kyler was moving, me personally, I would be happy just because it kind of just it helps.
Cause shit, you in trouble right now, right? Because the Chargers did win, right?
Did they win today?
Yeah, so they 2-0.
Oh, did they? Hold on.
Yeah, they won today.
Oh yeah, they played the Panthers.
Yeah, they 2-0.
Yeah, they 2-0. All right, man. I'm not worrying about them niggas. Them niggas.
Like I said,
yeah, they played the Panthers.
I hear that you said they played the Panthers, but you took that bet. I don't see them winning more games than the Chargers.
What you mean? The Chargers in the same? Ain't the Chargers in the same division as the Chiefs? Yeah, they in the same division with the Chiefs. I ain't worrying about them. But we can go through it. We can look at the divisions as soon as we finish. I mean, you can look at them now. But like I said, the Cardinals beat the Rams 41. Like I said, Marvin Harrison had 130 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he did all of that in the first quarter. The Ravens lost a nail biter to the Raiders, which it should have never been a nail biter, 26-23. The Buccaneers beat the Lions. The Buccaneers is 2-0. The Jets and the Saints, the Jets won that game 24-17. The Titans is just ass. I don't know. They're not even a real organization at this point. Them in Carolina, both of them is jokes.
I ain't gonna say because at least they putting up a fight.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
yeah, because you got to think last week they lost on that interception.
Yeah, they lost on that interception.
And this week they only lost what, by 3 points or something like that?
6,
yeah. Because they was winning the game. They was winning the game majority of the game.
I don't think the Jets is good though. So I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't think the Jets is good. The Jets, oh my God, they let me down. What was that Monday night game against the Niners? Yeah, they look like cheeks. The Browns beat the Jaguars, so the Browns did win me some money today because I did take the Browns. So I was looking for an underdog that I felt like I can kind of believe in. So I'm glad that they did that. The Packers beat the Colts, and shout out to my boy Malik Willis. He did get to start in the place of Jordan Love because Jordan Love was out because he did get injured in that Eagles game. The Saints blew the doors off the Cowboys 44-19. That probably shout out to anybody
who brace off you girls.
Shout outs to anybody who probably took the Saints on money line or took the Saints to spread. Took anything the Saints today. You want a lot of money because the Saints went into the Cowboys as the underdog. I'm sure the Saints won't go into any more weeks as the underdog, but they definitely came in there against the Cowboys as the underdog. So they want somebody a lot of money. I'm mad that I didn't pick them because God damn, they got some niggas paid today. The Chargers beat the Panthers 26-3. Like I said, the Panthers and the what was I say? The Panthers and what was the other team I said ain't a real organization? The Titans. I'm about to say the Commanders did beat the Giants 21-18. Shout out to Jalen Daniels. I do two things that gotta happen.
New York, the Commanders, you a lucky motherfucker.
I can't even say they lucky because last week their defense is just trash.
Right. But my thing is, if New York had a kicker, this game would have been over.
I mean, I get that, but still, the Commanders' defense is just cheeks, dog.
And they are. And I'm gonna give up shout outs to the rookie. You did your thing, but then you also had your moment where you blew the game.
I mean,
for like I said, I'm not gonna say New York wasted a draft pick. I feel like that young man got some talent. He definitely got some talent.
Malik Neighbors?
Yeah.
No, nigga, he's a dog.
Yeah, he got some talent.
Well, listen what I'm saying.
But you did your thing the whole game, but when it counted, you blew the game.
Listen to what I'm saying. If for people who may not be familiar with Malik Neighbors' game, all you got to do, again, when I told y'all that at the beginning of this episode, go watch the money. He not talking on it, but a lot of Jalen Daniels highlights was throwing the ball to Malik Neighbors, so you can get to see some Malik Neighbors highlights on that joint on Amazon Prime, because trust me, that nigga is a dog, and that nigga is fast as hell. When he get that rock, he gonna take it to the crib. The Seattle Seahawks did beat the Patriots 23-20. Like I said, the Patriots is playing way better than I'm sure anybody probably thought they was going to be. Another upset alert. This one was crazy, and then they kind of. And let's be clear, this score ain't really keeping it a buck on what happened. The Vikings was busting the 49ers ass. The score was 23-17, but their quarterback got injured. I mean, not their quarterback didn't get injured. Justin Jefferson got injured. So that kind of like realistically, the Vikings just started to play scared. Like I think Justin Jefferson got injured towards the end of the third quarter. So realistically, after Justin Jefferson went down, the Vikings ain't do nothing but run the ball for the rest of the game. So that was realistically, of course, you take away their weapon, but they still had a big enough lead to sit here and say they could run the clock out, and that's how they won the game.
What happened to the quarterback?
Oh, the Vikings quarterback, he got injured on the preseason.
Oh, okay.
He got injured.
Was the rookie, right?
Yeah, that was the rookie.
Okay.
He got injured on the preseason. That was last week. The Bills beat the Dolphins. So yeah, that was it for that. Oh no, that was last week. That was Thursday. Yeah, so Thursday night, the Bills beat the Dolphins 31-10, and Tua got knocked out of the game with a concussion protocol. We can talk about that real quick. Tua basically came out and said, "Dog, he's not retiring. He don't care what y'all niggas talking about or how y'all niggas feel. He ain't retiring."
All right. More power to you. I wish you the best, but that shit you can't keep doing it. I can tell you that much. Because
I mean, yeah, I hear people saying that, and I think, but a lot of people are making it. But he went a whole season last year and didn't get he didn't get hurt at all last year. He played the whole season, didn't get hurt. Went to the playoffs, he didn't get hurt. No, he didn't. Not last year. No, he didn't. He played. You got to think about it, nigga. They didn't start. They had one of the best records in the jump. Only thing you got to think about it, their biggest fuck up last year was they couldn't beat no teams that was over 500. And then when of course when the weather started to get colder, they started to lose more games because they started. They had I think they played the Eagles and the weather was cold. Then they played the Bills that last game of the season they lost, and then they played the Chiefs. So yeah, the weather started early in the season. They were showing their ass, and then the colder the weather got outside, the Dolphins season started to crumble. But he didn't get hurt last year. He played all the games last year.
Many concussions, and you only been in the league 5 years. Now you have 4 concussions now, or you've been in the league 4 years and you had 5 concussions. That shit.
No, he been in there. He had to be in 5 because he already got a new contract.
Okay, and you didn't have 4 already.
I mean, what did that mean?
Because you wasn't keeping track of when you was in college, so no, you
can't say that because people do keep, because again, going back to that TV show, they keep, because Jalen Daniels it was a game, it was a huge game. It was LSU versus Alabama, and this was he was up for, even though he ended up still winning the Heisman, but that game he got knocked out with a concussion protocol, and they thought he was out of the Heisman. They only had 3 games left in the season. After they lost to Alabama, he got knocked out. And they thought that he was going to be done. They thought he wasn't even going to be able to play no more, and they took him out of the Heisman conversation. And then them last 3 games, he just piped up and went crazy on niggas and broke all type of records, and that's how he ended up still winning the Heisman. But yeah, got put on the.
You all right? The Chargers are in there. It's Chargers, Kansas City, Las Vegas, and Denver.
Yeah, I ain't thinking about no goddamn Chargers. You got to play Kansas City twice.
Yeah, but they still can win games. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If they lose those, all right, cool. But
come on, and real quick, and then we can get into some regular relationship stuff or whatever the case may be. I do, because we didn't have this conversation, and like I said, just because right now Justin Fields is still on the leash, all of that, get Caleb Williams. He ain't done shit, dog. Y'all gassed him up, chased Justin Fields out, and we need to have that conversation because a lot of niggas was putting a lot of sauce on Caleb Williams, and I realistically, because I know people who personally know him, so I ain't try to go too crazy on him, but y'all know that I'm a Justin Fields fan, and I think the Chicago Bears did that nigga dirty because of sports media help pile on, and that is one of the things about those voices. If you get enough niggas who work at ESPN and Fox Sports to pile on you or cheerlead you up, they going to, the narratives get painted, and people was making it like Caleb Williams was going to be the savior for the Bears. Let's be clear. They won that game last week because of the goddamn defense. He didn't put up not a goddamn touchdown. His stats look like dog shit, and right now he just threw a pick, and they still losing. So realistically, right now he could be 0-2. It would be no better than Justin Fields. So that's my only thing. Like I said, people were so Caleb Williams, and we talking about rookie of the year shit. He keep playing like this, and guess what? He ain't even gonna be in the rookie of the year conversation. It's gonna be Jalen Daniels and fucking Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said,
so even to on the concussion thing on tour, I hear you don't want to listen to us, you want to do your thing or whatever, but you got guaranteed money. So what I'm gonna tell you right now, I mean, you do got to pay attention to that shit. And it's just even with Andrew Luck, how that's why he stepped away from the game and he's a bigger boy. He's bigger than Tua. So I can't, like, how much of that punishment you got to start learning how to either slide right or just don't.
I get what you're saying, but all I'm gonna tell you is sometimes it's the love. Some people just got the love of certain things, so it's hard to cut it off. Like when people telling them to retire,
that's suicide.
I hear it, but Marcus, some people may just feel like they don't got nothing else.
No, and
I'm gonna say, okay, what was that I was watching? And somebody was talking
this morning. They was talking about it. What's my man? I can't remember his name, but he was talking about how he had a stroke or something like that on the field, and he said you do got to you can't listen to the media. You do got to have that conversation. Your conversation got to be with somebody who really cares about you. Because he said him and his wife had that conversation, and she said, "You got 3 seconds to get up off that ground. If you get off that ground, I'm coming out there." And it was the conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be realistic. And he said he went to play 4 more years. I think he had a stroke or something in the game. I forgot what it was. And he was like, he had players coming up to him saying, nah, you shouldn't be playing and all this. I think it's in your mind frame. But my thing only with him, you got to think about it. You are still young. Yes, you might heal better, but it's also, you don't want to be that one where you got to be sitting in a wheelchair all your life.
I hear you, but my only thing of it is that's everybody else pushing their fears on him. That man, because even when Ryan Clark said something, was talking about it, he was just like, I know personally that you got to, was it Ryan Clark? It was I forgot. It was somebody who, one of these dudes who be on, it wasn't Ryan Clark. It was, what's my man that's on the joint with Nick Wright? Chris Broussard. Because Chris Broussard, I want to sit here and say a prayer to Tua, and I know Tua is heavy in his religion, so in his faith. So that's why I think for some people it's easy to sit here and talk and try to speak into fearing him and put fear in him, bro. His belief may be like, dog, God got me covered. If this is meant for me to play however many seasons, I'm going to try. If it's not meant for me to play it, they might have to wheelchair me off. Some niggas just got that warrior spirit in them.
Some people do got that warrior spirit, but then sometimes you do got to. And then I would like you when you brought up Ryan Clark, I want to say he always bring up that conversation that he had with Mike Tomlin. And I want to say Ryan Clark I think he was sickle cell or something, like he has a red, you know what I'm saying? But it was a game in Mile High when they was playing in Denver, and the altitude was going to affect him. He almost had a chance to die out. And Tomlin told him, no, you're not playing. And they had that conversation. That's why I said, sometimes I get it. You want to be out.
Hey, let me say real quick. Just go ahead. You can say what you're saying. But Ryan Clark, nigga, because I get whatever he said something on Friday, and niggas would start to like, and niggas like, y'all got Ryan Clark fucked up.
You see his highlights. You see how he
that's
did.
what I'm saying.
His highlights and what he did.
My God, nigga.
That's why I say
his highlights on Twitter. Oh my God, nigga.
He's a dog.
I don't know what he said, but whatever he said on Friday, it had niggas like, oh, y'all got
rules because of him. Yeah.
Nigga, Ryan Clark was sending niggas to bed.
But that's why I kind of say it's just like, you put yourself in those positions where it's like, all right, because and if I want to say to even Lamar Jackson, you got to see some of this stuff. Like, I get it, you want to make these heroic plays, but then sometimes you got to actually use your other talent. You can't just keep using the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know when to hold and when to fold.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I guess that's everybody's own. I guess your duality you got to kind of do on your own. I'm sure we've been talking about sports for a couple seconds, so to kind of put a little breathe in, we can get into this little relationship clip.
I can deal with American man cheating on me, okay? But when an African man do it, it's on a whole nother level of cheating. That American man, he does obvious cheating. Wakes up in the morning, go get his hair cut, go buy him a new pair of pants, a new pair of outfit, spray his latest cologne, take a shower, get dressed up. You looking like, baby, where you going? You know an American man cheat, but baby, when an African man do it, he gonna leave the house in his work boots, dirty, with oil spills all on his jeans, t-shirt, got all kind of stains on it from working, smelling musty, no haircut. He gonna leave the house like, baby, oh yeah, I'll be back. Oh, I'm going to work. You are never gonna know when an African man is cheating, trust me. And then African man, when they cheat, baby, when I say a different level of cheating, I mean a level that us American women are not ready for at all. We are not ready for this. Like I said, I would much rather an American man cheat on me. At least when he cheats, I know when he's cheating. I know when he's going to cheat because it's obvious, right? Because he got a new haircut. He didn't went to go put on a new cologne. He got his a new, outfit that he went to the mall, especially to go get. He's dressed up, got his dress shoes on and everything. But honey, when an African man cheat, you would never know about it, honey. And guess what? American man, when they cheat, they tend to stay outside all night long, okay? When you call their phone, they're not going to answer you or anything. But when an African man cheat, honey, he's going to be back on time at 8 p.m. like he always did. As soon as you call him, he's going to answer. Yes, he's even going to answer, honey. And if you really get an African man that really know how to cheat, he's going to even come back home with groceries. He's going to come back home with groceries, maybe some flowers for you or something like that. Make you feel extra special because he's been out cheating. You're never going to know he's cheating, right? Because he left out the house with them dirty ass work.
All right, yeah, she talked too slow for me to get to her point. But I'm not gonna lie. If I'm that African man and I'm doing all of that, then bro, is it really cheating? I feel like you being too fucking nosy at this point. If he did all of that to kind of still go with his regular routine and then come in the house with, if you end up finding out that this man was actually cheating, I feel like you was absolutely just doing entirely too much. But I kind of got a better. Go ahead. You about to say something?
What is more hurtful? No, like him hitting the joint or him actually taking care of somebody?
I mean, 9 times out of 10, I feel like that's what she was about to get to, but she was taking too long with her point. So I'd rather just get to this one because this dude was shooting his shot at his home. This man was literally at his homeboy's funeral. He was shooting his shot at his homeboy's girl. This nigga has this nigga. Listen to him. Let me paint the picture for y'all real quick because you're going to hear it, but you ain't going to be able to see it. This nigga has a t-shirt of his man on his airbrush t-shirt of his man who's dead. He literally at the funeral. The girlfriend is in the car, and then here go this nigga right here. Bro.
Like, I got studio.
Okay, let me get another picture.
We just had a picture.
Okay, let me get another one.
I'll let Dino. Stop around, bro. Let him take you out, bro. What you doing tonight?
Look, your best friend just died. What makes you think I'm trying to go out right now?
Bro, you want to have it any other way?
I know
you ain't trying to be alone.
He literally he ain't been to rest for 5 minutes. I'm not checking for nobody right now, Dre.
Listen, bro, look, I can take care of you with that big house, man. Bro, Dino, he was working for me.
Dirty Mac.
How you gonna take care of me?
We got 20 for this system. You go, baby. Look, I know playing your bro like no old.
Okay, I sure did.
Well, let's come for me. You know what I'm saying? I got studio.
Okay, let me get another picture.
So listen, and this must have been the shorter version because I thought it was a longer version that I did have. And he basically gave the broad, and he took the money back. He was like, "No, I'm not sitting here. I can give you some money, and how you gonna take the money back after?" Matter of fact, is this a longer version? Here you go. Yeah.
Come for me. You know what I'm saying? I got studio.
Okay, let me get another picture.
We just had a picture.
Okay, let me get another one.
Yeah, bro. I'll let Dino. Stop around, bro. Let him take you out, bro. What you doing tonight?
Look, your best friend just died. What makes you think I'm trying to go out right now?
Bro, you want to have it any other way?
I know you
ain't trying to be alone.
He literally just died. He ain't been to rest for 5 minutes. I'm not checking for nobody right now, Dre.
Listen, bro, look, I can take care of you with that big ass house, man. Bro, Dino, he was working for me.
How you gonna take care of me?
Yeah, we got 20 for this system. You go, baby. I know playing your bro like no old ass.
Okay, I sure did. And what about it?
Look, I love Dino. I love that nigga. But he gone now. It's just us two.
It's just too soon. Like what?
Okay, so wait. Let I can be your friend. Look, slide through from time to time.
Yo, Dre, get the fuck away from my car.
Bro, it's gonna be like that?
Yes, it's been like that.
My money.
I'm not giving you shit. Get the fuck back, bro.
God, bro, this is exactly why that was cheating on you, man.
Are you?
So first off, you gonna sit here and tell her that he was cheating on you after this man was dead. But I guess my question for y'all, is there ever too soon, if y'all were actually really best friends, could you ever sit here, if your best friend passed away, could you sit here and move in on their significant other or try to have sex with their significant other after they pass? I mean, because they're not here, they can't come back.
No.
Like never?
No. That's disrespectful. I mean, they not here, but it's like.
So who gonna know that you disrespecting them then?
Family. I'ma know. Like, to me, that's disrespectful. It don't matter whether they dead or not. Like, that's disrespectful. You gotta have some type of respect. It gotta be a code.
It depends how, but I don't know it's no code because the crazy thing for men, I feel like we even crossed the code for less. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I probably was like maybe 21, 22. I remember a real good friend of mine. He had this bra. She was buying him shoes, taking care, letting her drive his car, whatever. Because a nigga come back bragging and you get to see the nigga whipping her car all day. Because I think she used to work at she was working at like a restaurant, so her hours was like she was always at work. So you could have she probably didn't get off of work until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. She stayed at a restaurant. It was like on some bar time, like that. Don't stay open super late, so you ain't got to go back and pick her up until 2 in the morning. So you get to say, hey, you had her car. Let's say she was pulling 12, 14, 16-hour work days. You get to drive her car all day, and she was buying you shit. So when the niggas see that, I'm like, yeah, that's his girl. I can't wait for them to break up because when they break up, I got next, nigga. And I think that's the sad thing about niggas. Is niggas be like, when I got next.
So it's no boundaries. It's no crossing the line. Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
It may be, it's across. I think it's crossing the line if they alive. But if you talking about a nigga dead, who going to know besides y'all? Now, if they got kids or something, and then like, or they was married, that may be different. But if you tell me they was just boyfriend and girlfriend, don't got no kids, so realistically, after he dead, she don't got no more attachments to the family. What's gonna happen? Who gonna know? Besides, I mean, she might text her homegirl like, "Oh, girl, look at this wild ass nigga in the group chat," whatever the case may be. But I don't.
Yeah, no, it's a no for me. I ain't doing it.
Why are we talking about other wild stories? Kind of not, it ain't necessarily in the dating world, but it's absolutely insane. This did take place in Northwest DC, close to Dunbar High School. Oh man, this nigga was a freaky nigga. He really wanted to get his shit off. He took a cucumber. I'm going to play the clip, but he took a cucumber and let him. Y'all thought Uncle Shannon was a wild boy, but my man had it beat.
In the district, a man caught on camera in a lewd act involving someone's car, and it happened not too far from a high school.
Yeah, Weekend anchor Ben Dennis obtained the video. He spoke with the owner of that car involved. Ben?
Hey there, Mark and Annalisa. Imagine finding a broken piece of cucumber lodged into the grill of your own car. You discovered how it got there, and you wish you never knew. Well, it's part of a sex act that happened right behind these homes in Northwest and right across the street from Dunbar High School. We've stopped the video you're about to see just the moment the cucumber is used in the sex act for obvious reasons. Right now, police are looking for the suspect. A shocking sight in broad daylight.
I was so disgusted and freaked out.
It was dinner time just after 5:30 Friday when a man with an apparent lunchbox crept into Catherine Baker's driveway, lodged a cucumber in her SUV's grill, checked to see if the coast was clear, and began performing a lewd act.
I want my neighbors to know and keep an eye out for this person. I want parents to be mindful. There's a lot of kids. They're high school students. They walk by themselves to and from school.
The alley where this happened is a stone's throw from Dunbar High School.
Just children walking around. You just have neighborhood kids, elementary school, middle school, and high school.
Right.
So it's just a kid-friendly neighborhood. So definitely want to get him out of the way.
The police report then details what's also quite clear in the video. The suspect chose to keep going, this time in plain view, and even appearing to notice the camera, recording the whole thing before putting the vegetable back in the lunchbox and walking away.
It was that eye contact that really unsettled me because it then continues for longer than one would imagine.
DC's indecent exposure law says that any public penetration for sexual gratification violates the law. Penalties include a fine up to $300, prison time no more than 90 days, or both.
And having that happen on your property with your car, that's definitely a concern.
We all have to be vigilant about this kind of thing.
Baker says that she has not seen this man before she saw that security video. Meantime, it is unknown if this man that police are looking for is also wanted in connection to any public lewd acts. In Northwest DC, Ben Dennis, DC News Now.
My only thing is what? I mean, of course it was your car. You'll feel like it's a big deal, but what's really the big deal? Like, he ain't hurt nobody. It's disgusting. What he did was nasty as hell. But again, he still didn't hurt nobody. Like, and they put in the extra. So of course, it's by the high school, but it ain't like he did it in the high school parking lot. Like, he did in the high school parking lot, then I get it. It's cool. It's a lot more. I understand why people should make more of a big deal about it. But you sit here saying realistically, like, I mean, nigga, he kind of violated your car, but he really didn't. He still took the cucumber with him. I think maybe a piece of the cucumber got stuck in the head of, in the what's the name of her car.
But then you still pleasure
If
yourself.
okay, but if you didn't have
camera.
that video, you wouldn't even know, right?
No, you wouldn't.
Like, for them to sit here and say they looking for him, like, why are you looking for me? Because I sit here and took a cucumber and put it in my butt.
Because
I didn't.
could lead to something else.
What?
No.
What else could it lead to?
And then you did it in the camera, like you looked at the camera and you
He was trying to
finished
get his rocks
doing
off.
in the camera.
He was hot and bothered.
Okay, that's disgusting.
You know what he did? No, let's be clear. What he did was nasty.
Okay,
but
all right. So I'm gonna give you a scenario. I seen a clip today where somebody was at a barbershop fixing the lights or whatever the case may be. He had a lady with him. So they fixing the lights and all that. Boom, boom, boom. You hide this person, right? But then they go in the back and have sex. You can hear them, like Shannon Sharp and all that. You don't see them, but you hear them, and you hear them on your ring cam. Now, would you feel more violated that?
Oh, say it again. What happened?
They was in a barbershop. I guess they was fixing the light fixture or whatever, electric or whatever. The dude was doing the work. He did everything. Boom, boom, boom. Like the dude is watching this on his Ring camera, and like, of course, he went back and he's like, "Well, I wonder why he going back there. He ain't supposed to be back there." Then he went back there again. Him and the girl went back there, and they was fucking.
What was it? Somebody who else already worked there?
Whoever owned the barbershop was on the Ring camera. He was like, "Hey, what are y'all doing? Get out my, like, stop the shit."
So who was the dude having sex with somebody he bought there?
Yeah.
Oh.
So what you now something like that? Then I get it.
I mean, I guess
because I hired you to do a job and you sitting there trying to get a quickie in, and I paid you for a service. Like he hurried up and rushed out the joint. Like I said, like you said, this car shit. I mean, just because you saw him on camera, like he wasn't really harming nobody. It's trifling. But you want press charges? You want press charges?
You can. You might.
No, would you press charges though?
I'm just not parking my car outside. I'm gonna get a garage or something. But that's still nasty. Like what? And then you looked in the camera and you finished and then put it back in your lunchbox and walked off.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. The actual act of what he did was insane. Like, let's be clear. I'm not sitting here saying that, like, that's like, yeah, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think even the older you get, you kind of just be so like, you be so paranoid. Like, I don't even necessarily know if I would even want to have sex in a car. Like, I'm so old now. Cause it just be like certain shit that you like when you young, there's certain stuff you don't think about, like you don't care about. But the older you get, it's kind of like, man, it just be too much at risk. Like you just don't kind of even want to go through that whole hassle. And real quick, because I wish I would have said and knew this when we was playing the Trump clip, I could have tied this in to the Tyreek Hill thing. I'm not gonna lie. If you listen to him saying, if Donald Trump wanted to get some points with the black people and people in Florida, you should have seen here and said, this is the perfect example of why we need to build the wall. Because and I heard Charlamagne, the crazy thing is when I heard it, Charlamagne took my joke and he said he said it on a day when he was giving them a donkey today. But dog, you build a wall around them goddamn Spanish niggas who was working in the police in fucking Miami, dog. None of them niggas even spoke English.
No, I thought one of them was.
No, they did not, nigga. All of them niggas was fucking I don't know what they.
I don't think they was Spanish like that. They might have been.
Nigga, they didn't speak no English.
Yeah, they might, but I don't think that when he's saying put a ball up immigrants wise.
Nigga, them niggas was immigrants. What the fuck? You some of them niggas ain't born in
Miami is mostly a lot of more Hispanic and all that. It ain't just, you know what I'm saying, like the Spanish that he's trying to talk about, I don't think that's the same that was working for the police.
Man, listen to what I'm telling you. Every stereotype that you want of a Spanish person, one of them police officers fit that motherfucker. That nigga had tattoos all on his hands, his arms, and some more shit. Listen to him telling you, nigga, the same way they would have done us, if that was a black police officer, niggas would have been like, how the fuck is he even on a police goddamn jump with all them goddamn tattoos? And he was one of the niggas being super aggressive. Like when them video, just trust me. And shout out to Tyreek Hill, because Tyreek told the nigga tried to reach out to him, and he was like, "Bro, I don't want no apology or nothing. I just want your job to be taken from you. I want you to be fired." And then I believe that police officer already had 6 different infractions on him already. He's been suspended before, so this is something that's not new to this police officer. So that is upgraded stories on that conversation. Again, like I said, if Donald Trump was really smart, he would have said, perfect example of these migrants. We need to build a wall around these fucking police officers who beat up Tyreek Hill. But anyway, I do want to kind of stay real quick on some relationship topics, because this girl said something that kind of hurt me a little bit, because I am a did you eat today type of nigga.
I hate when niggas say, make sure you eat. Nah, fuck nigga, you make sure I eat. The fuck? Or I hate mindless conversations. Like, just shut the fuck up. How my day went, how your day went. It went the same way as yesterday. The fuck is we talking about? I hate when niggas say, make sure you eat. Nah, fuck nigga, you make sure I eat. The fuck? Or I hate mindless conversations. Like, just shut the fuck up. See you. How my day went, how your day went. It went the same way as yesterday.
Listen to what I'm saying. I feel what she's saying, because I be thinking it when I send the text messages. I'm like, this is like a routinely daily thing. But again, those conversations come up because realistically, a lot of people don't have the same shit in common. Like, and you know what's so crazy? Because it's something that I thought about a lot. Like, when, especially, of course, like during the WNBA season, I was thinking, like, realistically, you have to find, we have to have a couple things really in common for us to be able to have a conversation on a regular, for us to have ultimate endless communication and conversation, for the conversation to go freely after we pass the 21 questions and we get to know each other, after we kind of actually then already been talking for a while, the conversations eventually will go stale to just like, hey, did you eat today? What did you eat? Boom, boom, boom. What you doing? How was your day at work? Whatever. Like those small conversations, because if we don't watch the same TV shows, if you don't watch sports, we don't listen to the same music, or you don't listen to music at all, it's like, what else are we going to really talk about? especially if it's some distance. Like if you're trying to pull out a long distance relationship, or you trying to even pull out any, maybe y'all maybe 45 minutes to an hour away from each other, and y'all work schedule kind of rough, and you trying to make something happen. Like if you can't personally lay up and be up under this person every day, how do the conversation continuously build if y'all don't have nothing in common? Like that's when I almost feel like you gotta kind of like find a show or something to watch with each other, like something to kind of like I don't necessarily know how else you're gonna keep that conversation going, but that is something that I thought about a lot, especially over the summertime when I was like, damn, it's so many women conversating. And don't let's be clear, it do be a lot of gay women who be commenting in conversation with the WNBA stuff. But I kind of always thought that to myself as like somebody who really into that, like you could kind of like this is where you should probably figure out like the hashtag WNBA. You probably need to figure out if this is what you're really into. These may be one of the women that you may want to date because y'all can at least have this is effortless dialogue. If y'all really both into something, like if you both into a TV series, or if y'all even pick a show, because there's so many shows. I mean, of course, the fall is coming around, so it's gonna be so many TV shows coming out. If y'all just pick a show to watch every week, just so we can have conversation throughout the week. Like, hey, did you see this last episode of Power? I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate people who don't watch TV. Like, you don't watch TV, you don't listen. Like, what? Like, bro, I hate when I'm so busy. Life be like, come on, dog. You ain't that busy.
But I mean, because you speaking on the having conversation with you and WNBA and all that, I do want to give a shout out to Asia Wilson. She just broke the record for most points scored in the regular season.
No, shout outs to Asia Wilson for putting her dick on the table. She said, I did not want to break that fucking record in Indiana because y'all fucking commentators is some bitch ass niggas. I respect her gangster. That she is a real live gangster. She said, I'm not breaking this shit, and I'm gonna break my record at home. She scored 39. I don't remember. The one she had to. She needed the whole 39 because she ended up getting it. Okay. Yeah, she ended up getting it like in the fourth quarter. Yeah, but I respect her for that because people was calling, and again, that's what I said. One thing about black women or gay women, they are going to use their voice. They will not allow you to treat them or dictate how you gonna call their sport. They did call out the Indiana Fever's commentators because the first game that they played, I believe when she broke the record, when she broke Drew Lloyd's record, I believe it was for like 940 or something like that. That was the first game they played them, and everybody was pissed. Like the commentators didn't even acknowledge it, didn't say nothing about it, whatever the case may be. They just kept it rolling. Like they literally never acknowledged her. And she kind of like got to her. Like she felt some type of way. Like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. Like I broke this record and y'all not even talking about this shit in the middle. And we beating the shit out of these niggas. Like this game ain't even close. And y'all didn't say nothing about it. So she did come before they played the Fever again. I guess what's today? Today Sunday. So I think they played the Friday. Fever again on Friday. And she was like, I'm not breaking that record here. Y'all ain't got to worry about that one. I don't like the way that they commentate in the game. I don't like the way they didn't acknowledge it like they didn't. So she made sure she made it her business to say I was not breaking that shit there. You didn't even have to worry about that one. So shout outs to her for even being able to do that. And that is complete dominance. They smoked the shit out of the Connecticut Sun today while she breaking that record again. Shout outs to Asia Wilson. Realistically, I'm sure. I know me and Marcus did have that conversation earlier in the year where we kind of was like, what about Breonna Stewart or what about Nafisa Kalia? Let's be clear. Nafisa Kalia does play on a better team. 9 times out of 10, I'm sure I will go out on a limb. The Minnesota Lynx are going to win the championship. But if we just talking about like, dog, Asia Wilson just putting up godly ass like video game type numbers. Like her stats is real live, like some video game type shit. So I think it's just going to be hard for anybody to not give her the MVP. And it's her award at this point because it's like Nafisa Kalia, one of them people where it's like, I ain't going to drop 30 on your phone. Got to. Asia Wilson is like one of them motherfuckers. Like, nigga, if I got it going, I'm going to drop 50 if I want to. Like, she's one of them type of people, and that's just how dominant her game is, and that's even just how much her team love her. Like, her team champions the hell out of her. Like, I wish I had the clip already queued up. I would play the clip of what's the young lady name? Alyssa Clark. I think her name was Alyssa Clark or Alyssa Clark. But when they was doing their interview together after she broke the before the 1,000-point game, after the Friday game, and she was talking about Asia Wilson, and she was just, matter of fact, I probably could find it while I'm talking about it. But she was talking about Asia Wilson, and she was just crying. She was crying in the press conference when they were sitting here. Let me see, Asia Wilson, when they were talking about the record. Hold on, I'm trying to find this clip. When they were talking about it, she started crying, and they was really just giving it up to her and bigging her up on it. So I think realistically, I just think a lot of people just I think a lot of her teammates just really love her a lot. Like you can kind of see it. You can see the difference between the way her teammates champion her shit from even the way like the Indiana Fever girls want out of Indiana, or the way fucking Angel Reese, fucking Marina Mayberry didn't want to play with Angel Reese. So I do think that does go a lot into for Asia. I think that's another reason why a lot of people kind of even want to give her, you know, just big her up a lot more, because her teammates really kind of like go out their way and really speak very highly of her and celebrate her a lot. I'm trying to find.
Shout out to her, man.
Oh yeah, shout outs to Bam. Bam, a real nigga. Hey, and let me tell you something. Bam, and the thing I like about the way they doing it is he's not overdoing. Like neither one of them have overdone the public relationship. But even when she scored the 900 and I believe what it was 43 or whatever the point was, she scored on Friday.
He put unanimous.
Yeah, he put unanimous for the MVP thing, and but then also the Las Vegas Aces, their social media team, like they posted, like when they posted that clip of the video, it like they just put the word "bam" on the jump, so it was kind of like it was cool the way they did it. Why the fuck can I find this?
Yeah, because he shot her out with the I hope everybody find 8,000 reasons to smile today on Sunday.
Oh, that's fire. Shout outs to Bam. Why I cannot find this lady name?
What do you mean?
I can't find the joke. I was trying to. Yeah, I don't know why I can't find this joke. Yeah, I can't find it. But I was trying to look for it so I could play the clip of her when the way her teammate was just talking about her and was just breaking down, crying and stuff. It was cool though. I think it was cool. I think it's cool when you can find people to highlight you and kind of shit. Even just perfect example here.
You're trying to bring
like just the way her team celebrates her a lot. Their teammates celebrate her a lot. The players are like just the whole. I just like their organization. I told y'all that years ago, like even when I first, like that probably was it was the first WNBA team that I started following, just because the way I like the way they carry their shit on social media. Like that to me is important. Like I'm big on social media personalities when you're trying to get somebody to buy into a brand. And I think the Las Vegas Aces does social media better than any other team in the WNBA. They do the social media shit perfectly. Even when they did the Give Me My Money, it's old, but it was still like everybody still just they liked it. They just the way their team, their camaraderie as a team, it does just do a great job on how they do it. I was trying to find the Joan, but like I said, I can't. I see the Give Me My Money Joan. I can't. Yeah, I can't find the Joan. I'm mad. I wish I could. We talked about it. I wish I would have had it. If I knew that she was gonna break the record today, I definitely would have had it queued up, but I can't.
Oh, and just staying on sports, my man will be getting his statue this year.
Who?
D-Wade.
In front of Miami?
Yeah. I want to say it's the 28th of October.
Oh, and just real quick, last WNBA thing. They did smoke the commissioner out. A lot of people was calling for her to get fired because her statements that she had. Did they play it? Is it
the commissioner?
Yeah, the commissioner. The commissioner of the WNBA. They wanted her. They basically, again, when I see him say black women will not go laying down and will not allow their voices not to be heard. Black women, especially LGBTQ women, that WNBA is a different type of ball game, and they not rocking going like shit. So I'm gonna play this clip real quick of her opinions on the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese rivalry, and they tore her a whole brand new asshole.
To that question, which raises some sensitivities of rivalries between players. In the case of Angel Reese, who's just had to shut it down because of a wrist injury, Caitlin Clark, who's continuing to play. Rivalry that goes back to their college days, presumably, where I guess some trash talking entered in. But now it seems on some social media channels to have taken a darker turn, a more menacing turn, where race has been introduced into the conversation, where sexuality is sometimes introduced into the conversation. How do you try and stay ahead of that, try and tamp it down, or act as a league when two of your most visible players are involved, not personally, it would seem, but their fan bases are involved in saying some very uncharitable things about the other.
One thing that's great.
Let's go to that question, which
the league right now, we do sit at this intersection of culture and sport and fashion and music. Like the WNBA players are really looked at now as kind of cultural icons.
True.
And when you have that, you have a lot of attention on you. There's no more apathy. Everybody cares. It is a little that Bird Magic moment, if you recall, from 1979 when those two rookies came in from a big college rivalry, one white, one black, And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence between rivals. They don't want everybody being nice to one another. So the social media is different today than it was in 1979 when it didn't exist. But, you know, I always tell the players, you know, I was told a long time ago, if someone's typing something in and you wouldn't ask their advice, ignore it. So it's a balance, but certainly from a marketing dollars, but corporate partners are stepping up to endorse these players much more so than they were 5 years ago, because they see the benefit of having women and diverse women representing their book at the league right now. We do sit at this intersection of.
So
why was they kicking her back in?
Because nigga, you basically saying it's okay for them to fucking be racist as long as people fucking paying for it.
Yeah, but see, I think that's not. See, I think y'all taking, but you want people to talk about this sport.
Marcus, no, this is no again. Let me just. I'm just going to. So you can say whatever you want to say, but I'm just telling you, they don't give a fuck. They're not looking. They don't care if you don't watch or not. They don't give a fuck if these people not watching. They're sitting here saying nobody's going to be okay with somebody being racist in my comment section for the name of some money. Nobody wants to tolerate or deal with that shit. You would not go to work every day if somebody was fucking calling you a nigger every day at work just so you can go get a check. Nobody wants to deal with that. That don't what you trying to say don't make sense. Nobody cares. Nobody don't do that to LeBron James. Nobody, nigga, you say you
why do?
So
People
Marcus,
said death threat. Remember what's name said what's that Danny Green when he missed that 3-pointer? He said his wife was getting death threats in the bubble. All that shit. What are you talking about? The NBA
so listen to what I'm saying, but listen to what I'm saying. When they do it, and when people try to do it in person, what happens to them?
Have
you
you
seen
heard,
Russell Westbrook get into it with people before that shit?
Right, and people get into it. But have you ever heard Adam Silver or David Stern say, "Hey, stop tweeting racist stuff or don't say those type of comments on social media"? It's an algorithm thing, right? That's what we live in.
Because you don't see that, dog.
You do see it. What do you
Where
mean?
you don't even make content. So how do you know if you see it or not?
Right, okay.
How do you? Where have you ever seen it? I have never seen. Dog. I post. Listen to what I'm telling you. I post Angel Reese shit. I post LeBron James shit. I get a lot of traction on both. I have never seen niggas come in my comment section and say racist shit about LeBron James. I post stuff about Joel Embiid.
I've been to the games and I hear it. What are you talking about?
That's cool. That's at the game. We're talking about on people's social media page.
But you're not selling that on my thing. You keep saying social media. What is she? She still want tickets. She still want to move. They still trying to make money. They still behind on the 8 ball. So I'm not about to say, hey, stop tweeting this. Don't. What's that? I'm going to lead into it because I want people to pay attention to it. But you about to sit here and say, hey, no, stop being racist.
Well, nigga, guess what? She had to apologize. Obviously, what we saying, we was right, she was wrong. They telling her she need to apologize, and they're talking about getting rid of her. So obviously, what she said, the fucking league did not like it. Right. Niggas don't feel like they got to put up with people being racist in their comment section just for fucking people to watch the basketball game.
She didn't say nothing racist though. She didn't say nothing racist.
Nigga, she's basically condoning it. She basically saying it's okay because people are watching the game.
But she said it's okay for the rivalry. She didn't say, hey, it's okay to sit here and call her a bitch or whatever the case may be.
But that's what he said in the question. And that was her answer. And that was everybody like, nigga, so you're basically saying it's okay. Hey, y'all can keep being racist as long as y'all keep watching the game and the people keep paying for endorsements. So this 22-year-old girl got to put up with people calling her all types of names, calling her to all types of racist shit. But it's cool. It don't matter because as long as people buying the tickets. That shit ain't cool. It ain't no fucking warrant, no place on no planet on planet Earth is nobody gonna sit here and say it's okay because you would not go to your job and go to work every day for a fucking paycheck. If niggas were sitting here and say, hey, you bitch ass nigga, every day, sit here and do this little nigga boy. Like, no, you would not.
Niggas say a lot worse than that.
When do you hear that on a day-to-day basis worse than that?
But you're talking about, so hold up. So if it's not being said in your workplace, it's being said on social media. If you didn't have social media, then how would you hear it?
Nigga, but they have to have social media to move the product.
But they're playing a game. They don't see the tweets on the court. So my question to you, how would you hear about these racist things?
What are you talking about? I had to still post about the fucking sport.
If you didn't have social media, what would you post about? We read stuff in the newspaper, right? People have their opinions, right? If you didn't have, they bought magazines and all that. People have their whatever they call it. If you didn't have social media, then how would you hear about it?
If you didn't, but they do.
Well, okay, but that's my thing. You about to sit here and say, hey, she's going to get fired because she's.
Well, she is. I'm telling you now, nigga.
You want to bet it right now that she won't get fired?
Nigga, I will bet you $100 that she'll be fired before their rookie contract up.
Bet it.
Bet it, nigga. We already bet. I bet it. I will bet you $100 before their rookie contract up that she will not be the fucking commissioner. By the time their rookie contract is up, they will not be the commissioner. How many they got 4 years on their commission? Nigga, I bet
she would be fired. Say it right now. I bet that she will be fired.
I bet that she will not be the commissioner by the time their rookie. What the fuck is going to happen then? How is she not going to be the commissioner?
Okay, bet that she will be fired.
Man, nigga, she's not going to be the commissioner. Nigga, she ain't going to be the commissioner. Nigga, she apologized.
like I said,
Did she apologized?
Bet it then. If the cancel culture move like that, bet it right
Can you
now.
read? Do you know how to read?
Bet it.
Do you know how to read?
Do you know how to bet it?
Do you know how to read? All you gotta do is read.
Bet it.
I already said bet, nigga. Can you read
but
though?
you said that she
Can
won't
you
be
listen
commissioner
to
and
her?
she going to get fired.
I don't give a fuck. Can you read?
No, say she.
Yeah, that's my point. She's going to. I just said it, nigga. I'm not fucking going to not double down on what I said. I have never came on this
No,
mic.
you
I'm
said she wasn't
constantly
going to be
double
commissioner.
down. She's not going to be.
Anything can happen in 5 years.
Man, I don't give a fuck. As long as she ain't the commissioner.
But you said she's going to get fired for what she just said.
Like I said, you can deal with it. You deal with it. You can
I ain't
deal. You
dealing with
okay?
nothing.
And guess what? And they not going to deal with it.
Like I said, she's not getting fired.
All right, we're gonna see. Like I said, but by the time their rookie contract up, I guarantee you she won't be the commissioner. I bet you $100 that she will not be the commissioner by the time their rookie contract is up. I guarantee you that. I promise you, there's no way on God's green earth, especially after that fucking Taylor Swift shit with Caitlin Clark, and then after her saying that, I guarantee you by the time their rookie contract up, that she will not be the fucking commissioner no more. You can bet your bottom fucking dollar on that one, Jack. I hate to tell you that one, buddy. That's just what's gonna happen. Ain't nobody going for that. Ain't nobody putting up with I'm sitting here going to a fucking work every day and I got to sit here and say, oh, I got to deal with this because of whatever the case may be. Real quick, I'm going to get into this YSL Woody.
I was going viral on the trial. You said you and Threat was sliding and y'all shot out Rich Homie Quan barbershop.
Yeah, like Rich Homie said, I was just lying.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Rich Homie Quan passing?
Yeah.
It's sad, man. It's sad. Rich Homie had a lot of potential. You feel me? Like he just made wrong choice in the past. What could have that hurt his career. And he didn't have to make that choice. But sometimes people gotta learn how to stand up for themselves. Don't be intimidated by no group of people. Because them group of people, man, they ain't no man for real. You feel me? That's why they a group of people. All you had to do is stay by yourself. He would have been successful. He would have been bigger than what he was.
You know, your trial's going viral.
So for people, of course, again, rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. And it has been some updates of how he passed or the day he passed, the night he passed. It was, and this one was kind of like very like alarming and kind of raised a lot of people's eyebrows. His brother did say he seen Rich Homie passed out on the floor and he had like food in his mouth and just carried him to the couch. That shit makes no sense to me at all. Like, I don't get that one. And it kind of almost make me be like, damn it, was there some foul play into that shit? Like, what the hell? Like, why would you sit here and see your brother passed out on the floor and with food in their mouth and not call for 911? Like, that to me just don't make no sense. You just picked him up and put him on the couch. Like, how do that sound? When him passed out on the floor, that was kind of crazy, but kind of tying news into a land of news into that circuit, because it was a large group of rappers that came up in that early 2010 to probably like 2014. They were kind of all moving together, and this was like during the live mixtape era. So for people who don't know who I'm talking about, Pee Wee Longway, he got busted. The feds ran into a spot and they locked up. I believe it was 30 people at the time. I think it may have moved up to 100 people at this time, but they got locked up for they got caught with, what was it? $20 million worth of, was it 20 million or was it 200 million? Yeah, it was $200 million worth of drugs. They got caught with $200 million worth of drugs. It was 496 pounds of methamphetamine, and that was worth 22 million. Cocaine, they got with 57 kilos, and that was worth 5 million. Fentanyl, 7 keys of fentanyl, and that was worth 700,000. Marijuana, they got caught with 55 pounds, and that was worth 250,000. They got caught with a key of heroin, and that was worth 130,000. GHB, I don't know what that is, but that was 6 pounds, and that's worth 267,000. And they got caught with 755 grams of mushrooms, and that's worth $15,000. So, like I said, for people who may not be familiar with Pee Wee Longway, the crazy thing is, when I met Pee Wee Longway, the first time I believe I met Pee Wee Longway, it may have been in Atlanta, but when he came to DC, we paid for a feature. I think he wanted like $1,500, and he had Hood Rich Pablo Juan with him. So that was. And they
been up that long?
What? Yeah, like I said, they came out. Their run was like that run when they
people.
No, I mean, what I'm talking about right now is just one person. But I'm talking when they came to the studio, like it's just like if you as a rapper and your man just come with you to the studio, we was paying Pee Wee Longway for the feature, but Hood Rich Pablo Juan was with him. But both of them are in jail right now because Hood Rich Pablo Juan is serving, I believe, 5 years on a RICO charge. He got caught up for his own, but he got locked up Shit, he may be almost getting ready to get out because I want to say he got locked up a minute ago. So and he got sentenced. Did he get sentenced maybe like 2023 to 5 years? So he may got like 2 or 3 years left on his sentence. But shit, Pee Wee Longway sound like he about to be gone for a break. But I was just trying to run down just songs that people or projects that you may be familiar with Pee Wee Longway. The most popular mixtape that they all had together when it was Rich Homie, Young Thug, the Migos, Pee Wee Longway, Rich the Kid, Jose Guapo. They had a Skipper the Flipper. They had a project called The Lobby Runners. That was like probably one of the biggest mixtapes on live mixtape at the time. But some of the projects that you can probably go check him out on this actually on Apple Music. He got a joint project. It was him, Gucci Man, Young Dolph, called the Flex Brothers, and that's on live mixtape. That came out in 2014. And when Gucci was dropping a bunch of course, Gucci is the king of dropping a bunch of mixtapes. The White Album is also Young Thug, Pee Wee Longway, and Gucci Man. Blue M&Ms 1 and 2 is some of Pee Wee Longway's popular mixtapes. More recently, in recent times, what year was this with him and Money Man? They put out one right before the pandemic, 2019. Money Man and Pee Wee Longway put out a project together. What's probably Sneaking and Geeking may probably be one of his biggest songs. What was another Joan? Sneaking and Geeking, and it was one of it. It was on this too. What was the other Joan? He got a rocket songs with Rich Homie Quan. I Just Want the Money. That was the popular song on that Blue M&Ms too. Like I said, Pee Wee Longway got a lot of music, but he was realistically, I guess, even one of the major things that he was known for in Atlanta was plugging the Migos in with QCP and also introducing Young Thug to Gucci Man. Like he was, I mean, obviously you can tell he was kind of one of those niggas where it was like, he was younger than, of course, he younger than P, he younger than Gucci. So I'm cool with all the young niggas. They rapping. I don't need a deal. So I never took the deal. And that's why he was the one that was kind of like playing the middleman where it was like, hey, I'm going to introduce you.
He more known for putting those people in place.
No, listen what I'm saying. He got popular music at that time. Like we talking about that 2010, 14, even like I said, even the shit, that project with him and Money Man, that shit crank. Go back and if you want, you look for some music.
Song?
The name of the project was called Long Money, but it's Pee Wee Longway and Money Man. That project cranked.
That one right there.
Yeah, it's this one right here, this blue joint. Yeah,
that one.
That joint cranked. But like I said, I'm just talking about early in there. But before then, though, I'm just saying he was just always wanted like nigga. He was on endless projects with Young Thug, like him and Young Thug. Him and Shy Glizzy had a lot of shit together. I want to say one of them years, like around that time, Shy Glizzy was going to like the BET Awards. Him and Pee Wee Longway had like a whole vlog together. Like Pee Wee Longway was just one of the radio songs.
Yeah,
Sneaking and Geeking probably was the radio song.
Okay.
But it was, I mean, that's long. That was a minute ago. I don't necessarily know if it ever made radio up here, but in Atlanta at that time, like it was it was like a big jump for him. So like I said, Pee Wee Longway obviously kind of realistically living out his raps. And you kind of, if you look at it, when I'm talking about all of those people who done got locked up, shit, think about it.
Was he the ring? Like, what did they put him as the leader?
I don't think they saying he was the ring.
They mentioned.
Because of course he probably was the only popular. But anytime when a story is big,
they busted a lot of people. That's why I was just wondering, like, was he the?
But what I'm saying is just imagine if the rest of them are just street people. It's not like I can't. It ain't gonna get nobody no headlines. If I'm just a popular nigga in Atlanta and I get locked up with a rapper, of course they gonna always talk about the rapper. They're not gonna necessarily talk about the others. Maybe it might be bigger. He might have been just nothing but he could have been just a middleman or just somebody, just a corner boy or anything. But because he is the bigger draw, where we wouldn't talk about this story if it wasn't Pee Wee Longway attached to it. Because it's niggas who get bagged with drugs all the time. They're not $200 million worth of drugs. That's a lot of fucking money, dog. Like really think about like you talking about nigga. That's a lot of drugs. And a lot of times, and another reason why I wanted to bring it up, because a lot of times we always talk about like, damn, these rappers be washed up. What happened to them? This, that, and the third. And it's kind of like, do they really be washed up or do they ever find other ways to make money? Well, of course, nobody is sitting here applauding and saying, hey, become a drug dealer. But shit, I'm 100% positive Pee Wee Longway ain't never seen $200 million worth of money off of making music. So if you in that type of drug ring or that type of drug organization, shit, I kind of get how people would sit here and be like, nigga, why would I care about going to the studio again? What am I putting out music for if I'm moving this type of drugs? Because if you got that much of drugs on hand, think about how much I had to spend on the re-up. So it ain't like you not making no money because you ain't no plug or nobody just leaving you with that type of work if you can't get it off. So I'm trust and believe, I'm sure Pee Wee Longway was real live, really getting to them M&Ms for real. And that is one of the reasons why he stopped putting out music. But I just know a lot of people, especially in this day and age, we throw around the word, oh, they fell off, they washed up. Nah, I may not be washed up and I may have not fell off. I just realistically no other ways to get money, and I don't care about making music or playing the
But is
music.
it worth it though? Because now what you're saying, he about to face some serious time. So if you was still just making the music,
But for some people, it's worth it because it kind of go back into when we was talking about with Tua. I mean, some people are okay with whatever the bed they may have laid in. Because some niggas maybe feel like, let's just sit here and say if Pee Wee Longway made it to like 20, where he was getting 20 bands a show. Or this is something that I say, the hardest thing you can ever do is if you ever have some type of form of success making fast money, it's going to drive you insane to ever try to get a regular job again. Because you're going to always compare whatever you're getting paid hourly or your salary to whatever your peak was when you was making fast money. And that job ain't never gonna compare to whatever your peak was 9 times if you was making some money worth even talking about.
No, and I get that part, but I'm just thinking long term wise, like we know the drug game ain't no long term, either you die.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course, I'll go to jail. Of course.
So that's my only thing. Like I get it, you see the money, but then it's also like, well, damn. Did I really have to? That's my only thing.
No, I get what you're saying, but what if I'm never really seeing, like, what if I felt like I got stuck on that hump of the music shit? Where it's like, perfect example, like you listen to music, like you seen the Money Man Project before, but you still probably really didn't know who he was. Like you might even listen to it before.
Yeah, I listened to it because I think you and which name we call it? When
Lizzle.
No, I don't even think it was you and Liz. I want to say it was you and Pretty D that brought him up. I think that maybe.
Oh, maybe
it was you talked about it on here. That's why I say I remember that cover. I listened to that project, but that's what I'm just saying. It's just like I get it. You saying it's the fast money, but then you know what comes with that money. So that's why I'm just asking: is it really worth it? It's just like how long can you think it's going to last? Because who really, as for having an empire or this drug empire, how long do you really think it's going to last?
Okay, but let's say cool. It may not, you may not know when it lasts, but then how do you can't just cut if you that hot, Marcus? We ain't talking about a nigga with a couple pounds. No, think with this nigga.
And that's what I'm saying. I get you. You ran off the numbers, but that's my only thing. It's just like,
how do you call it quits though? You watch enough drug movies.
No,
you can't just sit here and say I'm out of it. You watch. What's the last drug movie you probably seen? BMF, a TV show. BMF. Look at how them Spanish niggas popped up on Meech. It ain't no just when they knocked on his father's door. It ain't. You can't just be like I'm
how
done.
long was Meech run? Maybe what, a couple of years?
Nah, Meech kind of had a hell of a run. You got them, nigga. That shit started in the 80s and he didn't get locked up until 2024. I mean, not 2024, 2004. You got them. Meech ain't get locked up until Jeezy already was about to drop his first album. Jeezy's first album came out 2006. So, nigga, Meech had a long ass run.
You said from that.
The 80s. Think about when the BMF started. When you went on the TV show, they in the 80s. They ain't even made it to the 2000s yet. They still in the 90s.
Right. So that was the late 80s to
the early 90s to the 2000s.
A good 10-year run. A good 10-year run.
Let's say 10. Okay, let's say a good 10-year
so good. Let's say that's what I'm saying. So a good 10 because you had your ups and downs, but a strong run. So we saying a good 10-year run.
Yeah.
So, but that's my only thing is just like, but you said he kind of. So what? I guess whoever you saying that he kind of, I guess, exposed to or got the looks, it really didn't pay off. So that's why you still was.
No, I know. I just think sometimes it's just certain times where it's like, I'm sure it probably took even, let's say, I don't necessarily, he might have still been dibbling and dabbling his whole time he was putting out music. Who knows? But I'm just sure to get to that market, to get 400 and this old nigga almost had 500 pounds of meth. To get to that level, I don't necessarily know how easy it is for you to say I want to retire.
But that's my thing. You saying they found a stash. It wasn't just him. So that's why I'm just saying we don't even know technically if he was the main man.
Yeah, for sure. Of course. Yeah, he could have been anybody. Yeah, of course.
You got caught in a group, but that's why I'm just kind of asking. It's just like you know more of the perimeter of that. But I'm just like for you to sit here and jeopardize. You saying you're getting 20 bands a show. If you're doing 4 shows a week.
No, I get what you're saying, but how we don't necessarily it wasn't because again, and because I'm going to use you as the ear for the average consumer. How often was that 20? Because let's say you could have your run at 20, and then let's say if it slow down, just the same way when we talked about Rich Homie when he was on the jump and when he was on Math Hoffa show when he was like, yeah, I got 100 bands one time, but let's just sit here and say if you was getting 20 for 5 years, and then year 6 niggas ain't calling your phone no more.
Right, but that's my thing. It's just with the whole drug thing. It's still up and down on the drug. It's not a consistent on drugs. It's new drugs. It's different drugs. Everybody got drugs. Everything is recreation. So that's what I'm saying. How long do you think you could just stay in and just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it, but I got another way of income.
I mean, I can't tell you how to choose or when to cut it on or cut it off, but yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it was amazing to me. And then I seen a tweet that was starting to go viral, and Say Cheese picked it up, and the dude was sitting here saying, reminiscing about the 2010s, and it was like, it's crazy how we watched the whole era die from the Migos, Rich Homie Quan, Pee Wee Longway, Hood Rich Pablo Juan, Young Thug, Jose Guapo. Because remember maybe a couple months ago when we talked about Jose Guapo getting busted in a raid, and he was in, I think he got locked up with like a dude and like two dudes and a girl. So I mean, it's crazy to kind of just sit here and see how, but even when we talking about like, we talking about 3 of these niggas basically indicted on RICO charges, 2 of them dead. Like that's a lot.
So that's not a RICO charge.
What he gonna get hit with?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! I ain't played the. Oh my bad. I didn't play the clip of the fucking of the police officer when he picked him up. Oh yeah, I'm glad you just said that. Let me play this clip of this police officer when they picked him up. That nigga was not going. They was not playing with them niggas. He made, and the police officer in his jump said, "Oh, just because you ain't get locked up today, don't mean we ain't coming for the rest of y'all." Oh yeah, this police officer was not playing with that people on shit. Let me play that clip. I'm glad you just said something about it being a RICO. Where that case? Damn, I should have said that to myself. I'm slow. Pee Wee Longway, Pee Wee Longway. Damn, I thought No, I had to hold on. Give me 1 second. Where the hell is that clip at? If I seen it, John. Damn, I hate when I don't. Send them to myself. I can't even find this, John. Oh, fuck it. Damn. I hate when I do that shit. What was that Pee Wee Longway, John? I can't find the John right now, but damn, I hate when I do that because I swear I be thinking I be having the John, then I literally just lose it. I swear I thought I had it. God damn it. That shit just blew me. I hate when I do that. But anyway, in that clip, the police officer basically was sitting here saying, I'm coming for everybody. This not going to be just a one-man sweep. I'm not done. If we didn't catch y'all today, don't mean that we not going to catch y'all or it's going to be over. They will be sitting here still trying to be able to lock up whoever else did they feel like is affiliated with them charges from picking them people up. So, I mean, I don't necessarily know how many other people they're planning to pick up in this Pee Wee Longway thing. I don't necessarily know how big he may actually have been in these charges or what he actually had to do with these charges. But I mean, we're gonna figure it out. That's a rough one. I do kind of, I guess, realistically want to, I feel like we kind of got to touch on just to close it up on the Lil Wayne situation again. I don't necessarily know if I want to, I don't think it's a necessarily have to be a deep dive on it, but Lil Wayne was sad. Lil Wayne did put out a clip. He made a Instagram video. And of course, everybody weighed in on their opinions and basically was trying to sit here and say, Lil Wayne don't have no foot to stand on. Why is he trying to make it a pity party or whatever the case may be? I don't necessarily think Wayne was trying to turn anything into a pity party. I think he honestly, legitimately was sad on how he felt about what happened and him not getting picked because I think he honestly thought he deserved it. And I am happy to get to see how many rappers was riding for Wayne. And after I play this clip of Wayne, I do want to talk about this run that Playboi Carti is on right now because he's kind of real live, really getting to it. But I do want to play this clip of Wayne because Wayne did talk about how he felt about getting snubbed from the Super Bowl.
First of all, I want to say forgive me for the delay. The delay on, just the delay. I want to say I had to get strength. I had to get strength enough to do this without breaking. I must say thank you. I must say thank you to every voice, every opinion, all the care, all the love, and the support out there. Your words turned into arms, and it held me up when I try to fall back. That hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that. But I thought that was nothing, I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so I heard a whole lot. But y'all are fucking amazing. It made me feel like shit not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like shit, you guys reminded me that I ain't shit without y'all. And that's an amazing reality. So, like I said, it broke me, and I'm just trying to put me back together. But my God, have you all helped me? Thanks to all my peers, my friends, my family, my homies on sports television, everybody repping me. I really appreciate that. I really do. I feel like I let all of y'all down by not getting that opportunity.
So, I mean, like I said, again, it's nothing that we kind of got to go back and debate on who should have got what or whatever the case may be. The cool thing I do say, and something that I paid attention to a lot while I was out, like going to the gym or whatever during the week, I heard a lot of people playing Old Wayne. Like I was at just the light, because of course the weather kind of nice, and if you're out later in the day, of course you ain't got to ride with the air on, you can roll your windows down. And it was just so funny. I'm just thinking like, damn, how many people pulled up, like, at least throughout the week, I'm gonna say 10 people probably pulled beside me and was listening to different old Wayne projects. I heard people riding around listening to some Hot Boy shit. I heard people listening to some old mixtape stuff, some maybe a little bit newer Wayne. It was just different things, but it was just so funny. Like I was in different sides of the town and just hearing different people riding around listening to Wayne. So I do think that is one of the cool things where it's like, because we kind of said it last week, it was like, damn, how do people get promotion to get people to want to remember you or get familiar with you where you kind of don't have to die for that? But so I think for Wayne, that was kind of almost like, it was like and I mean, I don't want to say it in a bad way, but it was almost like a death to a certain extent, because so many people were defending him in a nostalgic way. You seen so many people just upload, like on Twitter, I seen endless people sharing links of old live mixtapes, that Piff, Lil Wayne mixtape projects or whatever the case may be, and people were just reminiscing. And again, going, like I said, the Playboi Carti, he when he posted out, he dropped his new single, oh, what was it? What's the name of the joint? All Red. And I think he used the Wayne cover. He redid the what was it? The Drought 3. He redid the Drought 3 cover, but he was basically saying it was not the official cover for his project, but he just wanted to pay homage to Wayne. You've seen a lot of people showing Wayne love, and I do think that's realistically, if you feel some type of way about Wayne not getting the Super Bowl, I do think that's the cool thing to do, to ride around and listen to some Wayne. Like if you really feel that way, and not to debunk, I seen a lot of people sitting here trying to like thought that they was having a one up. Oh, if y'all really love Wayne so much, oh, why don't none of y'all go to the Louisiana Fest? The shit already sold out. It sold out in like 3 hours.
Yeah, no, I think like, and that's my thing. I kind of like, even when you hear a lot of people breaking it down, and I even like what even Joe and them saying, it's like, I think it was just misrepresentation. You thought it was you, but you also didn't put in the work to make it you. And that's my only thing. It's just like, even with the whole, like, even with Usher in the Las Vegas, he was that Las Vegas legacy that he was doing. That shit was on fire. Everybody wanted to go out there. So it's just like, all right, well, we, like, boom, let's put him in. He's the hottest thing right now, coming out of Las Vegas right now. He don't live in Las Vegas, but you would have thought that was in Atlanta, right? When you saw his performance. So I just feel like if you didn't put yourself in front of the camera or even made yourself visible to like, all right, I want you to perform here.
Yeah, I don't think maybe realistically, maybe Wayne just did. He probably, I mean, realistically,
you just thought you were supposed to put it because of your name.
Not even just because his name, because I think other people was campaigning for him. I mean, Charlamagne was campaigning for him for a minute. Like Charlamagne probably for the last 2 years campaigning for Wayne to sit here and say Wayne should have done
right.
The
we can
Vegas.
Campaign it,
I mean,
I
New
can
Orleans
campaign
show.
for you all day long, but if you don't actually put the work into to put yourself in that position, then you can't be mad.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know I don't think people or Wayne probably didn't know what is the work. I think people, of course, people giving their opinions. Like you hear people like Joe Budden and them giving their opinion on it now. And what I don't like, even with Joe, like you were sitting here saying, "Oh, why Wayne he need to stop crying." Joe, you two things you didn't cry about. You cried when you got fired from Complex, and you cried when fucking Spotify didn't give you that fucking money. I hate when people sit here like when it is a different argument or something different. You can't tell a nigga you literally did a whole rant Niggas can literally go on. You got hours on hours crying about losing 2 fucking jobs. What the fuck are you talking about? Wayne ain't lose shit, nigga. His fans made it a big deal, and he fucking felt some type of way. His fans some type of way. Some shit that y'all niggas just won't understand because you don't have that type of fan base. Even when it goes back to the Kendrick Lamar shit, dog. I was Charlamagne brought up a jump. He was like, bro, I hear everybody kind of trying to tarnish or try to shit on Wayne to defend like Kendrick Lamar fans to defend Wayne. Nigga, Kendrick Lamar has sold 50 million records. Lil Wayne has sold 145 million. Lil Wayne has damn near almost sold 100 million more records than Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, but I don't think but we're not going off of how many record sales. We going off of right now. What's like so?
I mean, we already talked about it. I mean, of course, because you won because
Taylor Swift. So if it was Taylor Swift right now, would you be like, oh damn, Lil Wayne deserved it? It's Taylor Swift, but Taylor Swift been on the NFL. She's been at the games. We know she moved the needle. That's what I'm saying. It's what is hot right now, and I feel like Lil Wayne didn't put himself in there where okay, I'm hot and I'm the thing that needs to be on this stage. You didn't take the moment.
Yeah, but then people argue the same thing. What the fuck did Dr. Dre do to make himself hot then?
But I feel like that was just a moment right there with it was in LA.
So okay, then you just
but you gotta think about but it's Apple. It's also Apple, and Dre is a part of Apple.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. What do you mean? The Dre Beats, that's a part of Apple.
They got their own fucking headphones now. What are you talking about? They
Who got their own headphones?
Apple.
Nigga, Dre, who got the biggest contract? Dre did for Apple.
Yeah, a long time ago. He don't got nothing to do with Apple no more.
Right, but I'm just, but that because we're in.
Okay,
LA,
so what about Rihanna?
What about Rihanna? What
did Rihanna do?
But they've been that's what I'm saying. They've been asking Rihanna for years, and obviously, or whatever the case may be.
So, Marcus, that's what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying, but just I don't feel like I said those points kind of. It's just like I can poke holes in all of those things because you can't tell me nothing that Dr. Dre did to make himself hot. You can't tell me nothing that Rihanna done to make herself hot.
You're absolutely right. None of them done. Bruno Mars never did nothing hot. Beyonce never did nothing hot. None of them did nothing hot, right? Nobody else got. But my thing is, I get it. We in an uproar because we wanted him to be there, but nobody has performed in their hometown as an artist.
Yeah, besides Snoop and Dre. That's recent, nigga. That happened 2 years ago.
But the years before that, that's what I'm saying. We only in the outrage now right now because yes, Jay-Z is the one that's or whatever a part of that.
No, people in the outrage just because because Jay-Z is doing the shit, and then 2 because the Snoop and Dre shit. If the Snoop and Dre shit never happened, niggas would never thought Lil Wayne. I'm telling you, I listen to the Breakfast Club every week. After they announced Snoop and Dre, and then they looked at it because they got the time. The same way now we can see it's 2 years out or 3 years out where the next Super Bowl is gonna be. When they seen that, Charlamagne went on there and said, "Okay, cool." And he literally called this shit like nobody, whatever the jump was. Where Rihanna was at, I don't remember where that game was at. Nobody knew who that was going to be. But after they seen Snoop and Dre was going to do the Joan and Cali, niggas was like in Vegas it should be Usher because Usher was doing this jump, and then they was like in New Orleans it should be Wayne. And after niggas seen the Vegas thing was Usher, and niggas like, oh yeah, it makes sense for it to be Wayne. And I hate that people just discredit it. Like niggas, y'all watch sports. You see Lil Wayne all over all the sports networks. Like let's not make it like you don't see him.
But that's my thing. He performed at WrestleMania, but nobody talked about that.
I mean, who the nigga we grown? Who the fuck watch wrestling?
But that's the Super Bowl of wrestling. But that's what I'm saying. He did perform there. That's what that's my thing. Yes, you about to say yeah, but we don't watch it. But that's my thing. If Lil Wayne, he could have been promoting himself more. That's what I'm saying. If you're not putting yourself in front of the camera or even promoting yourself, how do we even? You know what I'm saying? Like you want somebody to just say, oh, because it's your state.
I mean, I hear you. I don't want to. We already had the conversation last week. I think we could just all be honest. That fucking the NFL, they was on some cloud chasing shit. They got Kendrick Lamar's hot right now. He had the hottest song. It's the hottest song to mainstream America. I'm not gonna sit here and say he had the hottest song because I'm sure if we keep it in a buck, if you talking about just pure who's the hottest this year.
Has Drake speak out on it yet?
Nah, he just been posting a bunch of Lil Wayne stuff.
He has said something about Lil Wayne.
He hasn't said nothing, but he's been posting Lil Wayne pictures and clips and
that's
shit.
Why I was just wondering, did he say anything?
On his regular Instagram and on that Instagram that he be using to upload the new he been uploading Lil Wayne freestyles and all that.
Yeah, that's why I just wondered. Did
he hasn't personally like came out his mouth and actually said nothing, but he's definitely been posting Lil Wayne.
You saw that Nicki Minaj interview with the DTLR nigga?
Yeah, she looked like she's ready to slap the shit out of him. She looked like she was ready to slap all the dog shit out of him. I do got another question. I guess this will kind of be tied into dating, and this also can, kind of almost want to tie it into dating. So it is, what's the young lady name? I believe her name is Dawn Richardson. She is a part of Danity Kane, or she was a part of Danity Kane, of course, signed to Bad Boy at one point in time. And she did work on, what was that? Last Train to Paris, Dirty Money, all of those things with Diddy. And she basically said she's part of Danity Kane. Yeah, and she basically said she was on a dinner she was at a dinner with, it was her, Cassie, Usher, Neo, Jimmy Iovine, and at this dinner, Diddy punched Cassie, and niggas just kept eating their food. So my question of what I wanted to ask y'all is, could you, or I guess basically Erica, could you date a man that you know for a fact literally watched a woman get punched at a dinner table and just kept eating his food and didn't intervene in it?
No.
Or do that make y'all, or do, I guess, and another question would be, does that make you feel like Diddy may real life really be the boogeyman of the music industry?
He is.
Yeah, he is. And nobody's willing to kind of speak on it.
Cause that story sound nuts to me. Like, you some of these 3 grown ass men, and these ain't 3 like poo putt niggas in the music business. Like, he could blackball them. Like, Jimmy Iovine is the nigga who, he is the nigga who was plugging Dr. Dre with the fucking Beats headphone. Like, he was the head nigga at Interscope. Like, he was the nigga who was signing Eminem and Kendrick Lamar and all these other niggas at Interscope. Like, he ain't just some slouch nigga. So they could have easily still intervened, but for them niggas to kind of watch Diddy just punch her and niggas just still eat their dinner like they ain't see nothing, to me, that's some whole shit. And I do think it's still crazy though. Like, that's super out of pocket.
Yeah, no, it is. But I mean, you got people do it on a regular basis, so.
Yeah, but that's still, to me, it's still wild. It's like, dog, who, like, nobody don't say nothing. Like, how do you sit here? If I'm a man, if I'm a woman and I was dating a man and I hear this story.
Okay, so put yourself in that scenario. What would you do?
I would have to say something. I would have to intervene.
But who would you intervene with him, or you gonna say something publicly?
No, I'm gonna intervene with him right then and there. We not about to eat, nigga. We ain't eating no dinner.
So you gonna cut ties with him?
I probably would have. I don't want to sit here and say I would have to see what happened, like, unless she was just like spit on him or something crazy. Like, she did something super crazy to him at the dinner table. We at the dinner table and she just spit on him or smacked the shit out of him, and they literally, and she started off the physical altercation. Would I cut him off then? No, but I know for a fact I'm still not eating at nobody's dinner table with this nigga.
Right, but and from their point of view, would you stop dealing with him, like cut ties with him?
I don't necessarily like it. Depends. Like, I don't necessarily know, because I don't even know what their ties is to him. Because if I'm just some, like, I seen
still, but you gotta think about it. He's still he. You talking about at that time? You talking about he was still a high power man at that time? Yes, we talk. You looking at it now like he's not who he is in the industry, but you talking about then when Daddy came and him and Cassidy and all them was talking. That was like what 10? That was 10, maybe 10 years ago, something like that. Because you ain't seen him and Cassidy in a long time, so. That was when Diddy was Diddy, when the whole voter died and all that. So Diddy had he.
Yeah, but I don't. Just me personally, it's no way in hell I could sit at some dinner table with somebody you just literally just haul off and punch a woman. I cannot do it. It's no way in hell. And realistically, if I gotta check, and if you ask me would we still be cool, 9 times out of 10, no. Because if I'm going to check you at this dinner table and then this lead, and you tell me to shut the fuck up, I'm like, nigga, who you talking to? That's what 9 times out of 10 lean into a physical altercation between me and this man. So 9 times out of 10, we're not gonna be cool no more after we had this fight at this dinner table.
Okay, so all right, and here's my question. So if you Rick Ross right now, and he did the interview with Carisha, and I watched some of that shit and turned it off, but he never spoke nothing about Diddy. And he's been by Diddy a lot.
Because it's certain niggas. I think you can't, because you're such a what's the fucking word that women use? You're such a misogynist man. I don't think Rick Ross can ever come out and say nothing about Diddy, because I'm sure Rick Ross got his own skeletons. He got too many baby mothers not to have no skeletons.
So then why you don't think Neo and Usher don't have skeletons too?
I'm not listening to what I'm saying. I'm not sitting here saying you had to come out publicly and say nothing. What you should have did something then at that dinner table. I ain't sitting here saying you had to publicly out him. You should have did something when you were right there at the dinner table.
But that's another thing. We are just hearing about these stuff going on now, and those happen. You talking about 2012 and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Like all those allegations is 10 plus years ago. So if they didn't come out then, and it's just like now, you knew he controlled a lot of things.
No, but Marcus, you're missing what I'm saying. I'm not talking about it. This shit didn't never have to come out. I'm talking about what you actually did at the table. Fuck it coming out to the public, nigga. You didn't make shit shake at the table. You still ate your food.
They didn't do nothing at all. They just
kept eating. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about come out and snitch on him or nothing. No, I'm talking about you as a man. You watched the nigga just pop his girl, and you at the dinner table like, hey, pass the mashed potatoes. Like, nah, nigga, what? Like, how do that fly? To me, it just be some shit that just like, bro, you have to have a backbone, and you got to sit here and say all money ain't good money, dog. And that's just my point. When I'm listening to I'm looking at them niggas like, oh, y'all niggas is soft now. Because it's the only way that you can get at a pass to me is like literally if she spit on him or smacked him or something, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever the case may be. But if you telling me they were just in an argument or she sit here and said something out of term or something and he just popped her, and nah, you can't just sit at no dinner table and keep eating dinner with this nigga. But while we talking about Diddy, Diddy was seen in Harlem high-fiving and hugging with G-Dep, because y'all, I don't know if we talked about it. Yeah, that was G-Dep. G-Dep recently just got out of prison, but it was just like,
I thought that was,
and he made a video when he first got out of jail. This was before all the Diddy stuff came out. Or matter of fact, it might have been like the same week when all the stuff started to come out. He's like, man, I need to link up with my brother Diddy, whatever the case may be. I got endless music that I need to record. Oh, but did I send y'all the joint when somebody called him? I did. I know I did. While he was out in public. He was out in public. Oh, they must have deleted it. Damn, why they delete that shit? But it was basically Diddy was out in public and a nigga ran up to him and said, no, Diddy. While he was out. Damn, I can't believe they took that down. That's some shit. Why they took that down? Oh, yeah, they took it down. That's some whole shit. But I do, matter of fact, I should have played this clip while we was talking about the Kendrick Lamar thing real quick too. Hold on. Let me close this Diddy shit up. I do want to play this clip of Mark Curry, because Mark Curry was at the end, because we basically even kind of tying this in to even when we was talking about Pee Wee Longway. Mark Curry was somebody who went, I mean, of course, back and forth with Diddy about their public, getting their publishing back. But I want to play this clip because he was working at the VMAs.
I didn't have to come to the awards to perform at the awards. I could come to the awards to work the awards. So look, let me give y'all a game. Nobody's here, and I'm going to work. We're not staffed about 100 people for the VMA Awards, my girl. So I got to go here and put work in. I got to go and direct the crowd and park cars and all kind of stuff. I'm going to work. Look, I'm going to work. Dude, they're going to be so fooled when people be like, Curry, what are you doing? I'll be like, I'm working, fool. I tried to call G-Dep. G-Dep didn't answer. He didn't hit me back, so I'm in and out of here anyhow. I took the bus down here. I ain't even took a plane. I took a bus where to do crowd control. If y'all come here, y'all gonna see me on a cart or something doing crowd control. Like, hey, let's go. We gotta keep it moving. Take the picture. Keep going. I got a whole job description today. I'm gonna be working. Show is. But I came by myself. I'm gonna come break down chairs and do all kind of stuff. I'm ready to break down chairs. I'm about to move crowds. I'm about to park cars. I'm doing everything.
Now, see, I think when he was telling this story, he probably thought this story was going to be like, oh man, that's messed up. Diddy got him working. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know a song from this man. I don't know. I'm sure I heard he wrote on songs or whatever the case may be, but I don't necessarily think this was like aha gotcha moment, or like, oh, he got to work a job that's messed up. I don't necessarily know where he was supposed to get money from. Even when he talked about how much money he got from his publishing, and he was like, you might get like $400 a year. I don't necessarily know what he contribute to his shit to make no real money, so I don't know. So I'm not mad at him. Okay, you got a job, cool. Like I said, I think it's some people, again, going back to the Pee Wee Longway thing, is some niggas like Pee Wee Longway who don't want to be like this nigga. So I mean, shout outs to him for still working a job, and then shout outs to Meg, because Meg, basically she was hosting the VMAs, and they said this was the most watched VMAs in the last 4 years. And I think Meg did a good job. I think Meg did a great job. Meg, of course, looks good. She recreated Beyonce's Olympic bathing suit. So, I mean, Meg gonna do what she do. And GloRilla, of course, performed. I think a lot of people talking about how great GloRilla did and how far GloRilla's performance has changed with the years. From, I remember, what was that, a couple of years ago when we was talking about like her breath control. It's probably the BET Awards, but I can't remember. It had to be, I mean, she ain't been out for that long. So probably like 2 years ago when she first came out.
Yeah, like, because both her and it was like Sexy Reds and Nice Place. It was BET Awards.
Yeah, it probably was the BET Awards. I'm sure it was at the BET Awards. But anyway, GloRilla smoked her performance. And GloRilla, and speaking of GloRilla, she got two snippets that people starting to go crazy with. She got the one, of course, that had the R word in it, and she took that out. She got that song coming in. Then she played a snippet yesterday of her in the studio redoing Wipe Me Down. And that shit sound like it's about to crank like crazy. Again, I'm just so happy that I took that firm stance on GloRilla. When y'all was trying to kick my girl back in last Christmas because of that cha-cha, I told y'all acting crazy. I was getting out of pocket, and Glo has not let me down. I'm just happy with that. I am so firmly happy on that. And And one thing I always say, I'm gonna continuously say this: though, you got to have a firm take. I was listening to a homeboy of mine, and he got a pod. He stopped podding. He was saying because he stopped podding because he felt like he was putting too much work in and he wasn't getting the views. Like he was editing his own stuff. He was doing all the work. And he was just like, man, my videos was more crispy. The editing was on point. My audio was better than everybody else's, but my videos wasn't doing them. All I would tell people, like I always tell Marcus, just have a take. Have a take. Stand firmly on your take. It's not about how good your shit look. It don't matter about how good your shit sound. You have to have an opinion that people actually give a fuck about. And you got to have, or even if they don't care about it at the time, have an opinion that stands out that people will never forget. I heard this take from such and such first, and they was absolutely right. That's all you got to do. Because if you don't have those moments, is like I don't necessarily think, because I don't believe in your shit got to look clear, your shit got to sound clear for you to actually get people to engage. Because nigga, look at Cass and that shit. Nigga, he be recording off a goddamn laptop, and he was in the damn U-Haul, John. Millions of people still watch it. Like I don't necessarily. I think that what it looked like and what it sounded like is overrated.
His contents that he been putting up before that, the work he been putting in before that was making people still.
I mean, but it was still always on a laptop though, nigga.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but he's still putting the content. He's still putting in the work. So you can have the crispy clean, but if the content is not what everybody coming in to see, then.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, but you still gotta have. That's what I'm saying. The actual content. I don't think. What I'm saying is, it don't matter how clean it is or how clear it is. It's about the content. It's about what the people are listening to. I don't think they care about what they actually seeing. I don't think it has to be shot in 4K or 8K or all them red can whatever. I don't necessarily know if it has to be done in that for people to still appreciate the actual work you put in. We talked about Rich Homie. I don't care about fucking Hurricane Chris. When he rap better than. That's never. I don't believe that. Him thinking he rap better than 50 Cent. Yeah, that's cool. It was I wanted to play this clip from what's Joe Budden man name? The football nigga to play for the Colts.
Locker room full of niggas from the South. A bunch of niggas from North Carolina, from Alabama, from Southern Georgia, not from Atlanta and Decatur. I'm talking about really from right at the border, right there where Florida and Georgia meet. A lot of niggas don't even know Georgia and Florida close to each other. I didn't know that before I talked to these niggas. But what I'm gonna say is these niggas don't even listen to the words. They put on Lil Jon and just yeah. They this that shit. They listen. They want to know. They want music that make you know how you feel, bro. Yeah. And all I'm saying is I understand where hip hop originated. I know where I'm from, so I understand that shit. I grew up on that shit. What I'm saying is that you can't just strictly judge rappers and different shit on just that. Like, yes, that's a part of
I would never said strictly, and I never said solely. I said if a nigga walk in the gym with a Pulitzer in his bag, it's to be respected. The Pulitzer prizes are 24 annual awards given by Columbia University in New York for achievements in the United States in journalism, arts, and letters.
Right.
We in arts.
How many rappers have won a Pulitzer?
I want to say only him, but I'd have to Google it.
So that means he's the best rapper ever, huh?
Some people hold him as that.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, bro. That's a ridiculous thing to say.
Some people,
which is why that's
y'all. I'm just telling y'all, there's some people out there.
That's a ridiculous thing to say.
Bro. But they're not here.
That's a ridiculous thing to say. But based off of what you're saying, based off of the weight that you giving a Pulitzer by putting that on that rubric, again, you saying that he's done something that he's done something that no other rapper has done.
Yo, anytime rap is like the Guinness Book of World Records. Anytime somebody do something that nobody else has ever done, it's going to be highlighted.
For sure. Rightfully
when
so.
Hov sold out the Garden in 19 seconds in 2000 and whatever year that was, it not only was it highlighted, we were in awe. Like, holy shit, that has never been fucking done. Today, all of the good rappers sell out the Garden rather quickly. It's about passing the baton. The Pulitzer is one of them things. Today, maybe only one rapper has it. In the future, maybe they look at it different. Today, we fighting. Run DMC is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right.
We have Queen Latifah. We have people that are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So anytime one of ours is breaking any barrier, I don't care what it is, I'm saluting that. Now, that's not the only metric you judge off of. But, yeah, if that's in my back pocket, we talking about it. If I win the in-season tournament in the league, in the NBA, it ain't a chip. But, nigga, I'm talking about it.
I just don't know in certain conversations and when you comparing it to different people, I don't know how much weight that's really having, especially in today's day and age.
Well, maybe not. But if you tuck that away, I'm still one of the best rappers to walk the earth.
For sure.
See, and that's where the trick is.
But that's understood, though.
That's where the trick is. When niggas walk in the park, when the ballers walk in the park and all the marketing and all of that shit is going, it's just us at the Rucker. Now let's see. He's one of them. He's one of them.
I need the Kendrick fans to send me a playlist, bro.
Did you?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna disrespect. I agree. He's one of the best rappers ever
right
walked
now,
around.
so I'm gonna tap in. I gotta
Well,
go
why?
see it.
You'll see him at the.
But okay, so my point of the reason why I wanted to play that clip, because I did again. I said I wanted to talk about the run that Playboi Carti's in, because I'm sure older people. And I'm not even gonna sit here and say older people, because I'm older people. It's a lot of Playboi Carti shit that you hear and you kind of be like, what the hell is this? But he has found the pocket now. He put out this new song I said called it's called All Red, and he do sound like Future on there.
I thought it was Future.
Nigga, but that song cranks so hard. And that's what I'm saying. He on a run, because from that, because to me, he had the best verse on Type Shit. I think most people, if you ever listen to the Type Shit song, people don't know what that is. Of course, that was on Future album, and it was featuring Playboi Carti.
How you know the difference? Do he sound?
No, nigga, he stand out. His
No, I'm saying,
part.
do he? But no, that's why I said even listen to the All Red joint. I thought it was, like I said, I had to look at my phone and see who it was. I didn't know. I really thought it was Future, and so I actually looked at the thing and it said Playboi Carti. So that's why I was saying with the Type Shit, can you really recognize his voice?
No, yeah, for sure. He got the last verse. I mean, so for people, if you never heard the song, you want to go listen to it on the Future album. It's called Type Shit. He has the last verse on that. Don't know, nigga. He on that song with the girl say 4 + 4 = 8. That nigga 8 on that goddamn Type Shit. And I like that, and it was so crazy. Why I'm saying his fan base is so crazy, and then that's why I don't like when people sit here saying we just judging it off of like the year, because I do think realistically when it comes to like hip hop media, it's only like 4 or 5 voices, and all of them come from New York, so they kind of just like constantly repeat themselves and it all sound the same. Because I do think a lot of people sound like the dude Zaire. For people who don't know who that is, I forgot what Zaire's last name is, but he played, I think, linebacker for the Indianapolis Colts. And he's in it, like he said, he in a locker room with so many different people. And I do think the world, when we talk about hip hop, is so different. It's so broad. And I think the opinions be like so watered down and it's so recycled and the opinions are so cycled. It kind of like, even when I listen to someone, I'm like, bro, all this shit just sound the same. All of y'all from New York, or you from New Jersey, that same tri-site area, and all of y'all around the same age group in your 40s, close to 50, y'all opinions are the same on music. So when you don't hear people even champion the Playboi Cartis, and I'm looking at like, damn, this song, like, nigga, this like for a nigga who got a cult like following, nigga, that song jumped up to his #1 most played jump on Apple Music already, and that's over Carnival's. Carnival still argue one of the biggest songs of the year. And I do think, or even Fiend, like, nigga, that Fiend came out last year, but Fiend is on every goddamn Gatorade commercial, Nike commercials. They play that shit on the NFL, the NBA. Like, no, that Fiend song got a lot of bump. But niggas really, because it's Playboi Carti, people try to not give it the props or the highlights. And that's why, again, when people sitting here saying, oh, well, Kendrick Lamar had a big year, he had a big diss song. And I don't. And the crazy thing is, if we really want to talk about on some hip hop shit, or even how people want to condemn the drill music, should we really be championing somebody because they put out a good diss song? Because now we'll stop all the kids from wanting to diss each other. Because the same way I sit here like, damn, we got to stop the drill music. Well, now the kids can be like, well, look at Kendrick. He got a Super Bowl jump because he dissed the nigga.
Yeah, but you also got it. You can't discredit what I get it. You saying he has a big diss song, but he played the internet game to what Drake would usually do. So if he didn't,
but it's still a part of the diss song though. That's the point. So how would you tell the next kid or the next rapper not to diss somebody? Because that's what got Kendrick at.
But okay. So then here's my thing, right? And not to keep going back to the Lil Wayne. And like I said, I hear everybody argument and all that stuff. But if it wasn't in New Orleans, would you still say Lil Wayne should be the Super Bowl halftime?
No.
Okay. But that's my, when you picking that, or you going by, okay, right now, yes, Kendrick Lamar is the draw right now.
Yeah, for some clickbait, clout chasing, yes. But is he the person that everybody riding around listening to?
So who had the biggest year in hip hop right now for you?
Nigga, GloRilla.
Nigga, nobody's about to sit here and put GloRilla on the Super Bowl.
You could have put some. You don't have to put a rapper. You didn't have a rapper the last 2 years. You didn't have to come back with a rapper again. You could have did another R&B person. Nigga, you had Usher and Rihanna. That wasn't neither one of them were rappers. That was the last 2 years. No, you could have kept it in the R&B vein.
Right, but who? Okay, so in the R&B bag, who would you have to put?
I don't know. I don't listen. You could have.
They're not. They already. Nigga, he got.
Because
that's what I'm saying. So he couldn't
he's Chris Brown, of course.
Right.
But still,
so he couldn't even play in the Chris and the celebrity game for the NBA. So you got to think about marketing, all these corporate people and all this stuff. So that's why when you say that, okay, he just had this, but who else would you see on that stage right now? Taylor Swift?
She could have.
You'd have been okay with Taylor Swift performing?
Nigga, I think most people probably thought that she was gonna be as many fucking football games she be at. So I mean, I didn't even want to talk back on that. I was just trying to give Playboi Carti his props, and I do think a lot of people, when we come to hip hop, when you hear the hip hop conversation, I think a lot of people just don't talk about other people. I don't even, to me, to be honest, I feel like even when I'm talking about Drake or Kendrick Lamar, I feel like I feel old talking about them because I feel like that's the shit that old people talk about that don't know of no other new music out. Like when you could sing, you like we talking about we late 20. Like I don't like to sit here and say I'm still talking about Kendrick and Drake when nigga, I'm looking at a nigga like Playboi Carti, he's doing ridiculous numbers. Like them numbers that he doing is crazy. He just put out this project, bro. That shit was crazy. They literally, he was about to do his birthday party in New York. They shut this shit down because of so many fucking kids outside. Even going back into Travis Scott, like when we talking about why I don't want to keep talking about them niggas, like you can't discredit other people. This nigga Travis Scott just performed in Brazil and had 100 and how many people was this? He had 115,000 people at his show. Did you see this crowd?
Yeah. There's always crowds always.
Nigga, this shit is ridiculous. Like, look at this shit. Like, nigga, you can't see nothing but it looked like it's just black. But it's literally bodies. It's people everywhere. 115,000 people, dog. A football, think about the football stadium, the New Orleans don't probably hold 80,000 people. So you talking about that's an extra, 30-some thousand people? So
yeah,
that's what you
can't. But you can't have Travis Scott because of the whole Astro World shit.
Why couldn't you have him in there? Why couldn't you?
Because of the Astro World.
What about it?
What happened at the Astro World? You can't sit here and crucify him and say you want this man to be locked up. You want to be held accountable for them people losing their life. And then now you put him on the biggest stage to perform. You can't. You know you can't. You're going to catch backlash. You know that. As the NFL,
listen, why not? It's not gonna be no kids to him.
At the Super Bowl, yes.
So how you seeing his that they gonna catch hell, but they play the fucking theme song every fucking Sunday?
It don't matter. Some people don't know that's Travis Scott. They can play it. People don't know that's Travis Scott.
All right, so can I ask you a question? So and like I said,
because that's what I'm saying. You going to catch the back if they would announce Travis and like that, I'm glad you put it up with the numbers. Travis Scott doing numbers or whatever the case may be. He's selling out all these shows. But if you were to put Travis Scott on that Super Bowl right now, they would have caught hell. The NFL would have caught hell for
why though?
Because them kids died in the Astro World. They would have bought that up. Did he not get press charges? Did not people want to sue him? We talked about it.
And all of that shit is all done now.
It did. It got. But you still don't think he would have caught hell for that?
He's still doing shows.
He's still doing shows because his people are still going to support him. But
115.
But them corporate people are not going to sit here and take that. You know they're not going to sit here. Oh yeah, we can go and get Travis. I'm pretty sure Travis will be a good draw. It will be the most watched. I lie to you not because of his fan base. But then at the end of the day, the backlash you're going to catch.
So okay. So you saying if Travis Scott, the Astro World thing didn't happen, so you think Travis Scott would have been realistically, if we keeping it up. But that's what I'm saying. Saying when we talk about even songs, we talking about bigger songs. Before that, this song, I could argue that Kanye West was having a bigger year. That Carnival song is big as hell.
Yeah, but you can't control what Kanye's saying. That's why I say it's a corporate, it's still a business. I get what you saying, what's popular, what's hot, what's all this. You still got, I can't control this nigga. He can say whatever he want out his mouth.
All right, well, just real quick, did you listen to this new Kendrick Lamar song?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, listen to it.
What you thought?
Yeah, for the message that it was a good message. I mean, what else? What you want me to say?
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, can I tell you, this is why I don't fuck with people who talk about Kendrick Lamar. This is why I don't fuck with Kendrick Lamar fans. Did you hear what this nigga just said? It's a good message. What the fuck? Listen. No. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm gonna tell all of y'all. If you listen to that Kendrick Lamar shit and you said it was a good message, and you think the question was it a good song?
It's dog.
If you feel like it's a good message, you just need to listen to fucking TD Jakes, listen to Pastor Mike. Go get a good word, get a good message from somewhere you're supposed to get a good message from. When I listen to music, I told y'all I want absolute fucking violence or ignorant nigga shit. I'm not trying to cut on no goddamn song and hear a nigga give me a good message. You know why? By who?
Then stop saying people bad parenting then. If you say you don't want a good message, you don't want to hear a message, right? But you can't sit here and say, oh, I'm blaming on the parenting then, right?
What are you talking about? What the fuck do parenting got to do with music?
But the message that he was saying when he was talking about the culture and all that type of stuff, he was talking about that in the music, right? In that song.
Well,
right?
What do that have to do with parenting?
But you get on here saying, oh, it's bad parenting, kids listen to this and all that, right?
Nigga, as a parent, you shouldn't have your kids shouldn't be listening to that shit anyway. That's why they had parental advisory on it. On the sticker before they start putting shit on Apple Music.
You just said, no, we're not listening to the message. We listen to a good song.
Nigga, I'm grown. I'm not a kid. I don't need somebody to tell me what to listen to. I can go listen to whatever the fuck I want. So, I don't want to listen to. Are you going to ever listen to that song again?
Yeah, I probably would.
Oh, bullshit. Erica, did you hear the song?
I didn't hear it.
I wish you would have heard it, because this nigga's a bald-faced fucking lie.
But
Ain't
what did that
nobody
have
listening
do-
to that
what did
song
that have to do
again.
with it? What did that? He's not going to perform that song. So what did that have to do with anything?
I just asked you, did you listen
Did
to
you
it? Ain't
watch
got
his
shit to do
Prime
with-
joint yet? Because I meant the what's name too. I wanted to watch that joint. His Prime with the concert from the Miles Morales and all that.
Nigga, it's nowhere in hell I'm watching it. What the fuck am I don't even listen to the album again.
but-
Why the fuck would I watch the concert?
But that's what I'm saying. But you saying because he put that out, like so. Okay, so let me ask you this: them Drake songs that he put out, you listen to those still, all of them, or you only picked a couple of them? How many you? Still
All of them not even on Apple Music. Only 3 I'm on there.
No, right, but that's what I'm saying. But how many you still listen to now? Or how many you
I've
listen
been playing the shit. As a matter of fact, I need to apologize for that. What song I said I didn't like last time? I said I didn't like what's the song I said? Well, they took the blue.
No Face
they
song?
took the blue, green, red off the Canadian rhythm jump because they took blue, red, green off. I've been listening to
I
that
thought it was No
Canadian
Face
rhythm
on
jump. No, but no faces on it. No face on it.
No faces. No, I'm saying, but what was the one?
I
thought
said
it was-
originally, I said I didn't like Canadian rhythms
Oh,
or whatever
okay,
that was, but now that they put that back on, now that that's on it, and they took the blue, green, red. I listened to all of them, and guess what? They all charting. All of them, both of them two, that No Face and that they was number 60 and number 68 on the top 100. Like, and guess what? The women still use the new Drake songs on their Instagram reels. Let's just say I don't want to argue the Kendrick or the Drake point or none of that shit. Like I say, again, I feel old talking about them niggas. But like I say, all I'm just sitting here telling you is that shit, man.
Okay,
I ain't never listened to that
no,
shit
but
again.
I hear everything you say about it. But how would you feel when if he performed the night like us,
Mhm.
and you know how everybody's watching the Super Bowl and that part, that A minor or whatever, like everybody's singing it. If you was Drake, how would you feel about that?
I think y'all are the same way y'all saying here saying people can't afford to go there. I don't necessarily know if he performing and everybody gonna be like A minor. Because how do you know that all the people gonna be there gonna even know that shit?
Everybody know that.
How do you know that?
What do you mean? Everybody know that. Who don't know that part?
It can't be. Is it Uchiwali or is it one mic? Can niggas afford to go there or they can't? How do you know? If you sit here saying this is a corporate event, I don't necessarily know if corporate America people are riding around listening to it or even know anything about that beef. You don't know that. You don't know nobody who gonna be at the Super Bowl, so you're not guaranteed. You couldn't bet your life that you know everybody at the Super Bowl gonna know that song.
I'm willing to bet everybody know that A minor part.
I mean, well, we gonna see. I don't know. I don't think that's
gonna be crickets. I don't think that's gonna be crickets at all.
It depends on the teams that go to the Super Bowl. I don't necessarily
think that's
know.
gonna be cricket at all. I feel like that right there, that A minor part is going to be like
maybe. I mean, let me just play this little clip because I don't necessarily even know why people thought this was a crazy take.
Some intel. I thought Maul was capping. I thought he was lying about Drake.
He
turning
said
down the
Drake
Super Bowl.
turned it down multiple times, right?
The sticky part about all of this is Drake has been offered this Super Bowl show for some years now and has turned it down. Probably 4 years he's been offered to perform at Super Bowl. Said no for whatever reason.
That sounded wild. It was like
He
4
said a
times.
few times, yeah.
Like, who turns down the Super Bowl that many times? Even Ack was like, how many times he turned it down? Why would he turn it down? I have an authority. My multiple sources have told me that Drake has indeed turned down the Super Bowl. He actually turned down the first two, the one in Miami and the weekend one.
That was the first two that Jake took over.
Yeah. That's some intel.
So, and the crazy thing is, people thought Maul was lying. And look, my only thing is,
I mean, 4 times. That's why.
I mean, well, maybe he get even if it's 4 or 2, it don't matter. I don't necessarily. Two things I don't necessarily why niggas thought that Maul would lie. One, because to me, his alliance would be more with Jay-Z. Nigga, his brother owned Rockefeller. What the fuck would? Yeah, his brother is Biggs from Rockefeller. So what the fuck would he lie about that for? So one, why I don't know why people thought he would make that up and lie about that. And then 2, why niggas act like Drake ain't big enough to turn? Nigga, he got a song saying, "Nigga, we big as the what?" What are you talking about? It's just me and Cole. We big as the Super Bowl. Like what the? Why?
Yeah, but you also would have threw that in the bar too if you turned it down 4 times. I
don't think for him he might not feel like it's a flex. It's nothing for me to talk about.
A flex, nigga. How many rappers performed at the Super Bowl?
None. But this is Drake.
All right, and this is Drake. You talking about this is a nigga that want to put his dick on the table and say, "Hey, I'm him." Yes, you would. You definitely would hang that up.
I don't necessarily know if it's worthy enough to put in a song, but I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I don't want to keep talking about these niggas. I do want to talk about what's my man name? Mark Davis. Is he he's still the owner of the Ravens? Or the old owner of the Ravens? He don't own the Raiders anymore. 69-year-old. Oh no, he is still the owner right now. It's the current day. 69-year-old owner Mark Davis of the Raiders said his 26-year-old girlfriend basically said he and said she did not know he was a billionaire and she was just attracted to his beautiful smile. Have you seen this man smile before?
No, I don't even know who it is. That's lies.
So for people who don't know who Mark Davis is or what he looked like, let me just show you again. Ain't no way in hell. Let me tell you something. That 26-year-old girl with no way in hell in God's green earth touch you if you wasn't already worth $1 billion. I hate to tell you that. Even if you probably only was up 1 M, I don't necessarily know she still would bust it open for you. Like you would have to realistically be up a couple M's. 1, because that haircut is stupid as hell, and then 2, your skin look like, nigga, if you get out in the sun, you're going to just like all your shit gonna break out bad. Like, man, God. Sometimes I think God don't be blessing to me. Like God wouldn't bless a handsome looking man with $1 billion. Like he be trying to like tell niggas like you gotta pick or choose your struggle. Like you ain't about to get it both ways. I ain't mad at him because you still got her. It kind of like, I mean, if you want to lie to yourself and say she like you for your smile, then it is what it is. But I mean, you still cracking her, so it necessarily don't make a difference. I mean that just come with the territory. Did you get to still knock her down?
But you probably wouldn't. You probably wouldn't even know. I mean, because he got it from his father.
He got the team from his father.
Yeah, he earned it. His father, Al Davis. The original owner of the Raiders. So you wouldn't even like I said, I wouldn't would you saying how she looked, how he looked, you wouldn't believe that, but you wouldn't know that he a billionaire.
Oh no, if you just looking at him, you wouldn't know he a billionaire. I do agree with you on that one. No, just off of just straight looks, I wouldn't know he was a billionaire. Erica, do you watch any of the Love and Hip Hop stuff? Have you seen any of the clips keeping up with the what's the lady name? Rashida and Kirk thing?
I seen some of them. Yeah, she just be, I don't know.
So I guess to speed it up, because I would want to play the clips, but I know for a fact I'm gonna play the clips of them when they was on the Shade Room at the on the red carpet. But I do want to kind of give people just a quick little backstory on what they got going on. So basically, it was an episode that came out this week, and I guess Kurt had a baby where he stepped out on their marriage. Had an outside baby because they've been married for 25 years. So, and this is a new baby. So I don't necessarily know if they ever went on a break or what happened or how he had this kid. But basically the girl and Rashida never been on good terms. They never had their own speaking terms. So of course, and one of the reasons why people don't fuck with the co-parents and shit, or people with fresh where the kids are still young, because I guess when they're supposed to be doing like, swapping the kid or whatever the case, the girl been showing some rental. She needed some extra money. And Kurt been basically was like, yeah, I help you on your rent, but I'm still trying to fuck. I'm still trying to clap them cheeks. So she had text messages, and I guess Kurt deleted some of the text messages, or some of the text messages wasn't popping up, but the text messages was kind of choppy. So she showed Rashida the text messages, and she got to read them and see what it was saying. And then she basically was sitting here saying like, hey, maybe, matter of fact, Rashida just dismissed Kurt and was like, man, you roll out. Let me talk to this girl by myself. So the girl was like, man, maybe me and you just be able to need to work our own relationship so me and you can co-parent and we can just eliminate Kurt so we can eliminate the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna play this clip of when they explained on how they're 25. They stay married for 25
the
years.
love alive. Obviously, you guys have been through some ups and some downs, but still together. So what is the secret here? What you would say the secret is?
I mean, the secret would be you got to understand you're going to deal with a lot of criticism from people telling you how you should be in a relationship. And I don't think people understand me and Rashida have been married 25 years. First of all, we best friends. We're friends first. And, we could talk about a lot of things, but you got to have a friendship and you got to understand everything ain't going to be perfect. Talk to your grandma, your grandpa, to figure out how these relationships make it, because it's about a team here. You need I always say you need a day and a night. You need a plus and a minus. So it's the team. Yeah, so it's like a team thing. And that's what we do. We work as a team, I get beat up a lot, but it is what it is.
What about for you, Rashida? Because you put us through some things. Okay, so what is that for you on your allegedly? Okay, so would you guys give our roommates some advice?
Oh, Rashida ain't never leaving Kurt. Like that.
So my only question of it is, one, I guess as a woman, what when you hear these stories or you seeing this play out on Love and Hip Hop, I don't know. I mean, of course, everything could be for a storyline. One, would you put up? Well, I guess let's break it down. Would you put up with that if it was just a storyline? Like, could somebody cut you a check to kind of just tolerate that type of disrespect on your marriage for a check?
Whoa. You the same guy say you gonna ride it out regardless of what happened, go right?
That's why I'm asking a woman. I ain't asking me, nigga.
So what you asking?
So I'm asking, would you put up with it through a would you deal with that in your relationship for a check? Let's say if it's for the storyline. I mean, because a lot of this could be just extra sauce for TV.
It depends on how much the check is, but I don't think so.
You would leave?
That's disrespectful. Like you
would leave him?
Yeah.
You got kids and you've been married for
hell. I don't know if they got kids. I don't know how many. I don't think they got multiple kids. How many kids they got?
They got like. I mean, he has outside kids, like older kids, but they got like 2 kids together. So he has, but she helped raise those older kids as well. So they've been together for a minute.
They got a lot of shit together,
man. That's why I was kind of wondering, do she put up with a lot of that shit? Because maybe I don't necessarily know how many of these businesses is he the one coming up with the ideas? Is he the one that's kind of helped funding them and running them? Because it seemed like a lot, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't necessarily know if I could take that much public disrespect just to still sit here and say I'm married. Like that's a lot. Like I know I'd be saying, oh yeah, I would make stuff work, but you talking about this is public disrespect. It's a difference between what you accept behind closed doors and what comes out in the public. Because we all got egos. You got an ego, you got a pride. So when it hits the internet, now it makes it 100 times harder for me to sit here and say, damn, I could just kind of like take this L. It's impossible. I can't take this L in private because I miss damn near it's on national TV. And ain't that many shows that come out. So all the women is watching this shit. So me as a woman, if I'm Rashida, how do I sit here and suck it? Because you can't about to sit here and tell me Paul's no homo. Ain't enough dick in the world gonna sit here and keep you happy. So it gotta be something extra with that. It cannot just be like, oh, the sex is so fire. You don't think you can't fire no fire sex nowhere else. It has to be something else attached for her to put up with this level of disrespect. Because they be killing her in the comments. Like it's a whole meme, like damn, Kurt be trying to find ways to fucking leave, but Rashida just so forgiving. Like he can't even cheat in peace. Like he can't even break the relationship off like a normal person will because Rashida always okay with it.
It could just be a business thing. It could just be a business thing for them. That she willing to put up with it.
Yeah, that's wild though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just try to. I wonder. I'm sure they've been on the show for a minute, so I'm sure them checks is on point, and I'm sure that they be using the extra promo because I mean Rashida do got her show. Her
they always
stores
together, so I feel like,
but that's what that's the line he tried to kick. Like I said, I wish I would have sent all the clips, but I think some of them had some music, so that's why I ain't send them. But that was one of the lines he was trying to sit here and think like, man, we always together. When do I got time to cheat? We always together, and that was what he tried to say. And then that's when the girl was like, "Are you sure? Are you positive? Because here go these text messages, nigga."
Because they're not always together, and it's not. And the kid is like maybe like it's older. It's not like a fresh baby. So why are y'all still going through this?
Niggas be horny, dog. Damn, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how people put up with that shit. It's a certain. I can't put up with that level of disrespect. I'm sorry.
So like, you out the door?
Hell yeah, and especially if you taking it to TV because you making me like an idiot.
Well, that's how we've been making our money off of TV.
Yeah, but so no money, like you wouldn't.
I mean, I can still. I'm sure if I'm Rashida, I can still get on. I can still keep my show. I can still keep my space on it. Yes, I can. You know why I can? Because I can start dating again. Niggas gonna want to see who's the new nigga I can pick up. You crazy? Why won't they? Nigga, we play the red popping balloon shit every day. Like everybody and their mother is entertained with people trying to go on new dates. So if I'm Rashida, I can divorce this nigga and start dating a new nigga in Atlanta, a new rapper, a basketball player, somebody else, and take his place on his show.
But you still attached to him. That's just like even with Yandi. She's still attached to that nigga. Like I feel like I can see you. That's okay. Perfect example. Use Jim Jones. I guess. Fiance or whatever the case may be. He still haven't married her, and he been with her for God knows how long now. Still haven't married her. Like I'm sometimes you going to just keep playing the role because you can't move.
I think the difference is we don't. Nobody never know what's their reason for them not getting married yet. Or even if they aren't even married, I don't necessarily know. But guess what? The things you don't see, you don't never see nobody coming online talking about they've been fucking Jim Jones, or you don't never see nobody put him.
Still goes on. You just
don't listen to what I'm saying. If nobody don't know and it don't make the internet, then it's
okay. So you fine with it You found
I'm never listen to what I'm saying. I'm never fine with somebody cheating me, but something that I don't know. The same way when we were talking about cat and dogs, you can fry this shit up and I don't know when I eat it and it tastes like a dog or a cat. I don't know it. Then don't tell me, dog. So if I don't know that you cheating and you never get caught, nobody ain't coming to me as a woman, then guess what? It's not happening. Not saying it is not happening, but if I don't know, then it ain't happening. Don't bring it to my front door so I have to know. This girl is literally, she knocking and bringing it to the door. She turned the key and opened this shit up and made herself a seat on the couch for the rest of the world to see. She had receipts, and this nigga thought he was calling her bluff like she didn't have no receipts. She kept them receipts. And this nigga was trying to fuck. He was like, hey, I don't mind paying your rent, but can I come and drop some dick off? And he tried to put all the cheating on her, and she didn't have nothing to do with it. So I'm cool on that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's not. I guess one more dating conversation. Lil Duval posted it was hard. I'm not gonna try to reread it because the shit was hard to read. But Lil Duval posted a post it looked like a back and forth on Facebook where a nigga was pissed because his girl took a shower with her gay homeboy. So I don't know, they was getting in some argument or something, and the dude was like, man, you and that gay nigga, y'all too close together, or whatever the case may be, y'all doing too much. And then I guess they basically was like, oh yeah, you think we doing too much now? Well, fuck you. We about to take a shower together. And then posted it.
Yeah. What? That's
so I was what was Lil Duval saying then?
No, he just posted it and was like, what's your thoughts? Like, could you get away with that? Like, is that fly? Could you sit here and if you and your best friend is gay, y'all don't like this was a nigga, it's a gay nigga and a girl, and he literally and they in the shower together butt naked.
No.
Yeah, people be trying to let that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm cool. Me personally, I don't care, gay or straight. I'm not really a fan of the male female best friend shit. I don't believe in that shit. I always think the shit is fake. So I wouldn't care.
Why?
Because just look at shit like that. Like who? No, listen to what I'm telling you. And this is sometimes, and the reason why I be happy that I'm single. There's nowhere in hell on God's green earth. I don't have enough self-control. I have too much pride and too much ego that you would be able to have the audacity or the balls to text me a picture of you behind my girl, butt naked, and y'all in the shower together. And that's gonna be fly. And it's gonna be it. It's just gonna end like that. That's it.
But she know how to trigger you. That's why she sent it to you.
Okay, you gonna trigger me, and guess what? You gonna trigger me and me beating the shit out of both of y'all. Like, nigga, come on, though. Like, I'm still a human. People still be having emotions, and I be thinking that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes when we're going back to that shit at that dinner table, like, dog, it's just like, no, dog. I'm still a human being. You just certain shit. Like, you can't just sit here and feel like you just gonna disrespect me and I gotta take the disrespect. Like, that's too disrespectful. You literally just like, I'm telling you, I don't like y'all friendship. I don't trust this nigga. I don't think he really gay. And then in the conversation end with this nigga behind you, butt naked in the shower. You just proved my point. Now you just play with me, basically telling me this whole time I thought this was supposed to be your gay homeboy, and he been dropping dick off on you at the low.
So that's a breaking point. Not that point, but just her to have a male best friend. That's a breaking point for you.
No,
not if he in a healthy, happy relationship.
But what's the difference? He could fake like it's happy, but it might.
Well, again, going back to the cheating shit, fake it then. Don't put on the fake and put on the fraud for me. Then don't sit here and just make me sit here and think this is just some single nigga trying to be your friend.
Okay.
So you okay if he was gay?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not okay if he's gay? Okay.
What if he's gay and in a relationship?
Then that's cool. If he in a relationship, period, I don't care, gay or straight, I'm cool with it. Like, but you got to be in a real relationship. Like, not some, you be off and on, you just dating a bunch of people. No, like, if you've been in a real serious relationship for like 4, 5, 6 years, cool.
Right, I can still be in a relationship and still hitting her.
Yeah, but I'll be a little bit more naive to that. I'm just cool. I'd rather be a little more naive. I don't want to be, I just don't want to know about some of that shit. Like, I just don't. I ain't gonna lie to you. Real quick in other news before we get out of here. Travis, I'm about to call this nigga Travis. Terrence Crawford was at he was at a UFC fight last night, and the ESPN announcer said it was Kendrick Lamar at the fight. And Dana White said here and said, man, don't get y'all panties in a bunch. He did look like Kendrick Lamar a little bit. Let me see if I can play the clip of this shit.
From Kendrick Lamar or Terrence Crawford?
I was talking to Terrence Crawford, who I don't want to call him. I don't know who the hell did that and thought it was, that was pretty bad. He did kind of look like Kendrick Lamar, though. Let's not fuck around. He kind of did look like Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, that was. Hey, so when I said we had a flawless production tonight, I take that back. Yeah, there was the one. That was yeah.
Think about pushing me.
Yeah,
that shit was dope though.
What?
That shit they did in the Spear or whatever it's called.
With the U.S., I didn't see it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was tired yesterday. I tried to stay up and watch the Canelo fight.
Posted it. He was there.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Shit
Yeah, I
was
didn't see
fucking fire.
What you mean? Like how did it look? Because I know it's supposed to play like in the roof and stuff, right?
Huh?
Don't it play? Can't you see stuff in the roof or something?
And the screen.
The screen is like in the roof though, right?
No, the screen. It's a screen. Like it's a dome. It's a big ass ball. Like the whole the screen and all that, wraps around it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like they had different displays and all that on the, on the screen.
Right.
But to have the UFC in the middle, you know what I'm saying? They have the ring there, and then they got all the different displays. Like they was what's the I don't know, I guess whatever their religion is, but like the what's how you saw the last Bad Boy, the For Life one, the mother, how she was a witch or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they got the candles and all, like it was like one of those whatever elder I guess the Spanish or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had all that stuff in the displays in the background and showing all the different athletes or whatever the case may be. That shit was tight. I seen that shit. I was like, damn. Because it's another I think I might send it to you or whatever, but it's an actual restaurant that has the same. I mean, of course, it's not as big as this the thing in Las Vegas, but even when they watching the game, it's like you sitting in the stands and you watching the game from like a helmet or on the field, so it looked like you actually there.
Did y'all see the clip of? I don't know if I sent it to y'all, but did y'all see the clip of Pharrell when he was at some performance or something, and the PETA people ran up on him, trying to get him to something about him killing animals or some shit. When it, I guess, came to his clothes, they were trying to get him to basically stop. I don't necessarily know. I wish I could have found it. I thought it was a clip, but I can't find it. But anyway, I guess before we wrap it up out of here, I did want to see him. I forgot to see him while we were talking about Drake. Shout out to Rod Wave, because Rod Wave finally got his Drake feature him and looking for. I think Rod Wave is about to drop a new album, because Rod Wave is about to go back on tour. I know we did talk about Rod Wave getting ready to go on tour again, so I'm sure he is about to put out an album as well. So be on the lookout for that. But he did put the clip up on it was on his Instagram page, and he basically got his Drake feature. I do want to play this clip of Jim Jones real quick, because this shit was funny as shit, because you said something about Jim Jones.
Going, you Jim Jones? Shake a hand, meet a friend. I know I popped unexpected like a premature baby, but I've been listening to you since Moby Dick was a minute. Now you would agree black is beautiful, right?
This nigga funny as shit.
You said you've been fucking with me since who been what?
Moby Dick was a minute. You know Moby Dick.
Hey, yo.
Well, you know why black people don't play hockey?
Why's that?
Because we already skating on thin ice. Now, before you say no, like Destiny Child, can I just say one thing? Look, say you got something like this in your favorite shirt, because my mom said if it's darker than me and it don't pay bills, it shouldn't be there, right? How would you remove that?
What your mom told you what?
She said if it's darker than me and it don't pay bills, it shouldn't be there, right? That's why I'm hanging in there like shingles and drywall. But look, real quick, because look, you know you can't put bleach on colors, right? Look, this safe on colors. That's why we didn't sell it to Sammy Sosa. But look, they said it's like Nicolas Cage because it's gone in 60 seconds. Dang, I'm impressed. I think I should buy me a bottle. What you think?
Hey, dog, did you hear this nigga?
That's quicker than the New York Minute. Is them Timbs comfortable?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, can you run in your pocket and get the money? It's just $19.95 for this right here. It's a concentrate. It's gonna help you stay focused while you clean. This how it comes right here.
How much it cost?
It's only $19.95. Then you pulled out a knot that'll choke a horse. If I had your hands, I'd cut mine off. You know you can use it on jewelry too. You should get. Can you get the HBO special?
What's that?
Help a brother out. See, they come together like butt cheeks. See right here. You married?
So how much is this one?
Yeah, this the his and her special.
Oh
it's
my
unisex.
God.
It's made for a woman strong enough for a man like secret deodorant. So you gonna get this to the missus.
All right.
You know Oprah. You know
I'll pay
Oprah,
for this
right?
one?
No, well it's only 50. It's 2 for 50. Like Miss
2 for
Allen.
50. All right, I got you. All right, I got 50. I got 50.
Hey, how's it going? You Jim?
Hey, dog, nigga, that shit was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
I hate the niggas acting like they too cool to.
And that's what people were saying in the comment section. I seen a lot of people. I don't know who this dude is. This is the first time I ever heard it.
This the first time you seen it?
Yeah, that's the first time I ever seen it.
Nah, he be smoking them joints.
No, but endless people in the comment section were saying that I fuck with Jim Jones because Jim Jones is a real nigga. He allowed you, like to get your shit off, and he actually paid. He bought whatever from you. But people was like niggas normally be trying to act like they too cool or whatever.
It might have been Lil Baby. Might have been the last one I seen that he did. And Lil Baby kind of.
Lil Baby, I'm not gonna lie. Lil Baby has like one of the worst personalities.
Yeah, like a nigga holding the umbrella while he's sitting there talking to him. And he was like, "Yeah, I can make the rain and all that go." You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga sells that shit. I don't know what it is. He sell that shit better than what's my man that used to, the white guy that died, OxyClean or whatever that shit is. That motherfucker sell the hell out that shit.
And real quick, just because you brought up Lil Baby, shout out to Lil Baby because Lil Baby did throw his son a football theme party. Well, it was basically a Baltimore Ravens theme party, and he had Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, and Derrick Henry all call his son on FaceTime, or basically had this popped up on the screen while he was there. But the shit was tight. Everybody had this it was his son's 9th birthday, and everybody had the number 9 jersey on. Like they all had Baltimore Ravens number 9 jersey, and I guess he had it like in some indoor like football park. Like that shit was tight. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a tight party. Like that party was like that. He had like a Baltimore Ravens cake. Like that shit was fire. I'm not gonna hold you. So shout out to Lil Baby for that one. And we here each and every Tuesday. I feel like I kind of knocked everything out of the park. I don't think I left too much more. I feel like I got every topic that was pretty much out there. If I didn't miss something, I apologize. But I feel like I got everything, and I guess we can leave it with my man Donald Trump eating the cats.
Springfield. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. And it's in Springfield. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.